On February 25, 2025, police in Yakima, Washington receive a 911 call from a concerned woman after witnessing the start of an unsettling Snapchat video.
So, a friend of mine, she's saying that my niece was murdered and that she looks very strung out and not so okay, and she's talking about my niece being murdered, and she's just going on, and I'm kind of concerned for her. She's posting it all over social media.
I'm on my way back to Yakima, and I swear to God, my baby was just murdered, okay? So this is not y'all's time to come give Kylie hugs. Shut the up. Actually do something that you know that I would benefit from, because I don't like hugs. Don't be there for Kylie. Stop it. Help me get her popping and ready. Help me, baby. Don't act like you knew her, because you didn't. I didn't even know her. Like, shut up. Just say that's wrong. That my baby was murdered because I left her with a sitter, and the sitter left.
As this woman, 20-year-old Kylie Toll, films from an unknown location in her car, police are actively searching for her. Earlier that morning, Kylie called 911, leading Yakima police to one of the most harrowing discoveries imaginable.
Hey, it's okay. Take a deep breath, okay? Okay.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
What's your location?
I need the officers to go to my house. Please, baby. My baby.
Ma'am, listen. Hey, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
I don't know where you're at to send you help. I need you to take a breath and give me an address.
No, I don't care about. I'm really right now. I'm going out. I can't live with myself after this.
But are you there right now?
There is no help. There is no help.
There's nobody home? What's your name?
I was touching this woman named KK. Yes.
Yes.
She's better alive.
Okay. Listen, if you're not there. Hello?
According to police records, when police arrived at Kylia's home, they entered through the unlocked front door, finding the place oddly quiet. They opened a closed bedroom door only to be hit with the powerful odor of garbage and cat urine. In the corner of the room, in a small bassinet, officers saw what they assumed was a baby doll, but the truth was far more devastating. Wearing Christmas pajamas and partially covered by a blanket, Kylia's daughter, 7-month-old Cherry, lay deceased. Her skin appeared leathery and pale, her eyes sunken in. The tips of her fingers had already begun to decay.
Y'all that didn't really know Sherry that well better be there for the people who did. Be there for the people who really loved her more than you loved her. Dude, like, I swear to God, I'm not even gonna try to look good. This is not about me. It's not about me. Which is the things that you can do to help, genuinely, like these, unique, not just like everybody else's. Make sure it's, Sherry was born. Sherry was born to Taylor Swift. Make her things. If you have a space with a cherry tree or space to plant a cherry tree, you can make her a little hat. Something.
As officers continued their search of the girl's bedroom, they heard the soft cries of Kylia's 2-year-old daughter coming from her crib. Miraculously, she was still alive, though she could barely stand. The toddler appeared severely malnourished. The bedding beneath her was soiled with dark stains. Her hair and face were caked with a thick mucus, affecting her ability to open her eyes. With no way to know the last time she had water or food, she was rushed to the hospital for emergency care.
Give me more meal. Give me help, and if I go to jail during the time that they're like doing evidence and bruh, commissary, like, if I go to jail, please put money in my books. Just jail is genuinely so traumatizing, dude. I just got out and now I'm getting prepared to go back when I have a baby.
Once detectives arrived at the scene, they described the rest of the home as a collective reflection of neglect. The floors were grimy. Trash and remnants of old food littered the house. Several small cats were left to roam freely throughout the home and were secured by animal control. In the girl's bedroom, diapers filled with feces lay open on the carpet and overflowed from a nearby trash bin. Later the same day, Kylia continues to film from her car, claiming the fault lies with a babysitter who left her children for dead.
Watch out for KK. If you know who KK is, shoot that. Jail isn't enough for her. I want her to slowly die, just like I'm sure my Cherry did. I'm not saying anything, but I will go to jail for this one. Eventually, like, that doesn't even do anything.
As she continues to film, Yakima police receive a call from a girl named Chloe, stating she's a friend of Kylia's, and she believes she's sitting in her car at the Squaw Rock Resort. She's still filming as a deputy with the Yakima County Sheriff's Office races to her location.
Stand up for the fact that, like, I don't know. No dead baby jokes. They're not funny anymore. Stand up for babies for Jerry, you know? Call the police on that. Call the police on the... And so on and so forth.
I'll be right out.
Thank you. I can finally get gas to come back to do this. So let's do it.
As Kylia prepares to leave, the deputy pulls in behind her, blocking her path, and approaches the driver's side door.
Show me your hands. Show me your hands. Step out. Step out. Hi, how are you?
I'm just coming to surrender myself.
Step out here. You're okay. Come here.
What?
Come here. No. Come here.
No. What?
Yeah, come here.
No, I won't.
Put your hands behind your back. Okay. You're okay. I'm gonna let you. Okay. Everything is recorded.
Snapchat?
Okay. Everything's being recorded. All right. Not gonna fight you up here in the middle.
What are we doing?
You can have that in a minute. I'm wearing a body camera. Everything's recorded. Okay. Stop.
But for my own?
Stop.
Where?
Okay. I understand. I'm not gonna hurt you as long as you listen to what I'm saying. Okay. Are you injured?
No.
Are you okay?
My baby was murdered, and I was
Okay, don't say anything that can be used against you. I'm going to read your rights in a second, okay? I need you to drop whatever's in your hand, okay?
Hey, wait. It was for my baby.
Okay, do you want to hold on to that?
Wait. I'm putting it in the car.
You can put it in the car. Here. Okay. All right. What do you want to do with your car?
I have a friend coming to come get it.
Okay. Do you have
So
any
can
weapons
we-
on you?
No.
Okay, I'm going to check you, okay? Just nothing in your pockets?
No. You can pull down my pants. I have.
Come over here. I don't want to pull down your pants,
Hey,
okay?
wait.
Got a seat? All right, I'm going to buckle you in, okay?
Hey.
Anything you need in the car besides that?
I need that, and I need the phone call with my lawyer in the car.
Sit tight, okay?
Chloe, who alerted police to Kylia's location, pulls up at the scene.
My friend Chloe is coming to get. Hey, Chloe! My car! Get it!
The deputy speaks briefly with Chloe, who agrees to head to the police station for questions. As for Kylia's car, it will be impounded for evidence, leaving her concerned for her belongings.
And what about the items that I like to keep special in the car?
Yeah. Like was that your baby's bracelet?
No, not particularly, but
What was that?
everything in that car is special,
Okay.
and everything is put in place.
Okay.
I do have marijuana on the side door. That's the only thing that I know is in there. And that was part of my testimony that I was coming in to have that.
What's going on today?
I don't know, dude.
So I was just coming to find out what's going on, if something happened.
Yeah, it's a Yakima police case. I'm not sure how much info you'll see it on the news. I guarantee it, but
that bad.
it'll be a little bit, yeah.
Oh, dude.
So.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But we will. YPD is taking the car. We have a tow truck coming, so it'll be a little bit.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm just gonna have to.
Yep. We will get it out of here on a tow truck as soon
Yo,
as
all right.
they get
What's
up
up?
here and we get a tow truck up here.
I can call him again.
I wanted to come surrender myself.
Harass him. I will.
You know?
Dude, I told his brother to
Nobody
hit him.
Around, huh?
Girl, you kind of dragged me out of the car a little.
Well, I told you to step out, okay?
I know, and I was getting my recording for my
you tell
thingy.
me what you're going to do and not do after I'm giving you lawful commands to put your hands behind your back. You're lucky you didn't end up on the ground, okay? So...
I'm aware, but at the same time, I do deserve the right to have my own video for my
No, you don't.
lawyer.
If you can tell me what right that comes from, then I'm all ears. But, ma'am, I've been doing this job a while. There's a camera right here facing you. I wear a body camera. All right, so let's not play those silly games, okay?
Yeah.
The Yakima Police Department soon arrives on scene and takes custody of Kylea. She's transported to the police station for an interview where the devastating truth of what happened to her daughters.
He declined the call. I say we kill him and we stone this man.
She was
He's talking about the pop in. He's like, oh.
McDonald's at 1:30 a.m.
Oh, you can't hear me.
I'm going to obliterate him.
Arrest is stemming from a misdemeanor warrant, though no further details are provided. Emma, a friend
Maybe he's taking a
told
poop.
Investigators that Kylea came to hang
No,
out
because
with
he's
her in
sleeping.
Twin
He's
Cities
offline.
on Saturday the 22nd, staying overnight.
Maybe he
but
fell
she
asleep on the
didn't have her
toilet.
children with her. After she
Maybe
was
it took
arrested
too
at
long.
McDonald's on the 24th, Kylea called her
Or
from
he
jail,
overdid it
asking
while pooping
Emma to
and
bail her
passed out.
I did not think
Dang.
Passed
that
away?
would be home alone.
No, just
It
passed
can happen.
out.
I think it was in one of the calls she said, oh, the kids...
Pulling an old
One old like
Elvis.
Yeah, am I correct? Yes. So it didn't occur to me that she would have left them at home.
At the time of her arrest at the
I saw
McDonald's,
Pam Bondi
Kylea
decide
was
to
in the
put
company of a
Elvis
man
Presley
named
and Marilyn
Brad,
Monroe in the
the
Epstein files.
37-year-old father of one of her close friends.
I wonder what their
Once
email
she was
addresses
released
were.
from jail later that afternoon, Brad was the one who picked her up, but she didn't go to
Always
check
knew
on her
Elvis was
children,
up to something.
telling him they were with
Well, I was
a
going to
friend.
say
I
that
know,
presumes that Elvis died when they say he did.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, all right, that's cool, because I guess
That's probably the he gave him.
So she had her watching them for a little while, so she can breathe again and like get out and be able to do stuff with her friends and stuff like that.
Brad explains he and Kylea spent the evening together at his hotel room, but at some point she left.
I just
and when
like
she
the
returned, her demeanor
thing that's
drastically
like,
changed.
what is it? Pam Bondi was saying like, I've probably said this, talked about this before, but she's like, if we prosecuted everybody in the Epstein files, the system would collapse. And then it's Brad Pitt from Inglourious Bastards. How about you, Jonathan? Would you take that deal?
Can we just leave?
I'd take that deal. I would too.
I take that deal. Damn good deal. Tell him that shit.
Oh, good. He just woke up.
We're
getting him.
Chick K or KK or something.
But neither Brad nor
Anybody else
Emma
had to help
were known by
me
that
summon
name.
Veller when he
The
gets on?
next morning, Kylea drove to the small
I just
North
ran in. I can
Resort,
run back
where
out.
she began
I
recording
did see
Snapchat
Plain Jane out there,
video.
though.
She
I
had
just
posted
ran
to
in.
Facebook writing, I really did trust Kay would take care of them
Phased
for a
for some
while.
reason, so can't see
I
you.
think I just found us a rep pally too.
Mention the Facebook.
Ooh.
I made the Facebook post that I made.
Oh yeah.
Oh, now he's
I'm not real savvy with social media.
It
Who?
really bothered me.
Peanut.
Just like what's going on
Oh.
in those forums and other. Maybe if you
But
don't
actually,
put it
you know who
there,
I'd rather
like,
watch?
oh,
Have
no,
you ever
that's
watched
what
Panda
I did
Skills?
the wrong thing.
No. I know who that is.
Running.
He's
But
a
Kylea's friend
Vietnamese guy,
Sophia isn't convinced
but he's
by her
not.
story.
Like he's born and raised somewhere in the West. But he does a pretty convincing Vietnamese English accent, and so he'll jump into games. And he's wearing the Raiden hat right now, and
She said her sitter was named Pay.
he's pretty quick-witted.
Never heard of the person, never seen the person.
Somebody
never
was
seen
like,
Instagram,
they
never
were
seen
like,
TikTok, never
"You
seen
from
heard
Thailand?"
of
He's
them,
like, "No, I'm
never
not.
seen videos of them,
I'm not
I
Transformer."
don't think this person exists. I think it's something that we thought of because she found her baby dead and she
felt remorse after a second.
What's up?
Whenever he's talking to his stream,
Investigators also spoke with Kylia's parents, who adopted her when she was just 2 years old.
I just feel like I just entered an alternate universe. I mean, this is just...
I'm so sorry for your loss.
Never had anything happen like this in my family in general, and it's like, oh my God.
According to her father, Kylia did have a
Actually,
female
before you go in,
friend
can
staying at her
you
home recently.
mount on your repair mount?
I don't know who that person was, but...
I didn't realize our paladin was out here. I died and took res sickness.
Oh no!
Why did you lie,
No.
dude?
Because
Oh,
I'm
no.
an idiot. Doo-doo.
Actually, absurd.
No.
That's alright. I'll just sit out the next 9 minutes.
I mean, we've got trash clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A few minutes.
I'll,
so.
I'll go disc real quick for trash. I
My
updated
family
my
lineage
odds.
of
I'm
settlers from
doing
the
slash here.
1500s.
I showed it 10 minutes ago.
Yeah,
so-
colonials.
You don't look
Yeah.
very Native American to me.
Native, I am
forgot.
Native American.
I was
Why
too
not
busy
Native
calling
Americans? What are you talking about?
Iggy.
What are you talking about?
You're a little bit more than a far-right Republican.
So before we start trash, actually no, we got time before the fight starts. After we clear trash, I'll go over the
Now you're saying he's the most corrupt president in
updated
US history. To me, it
strategy.
sounds like fascist, most corrupt in history, who's escaped the law because of his political influence or something. Why don't you want Donald Trump dead?
What do you think is
wrong
radicalizing more
person.
people, Nick Fuentes or MSNBC?
Probably MSNBC.
Really? More so than Nick Fuentes. I hear
Yeah.
someone laughing behind me, and that's kind of, When immigrants move into the country, they are a net benefit. Can you cite a study to the opposite?
I can cite theory. I can cite
Wait, so
economic
no,
theory.
you asked me for a study and you can't cite one? Because the barriers are increased.
What are the barriers? The only barrier we talked about is work requirements, and that's working 20 hours a week.
You got me. That was a good one. That was
Thank
really
you.
good.
Thank you.
You got me.
Let's
My name is Adam Mockler. I talk politics on YouTube every single day, and I am a liberal college dropout. Today, I'm surrounded by 20 conservative college students. My first claim is, Trump is causing a rise of fascism in our generation. Damn.
Hey Adam, I'm Scotty.
Nice to meet you, Scotty.
Hey, would you
All right,
mind
we can start
unpacking
pulling
a little bit
trash
more what you
whenever.
mean by rise?
Should be
The
all
rise of fascism, yeah. Over the past decade, we've seen a normalization of more fascist, anti-democratic ideologies. Just to explain, Trump's claim to fame, entering U.S. politics, he was famous before this, but he entered U.S. politics by saying Obama wasn't born in America. He convinced a large swath of the country that Obama was not born in America. 4 years later, he was chanting "Lock her up" at a political rally, and no presidential candidate had done that before. 4 years after that, he had couped the government, or at least attempted to coup the government, and now I live in the city of Chicago. He's posted AI memes of Chicago being invaded. He sent the military into Chicago. So over the past, you could say decade and a half, we've seen a normalization of fascism in America, and I think it's manifesting in our generation in unique ways. We could talk about the Politico story, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I would say let's talk a little bit more about what fascism actually is, because I think fascism is a loaded term.
What's your definition?
And
I wanna hear it.
before I get there, what I would say, when you attach fascism to Trump's name, that is a slap in the face to all the Jews who were exterminated under fascist law.
Fascism
from
doesn't
Hitler.
just have to do with Jews. Donald Trump is
it was
absolutely...
Hitler. When you think of fascism, you think of two people. You think of Hitler and you think of Mussolini, who killed millions and millions of people. Trump is not that.
What's your definition of fascism?
I would say
wanna hear it.
fascism is a one person or one party who is silencing and who is demeaning and who is, I guess you would say, opposing and silencing any other opposition.
It's kind of right.
I know
I'd
it's
say
more nuanced to that.
I'd say a better definition is a far-right authoritarian ideology with one leader at the top with a cult of personality who forcibly suppresses opposition, as you said, but at the same time, he erodes democratic norms and there's hyper-militarization involved, military in the streets. Do you disagree with any of that?
I agree with you that Trump did send in the National Guard
which one of
right
those,
to Chicago.
Which one of those descriptions does not describe Trump? Out of all those terms.
I would say that Trump I guess you say, what are his motives behind doing
Wait,
these
no,
certain
no.
things,
I
right?
gave
'Cause
you
you're
a def-
asking me.
I gave
no,
you
no,
a
no,
definition.
you're saying these things.
No, 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 no.
Yes.
You were pressing me on the definition of fascism.
Okay.
So I gave you a few qualities. Which of those qualities does not describe
Okay,
Trump?
say those qualities one more time.
It is a far-right authoritarian ideology with one leader at the top who is a cult of
Okay.
personality. He forcibly suppresses opposition. They like hyper-militarization
Okay, so
and
forcibly,
eroding.
I disagree with forcibly doing that. Give me an example right now about forcibly.
You know, a really good example is lately Jimmy Kimmel was taken off air by the FCC
Okay,
because
see,
the FCC.
I knew we were gonna go here with Jimmy Kimmel.
Wait, listen, no.
That's not.
Did you hear? You know who the FCC commissioner is?
Yes. Okay.
Who is it?
No, I actually don't know exactly who it is, but I know what.
It is Brendan Carr. So if you don't know
Okay.
who it is, then you might not know that Brendan Carr said in an interview, we can do this the easy way or we can do this the hard way. It was essentially
Okay.
a mobster threat. Other than that, Donald Trump has attacked law firms. He has attacked universities. Jimmy Kimmel might not be the best example because he's a late night show host, but it is a
get
glaring example.
I
so,
get it.
Yeah.
Right. I would disagree with you. And what do you mean by like forcibly, right? Because you're attaching fascism to Trump, right? When we attach fascism, we attach that to Hitler and Mussolini. Jimmy Kimmel, him taking Jimmy Kimmel, he didn't have anything direct to do with taking Jimmy Kimmel off of air. The reason why Jimmy Kimmel got taken off of air is because nobody likes Jimmy Kimmel. I've maybe
let's
laughed
talk
3
about
or
the
4
word
times at
forcibly.
Jimmy Kimmel. He's not that funny.
Let's talk about the word forcibly then. Forcibly doesn't mean through violence. It could be using the state, using the government or your position of power to try to suppress the opposition. Donald Trump has spent his entire political career acting like the Democratic Party shouldn't exist. You know Act Blue, the fundraising
Biden
PAC?
and Obama have done the same things. What
How
are you
so?
talking
So,
about?
okay.
It's not about forcibly.
Let me
It's
ask you.
What has Trump done
Let me
to
ask you.
forcibly remove the opposition?
Yep, sorry,
okay, he's
towards the
spoken
intro.
against the press. Yeah,
Can I ask you a
every
question?
president has done that of all time. They've spoken against the opposition press. But that doesn't mean he's forcibly removed somebody from that position.
Last month, Donald Trump sent out a Truth Social post towards Pam Bondi. Do you know what I'm talking
Yes,
about?
yes.
He said, Pam, I want you to indict these 3 people and move fast. What happened is Eric Siebert, the federal prosecutor from the Eastern
Okay.
District of
Give me
Virginia,
one second,
then was
so
forced to resign. Forcibly resign, not through violence,
Imagine
but
it was
through
in normal
pressure.
this whole time, so you have to
Then you see
re-clear.
2 of the 3 people that Donald Trump
No, I
named
made sure.
indicted
That's the first
for
thing I did when I
random
formed the
stuff.
raid.
Letitia James. And then you have James Comey, who got indicted. We also just saw John Bolton indicted. Can I ask you, is indicting your political opponents for speaking up against
So,
They did the
a little
exact
bit
same things to Trump.
Who's they?
The left party,
Strategy
the Democratic
wise.
Party has
A
done the same
grand
things.
jury in New
They
York?
tried
Don't
to
feed.
Grand jury in New York. Who's
no.
they?
See, now we're getting into those jury things where they
This
use political
ground
power to go
marker
after
for
Trump
Star.
because they were afraid of him. They were afraid of what he was going to do
The-
to America.
Biden ever
right?
tweet
Frost
as
walls
Attorney
spawn
General
in the
and say,
same
"Hey,
spot
Merrick
every
Garland."
time. So the one on Star, and I'll move it up a little bit, is the one that needs to die first. So the one on Star is the one we kill every time to start us off. And then based on which way we have to go next for the maze phase is the next one we'll kill. But it just allows DPS to focus on one wall. They all share the same health, each section does. So with 3 sections total, we'll always be killing Star. The next thing is there's a the debuff needs to tick a little, like a disease, it needs to tick a little bit longer on people. That's what spawns the eyes. The lower the debuff on the person before they get dispelled, the longer that debuff runs, the fewer eyes we'll have at the end. That person will take a little bit of extra damage.
A better
But
one than everyone.
yeah. So we may, instead of getting
So
like,
pop a small defensive so you don't take as much damage, I guess.
yeah, probably be the play there. The main defensive uses are going to be during the light phases. We should only get 2 light phases if we're cranking. So I'll vamp during the first light phase, and we'll probably go ahead and use Zay's devotion. That way we'll just go ahead and get through that really healthy. We have been doing really good on lights, but the faster we get out of there and the less damage we take, because everybody's taking a lot of damage, the better off we'll be. Also, we can stay with the same roles we have had. The only thing to really consider is you really want at least 3 people in the beams. So 1 person, 1 range needs to join the tanks in yellow. Actually, no, tanks in yellow is fine. Tanks are good. But we do need at least 3 people in the blue beam. So if a healer has a red beam, 1 other ranged DPS needs to run into the blue beam. I'll try to stay in the blue beam in general unless I have a different beam. But generally, blue beam should be both healers. Looks like Plain Jane's back up and running. Sweet. The only other thing is for the ice phase, we are going to be nuking the wall on Star first, but go ahead and save like Starfall and your big AoE cooldowns for that burn. And go ahead and pop a flask. And I'm going to be saving Halo for that big ass burn. Everyone's ready. Let's give it a try.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, sorry.
Move your gazes out. Horse, watch your feet.
Danger, danger. 5, 4, 3,
Lights
2,
coming out.
1.
We'll move over to blue. Red, go ahead and start moving.
Big ad. Kill big ad.
Oh, that's yeah.
Go ahead and get Ash.
Kill
back.
big ad. Kill big ad. Kill big ad. Run out. Watch your feet. Danger, danger.
Oh,
Jesus, and forward.
yeah, that's light. Stop, bro. You need it.
Can you
No,
indict
because
these three
Biden
people?
wasn't even in charge of the presidency.
Okay, so Biden
he
could
was
be
not even
phased.
making those things.
All
Yeah.
things considered, pretty quick on the Reds.
I don't know. So that was great.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. All three of those games like were on top of each other. They
Yeah,
kind
that's
of
what.
absolutely melted Blight.
Yeah, that kind of fucking sucked. Because they,
Sadie, nice to meet you. I'm Adam.
So I want
like,
to
people
touch
have
on
to
your
eat the
forceful
yellow
suppression of the
bean, but when they're all
opposition as
stacked like
defining
that,
fascism. So in
God.
my understanding, I think that the leftist party
If you
is
got knocked off, you probably have to run
conservatives.
back.
So we're talking about
Yeah.
Charlie Kirk's assassination.
Short
We're
run.
writing, engraving on the bullets, "Catch fascist." I think that shows
Can you
more of a
define
fascism
leftist-
over here.
Can you define what you mean by leftist party? Because I think
Before,
that
like when
conservatives are
the
very
when
good at
the
individual responsibility,
beam
and when you're
phase
placing the
starts,
blame on an entire
it like flashes where all the ads are. Try and pay attention to it, especially if you have the red beam on you, so that you can like start on one of them, or like call out if there's like an easy one to stand by, kind of thing. Like just, I think it helps a lot if we just start on one, because then you just have to find two quick, burn them quick.
Yeah. I usually see them, but there's no way for me to mark them fast. I think there might be an add-on that marks them all, but I don't have that, or a weak card.
Might be worth looking for. That'd be pretty convenient.
Yeah.
Does attacking the wall from multiple sides help the damage, or no?
No.
Yes. No?
Well,
Are
I
you
mean,
sure?
no. So,
do you mean
it doesn't matter what side. Yeah,
So,
it doesn't matter what side you're on.
Okay, yeah, that's the question I was.
Yeah, like the different health bars of the one side share, but not the three sides.
Yeah,
They're-
so you
they're
can.
separate,
Yeah, I can put my dot on 3 of them, but it
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
matter if we don't need to split the raid so that the damage is coming from both sides.
No, you just need to AoE super hard. If the walls are bugged where you cannot target them, then cleave off the boss.
Yeah.
Honestly, Ellie Shaman's like busted for the walls, but what?
I mean, I can go
Well-
Ellie if you want me to.
I think we're good with the comp right now. I can heal maybe. We'll try out a couple of pulls, get the ice walls, and see with everybody holding their AoE how it goes.
If we're super struggling, I can swap out my Tiger for Russian Jade Wind.
5, 4,
Big blast.
3, 2, 1.
When your gate is very nice. Force. 1 second.
Danger, danger. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Lights coming out.
Red on you.
Blue's over here
blue.
next to her.
Yeah, I've
Blue,
got one of the
you're
reds.
safe. You're safe.
Rainier's by one of the reds.
Kill Big Ad. Kill Big Ad. Kill Big Ad. Kill Big Ad. Kill Big Ad.
Get that last.
I ripped.
Danger, danger.
Wandering eyes. Get these eyes. Force coming
ripped
out
again.
soon.
I'm just gonna auto.
Save your AoE.
Oh my bad, I'm such an idiot. I'm on I was on
Watch your feet.
not defensive stance.
Oh,
That's crazy.
that'll do it.
All right, go ahead and stack onto after this force. Go ahead and get on star.
What about the
Build
on
up.
floor stance? Ha!
Big
Special
AoE.
coming.
Well,
Kill this
things
wall
are
on
bad.
star. Uh-oh.
Both tanks are down.
Keep breaking wall.
I'm in danger. Please, bro, please.
Watch your feet.
Oh, Lord. Oh, we're dead.
Watch your feet.
Yeah. Didn't quite get the walls. Shit.
5.
Yeah, we could have killed the wall we killed first last. Because we
Yeah.
didn't need to cross it. I mean, actually, maybe some people were stuck on the left side, but I think most of us were on the right side.
That was supposed to.
I was on
Yeah.
the left.
That's
I think
sort of.
we should offset the yellow marker just a little bit so that we kind of pick a side that we're all on.
Okay.
Like be to
Yes.
the right of star or left of star, whatever.
So there is a healing debuff going out on the tanks. They try to stagger. It usually drops during that phase. So we'll move this mark. So yeah, that stack they get on
because
them,
one
it's called hard
22-year-old
gaze.
dude killed somebody, which is obviously tragic.
The reason why
And what do you
Blights
mean by
never fell
leftist
off
party?
is because they were
Yeah, so
swapping
we
back
have
and forth there.
Kamala
Blights would have
Harris
fallen off at one
calling
point.
Trump supporters
And it would have been a lot easier to heal.
Trump supporters fascist.
Yeah, that was
When
my
you have
bad.
these
I
big
don't
leaders
know when it
calling
switched to battle stance for some
individuals
reason.
fascist, and then that is getting
Definitely
tagged
hard
by
gaze.
conservatives
We,
as a whole.
we've
So I
all
think the leftist
we've all
party
had
is
our
actually
moments.
very good
All of
about
Wrath of the
saying
Lich
one
King
thing
was
about
mine.
one person, and then this is getting spread to
Oh
everyone.
no.
So back to what
I
I'm
never
saying about
remembered to
Charlie
put on
Kirk. So when
fucking
Charlie Kirk got assassinated saying
fascist, I think that's a
Cross
very
presence,
good,
whatever it was my
good
turn to tank.
example of fascism. And then you want to talk about the
Can I
two-
ask you, is your position that people in power should not be calling the opposition party fascists or Gestapo or Hitler? Donald Trump
yeah,
called
you
Kamala
change
Harris
specs and
Joe
reset your
Biden
presences
fascists
every
a dozen
time.
times throughout the campaign trail. He called
I
them
forgot about
Gestapo,
that.
and only one politician has called Donald
Oh
Trump
no,
Hitler,
I would swap
and
to
it's
blood to
J.D.
do
Vance,
damage
his vice
whenever I
president.
was
And
off.
which party has that stuck to? That's stuck to conservatives. Fascism has stuck to conservatives consistently. You have all this violence on college campuses saying that they're calling Turning Point Target Practice USA.
That's messed
Posting
up.
photos of us with red X's on
That's
our
not
face,
okay.
with dots on our neck. So how are you to
Who's
say
they?
Gazes
though?
out,
Random
run 'em up.
unhinged people? Do you think unhinged
random
people exist
unhinged
on both
leftists,
sides?
random unhinged
Do you think
leftists?
unhinged right-wing supporters exist or no?
Absolutely, I think there's some on both
Because-
sides, but that's why I'm saying you can't say forcible suppression of the opposition is tagged only onto Trump because that's coming from the left side as well.
Okay, let me ask you then. I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked
Danger,
Scotty. When Donald Trump sent a
Watch
True
feet.
Social post
5,
with 3 names in the
4,
post, and 2 of those
3,
names have been indicted over the
2,
past month, is there
1.
any analog to
Yellow
the
on
Biden
red.
administration sending out open posts to the Attorney General Merrick
I'm
Garland and
red.
asking people to be indicted?
I honestly am not completely knowledgeable on what exactly.
Okay,
you're
so
talking
Donald
about.
Trump has spent the past 9 months in office trying to consolidate
Kill
power
Big
among
Ed.
every single institution, not just by appointing loyalists, but by trying to target law firms that are Democratic, universities. Act Blue, which is the main fundraising PAC for the Democratic Party,
Kill Big
has
Ed.
recently been they're investigating, trying to sue them because they want to take
Go
down
back to where you started
any
a little bit
mechanism
farther.
that
That's
helps
where the last one
Democratic
is.
Party.
Let's talk about
So
universities.
is that forcibly suppressing
It's like
the
by
opposition party when
blue.
you're trying
I don't
to?
know if
Kill
I'd
Big
exactly say forcible suppression. It
He's
depends on
using
exactly
these-
how you're saying it. Because, like we were saying, when you are attaching the term fascist, you're talking about Nazis. You're talking about specifically Nazis. And when they say
Danger,
oppression,
Not just Nazis.
I'm saying
Watch feet.
specifically for what I'm saying. The suppression of the opposition, when they're calling Trump Hitler, they're calling
Who's
conservatives.
they? J.D. Vance?
How
I'm
do you
sorry,
can't
leftists.
hit the
When the
wandering
leftists-
eye
Which
for a
leftist
second
politician? Can you name
before?
I think
Yeah.
you're moving the goalposts.
just
Wait, no.
there.
Can you name one leftist politician who has called Trump Hitler?
It's every.
Get your
single-
gazes
it's
out
like-
and
So
get
you
on
shouldn't
to,
be throwing this out when no leftist politicians
Start.
have actually called
And you're
Trump
throwing
Hitler.
out the term fascism.
Danger,
Is
danger.
saying that an election
Watch
was
feet.
stolen when it wasn't fascism? Wait, do you think the 2020 election was stolen?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know because I'm not I'm
And
not up in
honestly,
power to
this
find
proves
that
my
out.
point. Trump is causing a rise of fascism in our generation. I would never say that you're a fascist, but I think there is a normalization of an ideology
wrong
where
gaze.
people are denying elections. You
Eyes
don't
coming
even know
now.
if the 2020 election was stolen. This isn't America. The 2020 election was not stolen.
You've been eliminated by the majority. Could you please return
Thank you.
to
That was
the
great.
Special coming.
Perfect.
We're good.
Nice to meet you as well.
So you keep saying Trump is a fascist, and you just keep throwing that term around.
I didn't say that. I said he's
Yeah.
causing a rise of fascism in our generation. I would consider him a fascist, though. Yeah.
He's not a fascist because a fascist is one party rule.
Keep
There's
AOing.
2 parties in the United States. It's not one party, and he's not using violence to control power. It's not like after 2028, you're never going to see Trump again. His 2-term limit is over. That's not fascism. If you want to see fascism, go to the Middle East. I'm Egyptian. If you want to see fascism, I can show you what fascism is. When the president
Okay, you said
psyops
fascism is one-party control.
Yes.
Donald Trump has spent
Nice.
the past decade acting like the
We-
opposition party
Gamers?
shouldn't exist. Caroline Leavitt just the other day said the entire Democratic voter base is
Watch.
Hamas terrorists, criminals, and illegal
5,
immigrants. Stephen
4,
Miller says the Democratic Party is not a
2,
party; it is a
Hold
domestic
here and then
extremist
spread when you speak.
organization. Donald
Just
Trump,
wait.
wait, listen. Donald Trump has called my side Nats, the enemy within, and people who need to be taken care of. He's trying
Spread
to get
back
the
out.
military to boo Obama and liberals. So Donald Trump, over the past decade, does not want the Democratic Party to exist. That's why they're targeting Act Blue.
So you're
That's why they're
telling me,
targeting
so
our
you're
fundraising
telling me
mechanisms.
that he doesn't have the
We
right
will
to
have
criticize
walls
the
on this
Democratic
light.
Party at all?
That's not criticizing the party. That's using your power to take
So it's
down
not slow us down a
But
little
the
bit?
Democratic Party, they tried to impeach him twice.
And also-
isn't that fascism? Why are you trying to
Wait, the
impeach him
wait,
twice?
hold
He's
up.
acquitted twice.
Hold up. You think it's fascism to go through the proper
No,
processes to
I
impeach
think
somebody?
what is
Wait a minute.
When one party controls the narrative. When you had Twitter,
Same
when you
play,
had
work on
Just
start,
go
and
back
then
one
call that
second.
out.
Impeaching somebody is not
Red
fascism.
team,
Impeaching
big
somebody is
Yes,
going
but
through the proper
deliberately
blue.
making a false narrative around him. That's what they did.
Oh, if you want
That's
to talk
what they
about
did.
Watch
false
tanks.
narratives,
No, they
let's
did a
talk about the
false
2020
narrative.
election because
Habibi, listen,
you came
listen.
in here. Listen,
Listen,
you
calm
came
down,
in here.
calm down. Like, take a deep breath. اهدى شوية. اهدى شوية, okay? Let me tell you, okay?
Spin that
When you
around,
have
keep
one
AOE.
party-
I just get mad at terrible talking points. I'm so sorry.
Listen. You know, you take a deep breath. So when you have a party, one party controlling the narrative on
Keep
social media,
AOE.
and they were telling when there was pre-COVID.
Wait, who owns
Everybody
Twitter?
can't hear you.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk, but
Who
that's
just bought
free.
TikTok? Right wingers. Who owns
Uh-huh.
Facebook? Mark
Sorry, I
Zuckerberg.
jumped
Oh,
Okay,
up
but
Meta.
they
guys.
switched
So what
the
do you
narrative.
mean?
They switched narrative based on who's in who's in power. So right now you got
Bad
Trump,
revealed, good
right?
wall,
You're
good
saying
ad.
he's a fascist. Is that
If
your
Donald
claim?
Trump
What's
could
your
have-
claim? That America's going to be a fascist nation? Is that your claim?
No, my claim is that Trump is causing a rise of fascism in our generation.
Any
And you know
cooldowns?
what? Sitting in this room proves it because you guys are all
it's
blind
not.
to
Eat
the
your
fact.
stuff.
Because
You're
you
blind
haven't
to
been
the
to the-
fact that
have you been to the
2020
Middle East?
I'm
Have you
Syrian,
been
but
to
I
the-
haven't been to the Middle East. No.
Okay, have you been to the Have you seen
Kill
fascism
the
in
Sag, yeah.
Syria when they're killing Christians? Just because they're
fuck.
That's fascism.
Someone
That's
just-
fascism.
someone
When
just
you kill
claimed-
people.
Get Ash
You see
Corpo.
Trump
Someone
killing
just claimed that fascism can only mean Hitler or Mussolini, so now there's
No,
a
I'm
broader
saying-
definition.
no,
Second
you guys
post.
understand this.
No, no.
Okay, thank you. Thank God.
No,
You
get
guys
Ash Corpo.
understand it.
It means
Okay,
fascism
go on,
is
start.
attributed to those people because they
I have
kill
it, I have it, I have
They
it.
kill people. Trump is not killing
Fascism
anyone.
doesn't just mean you kill
Yes,
people.
It's one party sign everyone off, and they're trying to
What
control
killed me?
Do you
the
think if
whole
Donald Trump
population.
I think
had
my
it,
eye
do you think
killed-
if Donald Trump and Stephen Miller had it their way, they would let the Democratic Party exist, or do you think they would go after
New walls.
opponents, fundraising mechanisms, et cetera, et cetera? Which one?
No, what Trump is doing is
Special
Big
permit
AOE.
by the group. You may return to the seat.
Thanks, AB.
Please take it off him.
Yeah, we gotta break this wall fast.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Adam. Ethan.
Ethan.
So
You're gonna be going
I wanna get
left, break the
started
left wall.
with talking about how you're saying
Get this off me,
sitting
please.
in this room with all of us who are
I know,
blind
come on,
to
let me
the truth
fucking-
or whatever is proving your point about the rise of fascism. It seems that you
Yeah.
are doing exactly what people have been saying and applying
Oh,
this
we're
label
good.
to
Wonder
so
Nice
many
Veins.
scenarios, like
No.
going with a
Oh,
broad brush.
amazing. Of
Yeah.
course it
And
is.
it makes me wonder if
I don't feel like
you really
I have
use
the
fascism
AOE
in
for
the
that.
way in like
which
how the
is
word
amazing
means, or if you're using it as like a
considering
manipulation technique to silence
But-
all.
My intention is
Well,
never
Well, we don't
to
need to break
No,
the entire
don't-
party
all
as
of them.
fascist or anyone in
Don't
this room as
blizzard,
fascist. I
because
don't
you're
think
only going to
anyone
hit like
is.
2 of the
But I think that
targets.
there's
You
a
want to
blindness
multi-dot
and
and
there's
then
a
just
normalization
cleave
of
with
fascism.
your.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Was the
I
2020
would say not even
election
that. You only
stolen,
need
or
to
was it
kill
not?
one of
Was
them,
it
right?
legit?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, but I'm just
See,
saying
no,
like
no,
it's
wait,
AOE,
you
but
think
it's like
elections
AOE
can
if
be
you have
stolen.
Let me finish
You
my
think
point.
it's
like
impossible
me
for
and
elections
Hachi
to
where
be
we
Of
can
course,
like
but in
dot
the United
everything.
States,
Like
Donald
it's
Trump then
it's
took
like really
60 cold
wide
cases,
AOE.
60 cases of
If your
election
AOE
fraud.
is like
Well,
a
the other-
blizzard,
Every
then
single
it's
one
only hitting like
legally
2, maybe
after he
3
went to the courts
targets,
legally.
and that's
What he did
you might as well just
is that didn't
dot
work.
and cleave
so
at
then
that point.
he called election
Right.
officials, you know, Brad
Well, you
Rogers,
might
who
be able
was
to
the
actually-
leader of this phone
frustrating
call.
is it
He
isn't
said,
such
"Can
a
you
pain
find
in
me
the ass to
11,000
click
votes?"
because you
After
can't
that didn't
tab
work,
target.
He tried a
I
fake
think you're
election.
So you
Blizzard
have
rating
to
along what
manually
you
go out
missed
there
on
and
that
click,
phone
which
call.
I'm
Okay,
not
then
used
after
to
that,
doing.
he
I
tried a fake
almost
electors
never
scheme. You've
use
heard of
click
this, right? He
targeting,
tried to gather fake
except to
electors in
click on
7
like the
states to
boss
override the real electors.
health
After
bar
that,
over on
didn't
the right
work.
side of
January
the
6th happened. I know
screen
everyone's
to
going to sigh at this, but
reacquire the
do you know what was
boss.
happening inside the Capitol on January 6th?
What was happening?
Do you know
So,
what was happening
like,
inside
trying
the
to get my dots on
They
3
were,
things
like,
and have
ratifying
effective
or
DPS
affirming like the
suck.
election.
I mean, like,
Pence
you
was
can-
certifying the
Yeah,
results of the
There's
election.
like there's like
And what were the people chanting outside?
8
There was a
or
group of people
9
chanting, "Hang Mike
walls
Pence."
per
So wait,
wall,
when
so that
Trump-
you can click
wait,
one
wait,
near
let me
the
finish.
boss,
When
one
Trump
in the
said
middle,
election
one
was stolen
far to the
before it
edge,
even happened,
so that you
and
don't
then he stood
accidentally
on
click the
stage
same
when
one.
Can you
50%
click
of
on
votes
the
were counted and
wall?
said,
I've been
"I
clicking
won
on
this
those
election,"
stupid
and
little
then he calls
balls.
election officials. And then on
Yeah,
January 6th,
you click
the
on
day
the
they're
wall.
certifying the
Oh.
votes,
I
people
think I'm
riot.
getting the point.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you get what I'm saying.
Like,
I-
there's
The balls are the
and
wall.
now I'm sitting in a room of
But-
people who don't even know.
I just
United
click on
States
their
for
health
seconds.
bars. Look at
Okay,
health bars
so-
enabled.
Yeah,
How do you feel
if you have
about
health
that
Well,
bars
I
report
have
that
enabled,
came out
Plater
showing
too,
that
but
there was like
Plater hasn't
274
worked for
FBI
me
informants in the
in
crowd on January
ages.
6th?
I've
think
been
it's
using
just
Slater
hilarious
this
that
whole
Trump put out
time.
a tweet saying Biden's FBI did that when it
The
was
other
Trump's
thing
FBI.
that you
Okay,
could
who's
potentially
FBI?
try,
Who's
I'm
FBI?
not
The
sure if
same
it'll work.
FBI
I
that
think you
literally,
can
like,
shatter
colluded
proc
against
off
him
of
with
the
Russian
eyes
agents?
No,
and
no,
the
who's
walls
FBI?
with your pet.
That would be very nice.
What was this in 2020?
Why
It
not?
was-
2021.
I
Sorry.
mean,
That
it
way
was
you're
the
getting
FBI
some
under
big,
Trump.
clean
Okay, so it was the
had
FBI
no
cross
under
bolts
Trump.
coming out.
So how do you
Or
feel about
whatever.
Trump's FBI
High
doing that?
sense
How
stuff.
do you feel about about the whole Russiagate thing that the FBI peddled to like. Try
Hutch, do you think it's worth it for me to sack my kitty for Russian Jade Wind?
I think we're getting the walls fine, unless it's just towards the end, like that light phase of the walls was that hurt a lot. I was so focused on the walls, we weren't killing the eyes, and then I think I got kicked by eyes. Everybody else is getting chomped by them too. Oh yeah, the wandering eyes devourer was just chomping them.
For the second wall, at least for me, like my 3-minute cooldowns came off just around that time. So like definitely save your 3-minute cooldowns for that wall, and then just like AoE blast the wall, and then try and like get the wall bursted down as much as we can, so that we can just do the beams as normal.
It's in the documents that she released.
So like
People can read it for themselves.
because I think about The eye
Furthermore,
phase
it's not
is 3
just that,
minutes,
but
so like
you have,
just
the
hold
deputy
off until the
director of
wall's up
FBI.
before using it again.
Who tried to pin Trump for treason? Like, who exactly was this? You got to be
Yeah.
specific with your claim.
It was the.
Other than
FBI,
that, I
CIA,
mean, we get through
and
that
former
second light
Obama
phase, and then it's all
administration
balls to the
officials
wall.
that
If we
were
get a little more
investigating
damage
the
on the
Trump
ball
campaign
during that,
up to the election.
we should be
You've
good.
been eliminated by the majority.
Yeah, that was a pretty
Nice to
good
meet
pull.
you.
That was
That was a great
29%.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely have this fight with a little bit of cleaning up. I completely jacked up my
How
opener
you
too
doing?
last time.
Great to meet you.
4,
Nice to meet you, Miguel.
3,
All right.
It was all
Well,
me.
I guess I have a few questions.
Sure.
I want to start with you seem to be kind of in newsland, and I kind of want to come back down to reality.
Sure.
So I'm a college student at UC Berkeley. I've had a student, it's documented online on Instagram, come up to me after class, vaguely threaten me, and say a bunch of stuff.
That's terrible.
Yeah,
Sorry about
university
that.
does absolutely nothing. I filed a report. I did everything. Wasn't even removed from my classes, and this is all documented and up online.
Start taking
so
the,
I, as a student,
never
don't
mind, y'all
have
already
the
got it.
freedom to go share my opinions. The day Charlie Kirk died, we requested security. The university turned down our request for security. These are
Orson
the
too?
real examples of fascism that we see every single
Are
day.
you trying to equate one random?
Danger,
No,
danger.
Wait, no, hold on. Are you trying to
4,
equate one random college
Light
student who I
suit?
condemn?
No.
Who I think is with Donald Trump using his power to try
Blue's
to
over here now.
consolidate as much of
Blue just
no,
stayed
no,
there.
Okay, so what are you trying to say?
So I'm
Just
trying to
stay
say that
put.
there's a
It's
system
on
at the
you.
university here that's set up against
By
conservative
system, do you
students.
mean one student?
Just let me
No,
know.
I mean that there's a
Go
system
up.
that I reported this person to and nothing happened.
that's
and this is
fascism
part
to
of
you.
this is part and
Then
parcel
after
of
that one, go to the
stifling
right.
conservative speech on
Kill
campuses.
Big
And
Ed.
my point here is, and we saw back in the 2020 election, the suppression of the Hunter Biden story. I don't think the election was
not
actually,
what the fog
you know,
said.
ballots were thrown in and it was rigged. I don't believe that.
So you think it? So wait, you do or you don't? Sorry.
I do not believe that.
You don't think
do
the
not
election was
One
stolen?
bugger,
There's
man.
probably a few people here who disagree with you. Does that
Kill
worry you
Big
at
Ed.
all?
I think it's slightly worrying, but
It's slightly worrying that people think the election was
Run
stolen
out.
because they were
I think it's
convinced
much
by
more
the
concerning
president.
that when I table on my campus, I have students telling me that Charlie
Watch
Kirk
your
deserved to
feet.
die,
Eyes up.
throwing up
Danger,
L's in my
danger.
face, laughing
Listen,
at me.
that's
Watch your
terrible, but
feet.
you can't equate one or a few random students.
You're
I
equating
rolled out of
versus
that.
the
The
people
president
That's
of the
crazy.
United States convinced a large portion of the country
Is
the
it
election was
water?
stolen when it wasn't.
So
I
want-
It is.
condemn
on your claim.
these
Just go to the
random-
edge and
I just wanna
click
say
on the
this.
screen.
Try, yeah.
You're saying that this is fascism. Can you provide your definition
So
of
this
mine
is
as no
this is
less?
Lingering.
So I would say there's a few definitions, and I think all of them are.
Do you
pretty
like
valid.
There you go.
Can you repeat your character?
Sure, I'm
Actually,
gonna
I
give you a
because
big ol'
you wanted to talk
smooch in
about
the forehead
why
after
he's
this.
fascist, and that's
It's
what I
Bubba.
have the
In our
biggest problem with.
generation.
Because
Promise.
your claim isn't that Trump is a
Promise.
fascist. Your claim is that Trump has contributed to the rise of fascism.
yeah, that's
Wait,
what
Why
I'm
nice.
do
saying.
all the fascist
get
people in
back
American
to
politics hate Donald Trump? Why did Fuentes not vote for Donald Trump? Why
Start
did-
playing in
why
the
did all
area?
people
Just
who are
watch.
openly claiming, Mehdi Hassan, you saw that Jubilee surrounded.
I was
video.
gonna say, wait a minute.
Why
that-
do
Ice walls
all these
now.
people who are openly admitting that they're fascist? Why does not a single one of them support Donald
Yeah,
Trump?
you
They
have
are
to
openly
click
admitting
on
that
the
they're
little
fascist, and a lot of them do
Special
support Donald Trump.
balls.
Number one,
No,
the people in that
I have
episode were
spoken with these people.
conservatives. Number one, but number two.
Conservatives-
And I can't even-
Oh, I see what
But
you're
also,
saying. I didn't
what
even
about
notice
the
this, I'll be
Politico
honest.
story that released?
Okay,
Did you
so now
read
we're
that?
taking
Yeah.
your point.
We might lose
You're
Jim.
understand.
He's
You need
Wait,
to-
walked off
I'm
by
not
a
changing the
wall.
point. You asked. No. You
We're
asked
going
me.
left.
Unless you want to contain it to one
Let's
Jubilee
go. Let's go.
episode.
Go to the.
Let me finish.
Taking the
Unless you
wrong
want to
wall.
contain the people we're talking about to
Oh,
one
I fucked
Jubilee
up.
episode.
I could've saved
young
him, blooming
people,
dumbass.
Not only young
Damn.
Republicans, but young conservatives. Sure, they are turning to fascism at a high rate. Do you condemn what was in that group chat?
What group chat? Oh, the
The
YR
Politico
that got
group chat.
leaked.
Yeah.
I would personally
Well-
condemn what was said in that group chat.
And what was said in that
If-
group chat?
if
Wait,
it
wait.
was-
Can you tell me what was said in that group chat?
Yeah, so they
Still
they
pretty good
described
damage on the
black
wall,
people
all
as
things
watermelon people. They say
considered.
they love
Like,
Hitler.
first
They-
one
they
came
say a lot
down
of
pretty
weird- what do they say
fast.
about gas
Didn't
chambers?
get
I felt like we
by
were
the second.
You're getting such
Third
a-
one's
Okay,
almost
wait a
dead.
minute. And these weren't just young
Yeah.
Republicans.
See, I
These were
felt
like
like we were
20, 30,
pumping
40
too
year
at
olds.
the
Can I
beginning
respond?
because I
These
think
were
he
20,
was
30,
2 or
40 year olds,
3%
and
lower
some
than
of them
he's
were
been
state
the first
senators.
couple of
So
polls.
younger
Wow.
people seem to be inclined towards
Yeah, I think
fascism.
so too. Yeah, I think he was like 60 something last time.
Yes, and all these people don't like Donald
Yeah.
Trump. It's
Those
a-
were
Oh,
young
I'm all red.
Let me
Republicans, dude.
finish speaking, okay?
Yes.
Okay. So it was a reality.
Oh, somebody can choose you up here.
All right, thank you.
Hell yeah, brother. Me too.
Jeeps!
I've got a juice.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Hello.
Hi, nice to meet you.
But yeah,
I'm
no, it's
Sarah.
a
So I'm a lot more concerned about the rise of violence.
Definitely a
left-wing
doable-
rhetoric among Gen Z than so-called
I was gonna say,
fascism.
definitely a
because
doable
I'm
heroic.
sorry if you think like that chat was.
Thank God
any
Life
sort-
Drain's
like,
been
that
bugged
meant
since
that
week 1.
Fascism is on
Yeah, Yeah,
ride.
no.
It's like you've never been at
We'll
college.
take Don't have to deal with that
Like,
mechanic.
It's called making edgy jokes. Okay?
Wait a minute. You
And
make those types of jokes?
I don't personally, but like that's
Okay.
like
At this point, I'm
every
just hoping they don't
fan
fix this
ever
week
has,
10.
made a joke
Like,
like
don't
that.
say
Yeah, they're gonna
feature.
randomly fix it, and
Okay,
they're
so
like,
no one will actually admit it because
everyone's gonna be
it's
like, wait, what the
kind of
fuck?
weird to make those types of-
Everyone makes those types. And
I mean,
that's
somebody
like
has to
your
stand
male
it.
friends
Siege.
if you've like never
No,
been in a room where
releases.
people
My male
like,
friends
say
tell-
the N-word as a joke. Like It's
No,
like
my male
everyone
friends-
does that, and you know it's true. And it's like,
No,
if not, you're probably
not
surrounded
everyone
by
does
like
that.
homosexuals. 'cause-
Okay,
That'd be
my
funny
male
if they
friends and I
fixed
tell each other to
together
like
and
kill
mixed
themselves. We do funny stuff.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah,
nice.
the Jeeves,
Well,
I forgot.
We don't
It's a
say,
joke.
we don't
Your
say
boy's
The
broken.
difference
off to the
is
gas
that-
chamber.
The difference is that young leftists genuinely worshipped the murder of Charlie Kirk and Luigi Mangione, who are people committing
you.
genuine acts of violence, and they
Can we
genuinely
get
condone that. So
a
that's the big difference.
Soulstones
Because
again,
I mean,
please?
I saw literally graffiti
Sorry, I
on
meant
college
to,
campuses saying "kill all
I know
Charlie
you've been
Kirks."
putting them down
They are
every time.
inciting violence, and that is a
Actually
totally
used it
like
that time.
normalized thing to say to like
Okay.
celebrate the fact. And that's serious. And the political group chat was a joke, and you know
you.
that.
Okay, so your concession is that, you know, people talk like fascists in private sometimes, but you're worried
Sorry, I'll
that
do one more
leftists
check.
are using increasingly violent rhetoric, like the people.
Just
you're
checking my
talking about.
pop-up.
Because
One
one
more
thing is
intellect
serious
buff
and one
out.
thing is a joke.
Okay, I want to ask you one thing: did one Democratic
On
politician
you.
support what Luigi did? Can you name any actual
Everybody's
Democratic politician?
good. Let's get a big
No, but it doesn't
blast.
Okay,
matter
so
because
on the
you're,
other side-
you're talking about the rise of the generation. You're not
No, no, no.
talking about politicians in
No,
their
no, no.
speech. You're
I
talking
am
about the
talking
rise.
about politicians as well. So on the other side.
Oh, now you're no.
No,
you're,
no, no, no. Let me clarify.
What about young leftists?
Let me
what about the violence that young leftists?
Let me
condone?
clarify very, very quickly.
That's
So you're
not even
trying to
a
point to
widespread,
young
you know it.
leftists on the left, but on the right, there are politicians in power. People like Stephen Miller, who says the Democratic Party is a domestic extremist organization. Caroline Levitt, just the other day, as I said that the entire base is Hamas terrorists and
Lingering is
criminals.
up.
So when you have people in power on the right, wait, they're using this rhetoric and normalizing it that goes downstream. So
And you have
when this
left-wing media like
Goodbye,
MSNBC cheering
Pew.
backstage when Charlie Kirk was murdered.
Wait, so you think people are being murdered because of MSNBC?
Damn it, Pew.
You think
Yes.
MSNBC is
Because-
radical?
yes, I do.
The funny thing
MSNBC
is, too, I was
radical.
just about to
Absolutely.
comment,
What do
like,
you think is
oh
radical
man,
Horse.
people?
that's
Fuentes
so
or
nice
MSNBC?
for
Probably
hunters.
MSNBC.
Really?
That
More
they
so
can
than
leap
Nick
backwards.
Fuentes. I hear
Yeah.
someone laughing behind me. That's kind of.
Yellow on me.
But also, there is a fundamental
Blue beam
difference
on me
between
again.
people in power
Yeah,
using
blue
rhetoric
just stay
and
there.
random
Blue's
leftists.
fine.
Listen, I'm a young liberal, and
People, you know, Don Lemon just told people to
I didn't see the
shoot
red stuff.
ICE agents. They
Listen.
told Don Lemon just told
There's a red
illegal
to the
brown
left of
people
blue.
to grab guns so they
But-
can
Hey,
shoot ICE
bring it back,
agents when
bring-
they show up at their door.
Needs
Is
to
Don
die.
Lemon
I don't think we
not
need to
someone
be
in
united.
a position of power?
Okay.
as a young liberal, can I
Do you
just?
wait? Do you condone that?
What
Do you
Don
condone
We just have to
shooting? Yeah,
reveal
do you
them. Does
condone
it
No,
do
you should not
anything if
shoot
they're
ICE
not in the
agents. He said
beam?
that you should
Because
have a
like,
weapon.
Yeah.
I guess
Yes.
they're too far from it. They disappeared
And
yet.
up for illegal
Okay,
immigrants.
wait, can I
'cause
They
they're not
will-
allowed to
It doesn't
legally
seem
own
like it.
firearms.
They'll do
Can
a
I
big
clarify something?
explosion.
Can I clarify? He was talking about citizens.
That
because he said
caustic
they're
spike
arresting
that's
and
coming out?
detaining citizens. So if you watch
Not
that,
true, by
if
the
you
way.
watch that
Where's
clip,
the
he was
last
saying
one?
citizens. I hope there's one of those fact checks on screen because he was saying they're detaining citizens. So really quickly,
yippee!
Well,
wouldn't need to
fuck.
be shooting
I went
at
around
I don't think
one.
anyone should
I don't
shoot
know
ICE
what's going
agents.
on.
I went around a
Number
whole
one,
thing.
I'm not
And by
Don
the
Lemon.
way,
There was
that's
one
what
guy-
I'm
Get
saying.
res
That's a
protection.
There's
no,
one
that's
right
we're
to the
saying
left
left-wing
of
people
the
openly
blue
incite
beam,
violence
I thought.
against
Can I just
ICE
clarify?
agents.
Oh, there it
really
is.
quickly?
Videos all the
I'm
time.
a young liberal, and I completely wholeheartedly
Dang.
condemn anyone on my side who is
Well,
number one,
Yeah, try to
Hughes jumped off
overly
by
about
accident
Charlie Kirk.
anyway, so
Number two, saying
Yeah.
insane
Sure, yeah,
stuff.
but
about-
then
Try to
Patrick
stop on
Party.
them because
you
when
think- okay,
the
can you name
light's
one
not on them,
Democratic
they do cast
person
an
in
AoE on the
position of
raid.
power
I think
who said something about Charlie
it's taking
Kirk
like
that
a
was-
third
I
of
just
Zay's
said like
health.
half of the people on
from what I saw.
MSNBC, we saw
Just
the
watching
video.
them cast
the second
caustic
he died.
fog or
I don't know,
whatever.
because they're off camera. We heard the cheers the second
Okay,
he
well,
died.
You'll probably have
on
to
your
run in,
side,
buddy.
I can name Mike Lee, who made fun of Melissa Hortman after she died. I can name Donald Trump and Don Jr., who made fun of Nancy Pelosi. So just to back up, there is a
Great.
normalization of this type of ideology happening in our politics, and it's
Yeah,
due to
on
people
the
like
left.
Donald Trump. Okay,
We saw Luigi Mangione as a sex symbol.
Pause. Time out. We're done with this claim, so we need to move on to the next claim.
my next claim is, despite Trump's claims, the economy is not in a golden age. Got it. Nice to meet you.
I'm Riley.
Nice to meet you, Riley.
So why do you think Trump's economy isn't golden?
I don't think it's in a golden age. I think that he claims almost on a weekly basis that the economy is in a golden age and that we are bringing in trillions of dollars in tariffs, but that's not manifesting in any of the indicators. We can look at three in particular. Unemployment is up since Trump took office. Prices are rising, and manufacturing is down. Manufacturing was one of his big claims, but we can dig into any of those.
Yeah, so I would just like to talk about the tariffs first in general. So actually, when we increase tariffs, it's kind of proven that always at the beginning, inflation rises always a little spike and then eventually decreases. We can also see
wait
that
for Rhaenyra to
Trump
get
used to eventually
pajamaed.
in hopes to improve
Oh, sweet, we're
domestic
good.
manufacturing and self-reliance because, for example, we get about 60% of semiconductors and 90% of microchips from Taiwan. They're the leading manufacturer of those in the whole world. And currently they're at war with China. And if China takes over Taiwan, then we're in big trouble, right? So I would just kind of like to add that it's really important that and not only do tariffs help us get that self-reliance and create more jobs, we also can use tariffs to make more money and bring more money for our country because
dang, hit 530K
per that
not too
Biden's
bad.
team caused. So.
Yeah, let's start
Get
off
your
with the
gazes
first thing
out.
about tariffs reshoring manufacturing. They absolutely can be used to reshore certain industries into the United States, and that's a good point, but that's not how Trump's using them. He placed blanket tariffs
Force
on every
into-
single country
Watch your
except
feet.
for Russia and
Danger,
North Korea
danger.
for some odd effing reason. But then
5,
he has
4,
been kind of weird about
Lights
these
coming
tariffs. Like,
out.
there's no actual
1.
concessions that he's trying to get. He placed tariffs on countries that we had free
Kill
trade with.
Big Ad.
And then
Start
secondly,
here and go
when you do
clockwise.
tariffs,
Can I stop
wait,
it?
really quickly, when you do tariffs all
On
via
blue?
executive order, all of his tariffs
Butter
were
do
via
that.
executive order. None of them actually went through Congress or were
Oh,
long.
how did blue get
There's
revealed?
no actual incentivization
I have
for
no idea.
countries to reshore manufacturing because
Oh, never mind.
there's,
I'm all-
there's no continuity into the next
I'm all the way the fuck
administration,
over
right?
here.
Can you agree that
Yeah,
when you
you
do it
just
all
say.
via executive order, the next administration could just, run it all back?
Iggy,
So we've
clockwise,
seen
clockwise.
a decrease in
Whatever.
manufacturing investments.
I would like to add that when we see that employment rates will rise and costs will
When?
go down.
This
We've
This guy
already,
doesn't know clocks as a
as
zoomer.
it's
Should have known.
only experiment. We're not even in his
True.
first-
He's like,
going
what the
through
He
his
said
first
90.
term.
He's the one that's claiming we're in a
And
golden
He's like,
age.
what's an
He said
analog
deals
clock,
in
dog?
90 days.
Also,
Yeah.
it
Watch your
adds
feet.
that
Yeah.
when tariffs are added like you said, about multiple across all nations
Mhm.
in the world, that is like
Kill Big
I
Ad.
believe I'm saying the right name, neo-exceptionalism trade policy. So we can have
Kill that one
dead.
negotiation with other countries
Gets out of
and
here.
also to just generate more wealth also as well. And
That's
Can
not
you suffer up?
manifesting in any of our manufacturing investment. That wealth is not manifesting for the U.S. people. In fact, this type of tax is regressive.
Danger,
Can you
danger.
agree that
Watch your feet.
tariffs are paid by the U.S. consumer? Like, can you split with Trump there?
Can we get
yes,
you
of course,
supper? There we
tariffs
go.
are,
Spot ball.
paid by the U.S. consumer,
Thank you.
but as we can see that when we use tariffs to have
Ice
domestic
walls and 2, go ahead and
manufacturing
move to start.
and to just
Uh-oh.
generate more wealth, we can rely on
Pretty
ourselves
my man
and
Q.
not look to these other countries like we have been for so long. And
That's right, but it's not what Trump's doing.
Special
Actually,
coming.
real private fixed investment into manufacturing structures in the United States went down. Biden actually had a few acts that incentivized, like the CHIPS Act, incentivized
Actually,
the
he
building
was
of
ahead of
chips
us,
and
you know?
semiconductors in the United States. But Trump is tearing up these trade deals and then piecing them back together with tape and signing his name on it as if he did something when he didn't.
But as we can see with Biden's era of presidency, inflation actually increased, and with Trump's
Doing good.
current president second term, it hasn't decreased. And we actually see, as of August, I believe, that median
Watch
household
your
income has increased $1,000 already. And in his first term, we've seen.
Bam, go.
It was a pleasure.
That was great. I really enjoyed that.
Please, bro, please, please.
Yes.
Move it.
Got you.
Watch this puddle.
What's up?
Hi, nice to meet you, Isaiah.
Isaiah.
I want to give you 30 seconds, and then I want to give myself
You're a big
30
crank on the
seconds
ball.
just to understand where you're coming from.
See if your cooldowns for
again,
next
there are a few
wall.
indicators that you can look at, but if Donald Trump is going to claim that we are in a golden
Hold.
age, then we necessarily had to have been in a golden age
Spread.
under the end of Biden's term, because so far, youth unemployment is up 16% since he took office. That's people in this room. Youth unemployment is up. That's not a golden
Wall
age.
is in 15?
Unemployment for Black
horse
Americans
in
is
one.
up 20% since he took office.
Eyes are
That
out.
is not a golden age. We can look at inflation over the past, since Liberation Day in April. You can look at inflation and it has gone up. We were actually trending
Go ahead and
down
start playing
at the
sort
end
on
of
start
Biden's
stuff.
term, and as Trump took office,
There they are.
but now it is trending back up. And all of this is for what? No actual
Oh, God
reshoring of
damn.
manufacturing quite yet.
All right, perfect. So to go based on, you want to talk about
Big ad.
unemployment?
Any of it, yeah.
So to go based on
There's a
unemployment,
Crimson Hat out
the
already.
reason why it's actually higher is because under Biden's Inflation Reduction Act, that actually increased the inflation margin significantly, only because it actually did in fact increase
Kill Big
taxes.
Ad.
It did say it was going to put $1.5 trillion back into the economy for roads, infrastructure, all that. It didn't actually increase anything necessarily. Actually, that was more so actually given to the states actually to do away with the money as they choose. As far as tariffs go,
Keeping those ads
yes,
out?
obviously
Keep us
inflation
involved.
does increase as well.
We
As
don't
well
have
as
press
also
fresh
a
work, do we?
slow growth
That's
in
not a golden
manufacturing.
age,
Big
though.
ad.
But as far as that
Yeah,
goes,
inflation
it's
is
actually for a
increasing.
long-term development.
How long?
You have to well, it could take as much as 5 years.
5
But that's also
years.
an investment to the
Lord
American
have
people.
mercy. Is that what the people voted for?
Hold
I
on.
thought they voted for immediate
As
relief.
far
Did you
as
guys
actually
vote for 5
immediate
years of.
Oh, well, yeah, don't get me wrong. Egg prices did drop, so did gasoline prices. The only reason why California isn't as high is just because of California's regulations.
Yeah, we did.
Either way, while he does actually influence the economy through
How
his
did we?
executive
I
orders,
thought
he
we
can't control every
definitely
single
Can
killed
I
tax
ask you,
that
do you
one.
think we're in a golden age right now, as Trump claims?
Do I think that we're in a golden age? I think we're actually
progressive.
Oh, I didn't even see.
Okay. Do you think that Trump has brought in
yeah,
the amount
there's
of
a
money he
one.
claims? He claims it's
Oh.
$18 trillion. He says 17 to 18
Oh,
trillion
I got hit by
based
a
on tariffs.
I do believe
melee
so,
swing.
because as well
Really?
as the tariffs have actually done, companies have actually started to set up their businesses here in the United States. Yes.
The problem is, okay, a few things. Number one, there was a CNBC article that came out just yesterday.
Well, that's pretty
where
good
they
wall
interviewed
breaking, though.
12 business owners, and all of them said that the tariffs have
Hit
impacted them
15
so
million wall
negatively that
damage.
they've had to reduce the
I'm
amount of
second
people that
with
employ them. They've had to
8.8.
slow down their growth. And when it
So
comes
you're
to
definitely
$18
the
trillion
wall
that
all-star
Trump is
here.
claiming, they're just
I'm
inflated
just
numbers that
pumping
Trump seems to be
dots
lying
on them.
about.
I can put
My
like
entire point
5
is,
dots on each wall.
unemployment for young Americans, for black
It's just
Americans is
generally
going
higher.
up.
I'm
Yeah,
pumping
Especially
dots.
with
Because
like
we actually
cooldowns, I
outsource
get.
our employment to other
If I
countries
do
as
it when I
well,
have
which I think
celestial
will
alignment
begin-
on,
will be
ooh,
brought back to the United
it's
States
double
when
dots,
they
both
actually-
with
When?
both
When?
the
5
Clips
years?
Like I said, it's an
things on
investment.
it.
You have to also
It's
give
like
it time for the economy to
that's
actually
all the
heal.
damage
This
We
is
were
isn't
on it.
gonna be
actually
an impact.
we were already healing. We were at a pretty
I
good
think we'll
pace. The
do one
stock
more
market
good
was hitting
pull.
all-time highs. Then when Trump
Well,
announced
But we know
the
this one's
tariffs,
on the
it
docket
dropped,
for
and it
next
took
week.
months for it to return to those all-time
Unless
highs.
people want
It
to
took
keep you in the
months.
face against it.
Thank
But
you.
we
you.
get one
I
more good
appreciate it.
pull.
Have a good day. That
I
was
think we
great.
call it. Move on. Get some more loot for people.
Matt, nice meeting you.
I'm Adam. Nice to
But
meet
yeah,
you.
no,
First
the
of
walls are in
when
good
Trump says
shape.
golden age, he means golden age.
They're
which is
breaking
a set a time period. It
plenty
doesn't
fast.
happen. It's not golden day, golden year, golden 3
Need a
months. There's no
stats buff.
time stamp or time.
The only
limit
other
on
thing
the
would
golden
be
age. So it's an idea that
coordinating through
America is
that
gonna
light
be
phase,
entered
getting that down fast,
into
especially
a
with the
time
walls.
period, a time age,
Being
and
extra
hopefully
careful
sooner
not
than
to
later.
It's not the age
reveal
part I have a
the
problem with. It's
unreveal
the
ads and
golden
stuff.
part I have a problem
So
with.
why don't you think we're heading into a golden
Nope.
age?
I don't think we're in a golden age, as Trump claims.
I lag.
For
This
the
team
two
up.
reasons that I've
double
stated.
stacking
I
the
mean,
beams
economy
too,
is just
because
not
like if
very
the
good.
yellow
People are
wanders into where the
generating
blue is, I
much
feel like I
more
should.
golden
If I'm
age.
the
Why?
blue beam,
So
I shouldn't
not why you don't
stand
think
in
we're
the
in a
yellow
golden
as
age.
well.
Wait.
Why do you think we're not going into a golden age?
Oh,
that was
because
your
the
claim.
indicators are slowing down since Trump took office. If you want to say that we're in a golden age now, then we were in a golden age under Biden. As Biden left office, the economy was recovering. And I know that he had a rocky 4 years. I know there were a lot of extrinsic factors such as COVID, the Ukraine war, and some policies that Biden passed. I can easily concede that. But by the end of Biden's term, the economy was starting to stick the landing.
Gazes are
and
up.
Trump immediately screwed it up by doing these Liberation Day tariffs, combined with the big, ugly, beautiful bill or whatever, which will not only, strip Medicaid and Social
Force
Security
and
nets
three.
away from
Just
the
watch your
lowest
feet.
income earners or people that need it the
Danger,
most,
danger.
but it also provides permanent tax cuts to the richest of the rich.
So in terms of the economy, because the Medicaid is a whole different argument. So
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
not talk about Medicaid. Let's
Well, it
talk
does
about,
feed into
so
it.
let's talk about the economy. So
I
in
am
terms
jealous.
of the economy,
Medicaid feeds
Blue
into
beam,
the
you gotta
system.
move, you gotta move. You're on
Sure,
the
but
you're on
we're
the blue.
talking
Go,
about
go, go, move, move,
specifically the
move.
economy,
Yeah,
and
just
I
move
think we brought
anywhere.
up tariffs, and I think we
Yeah,
got.
that's
So
fine
let's
right
stick to that for the for.
Well, really
argument's
quickly, when people don't have social safety nets, they have to start
Kill
digging into
big
their
ad.
savings
Gazes are
and
out.
taking out
I
credit
don't think
card
he's.
debt.
I think he made it a little bit of a harder.
First crimson.
Made fraud a little bit
Not
less
just fraud.
prevalent to happen.
All right,
in
sorry,
Medicaid.
you can make your
But let's talk about tariffs.
I'm gonna
real
get
quick,
blue to
because
help
there's
set.
two parts of
Kill
the
big
tariffs.
ad.
There's the national
Kill
security
big ad.
part of tariffs, and then there's the wealth of America tariffs.
Which one you want to go for?
So let's go for national security. So
Cool.
it's in the best interest that our number one adversary is responsible for the majority
Kill
of
big
vital things that we need. So for example, vitamin C is produced almost, I think, 90+% in China, which
Yeah.
China would be an adversary. Steel
Danger,
is produced
danger.
in large quantities in China. Drone
Watch
parts,
for-
which the military heavily relies on for
Kill
the
these
military
up.
and private people as well, rely on drone parts for industry or whatever. That's also made in China. Do you think it's a good idea?
Watch the
Do you
floor.
think it's going towards golden age
Yeah,
to
force
get
and
America
lingering-
less dependent on our adversaries who, in theory, hate us and have been pulling military advances to threaten
Danger,
our
danger.
What you're saying is
civilization?
true. What you're saying
But
is
is
true.
that going
Start
into the
playing around
golden
No,
the
age
start.
that's
of
not what
America?
Trump is doing.
Just
So
watch
this
your
is
feet.
That exactly is what Trump is doing.
No, it is not at all.
So
really
the
quickly,
idea
wait,
of
really quickly,
tariffs-
really quickly. You just said a lot of things. Really
Okay.
quickly, you're pointing out a good thing.
Sure.
Watch
During
your
COVID,
feet.
a lot of our supply chain flaws
Force the
were
ice walls
exposed
immediately, yeah.
heavily. We relied on
Also,
other
lingering
countries
gaze coming
for
out.
certain
Play towards the back.
technologies and certain masks. And I think everyone realized, oh shit, wait a minute, our supply chains are really just in other countries. We need to reshore some
Special
stuff.
coming.
But when it comes to Trump's tariffs on China, can you name me any indicators that bear that we have reshored? What is it? You were saying steel, reshored any
Yeah.
sort
Get
of
over
this
to
technology. that
Well,
we
the
need.
idea that we have I think it's almost at $7 trillion.
I just
worth
debunked that number.
Worth of, yeah, okay.
So it's
you
not
debunked
7
it.
trillion.
So there's almost 7.
Where
there's
does the
over
7 trillion
6
come from then?
over
Name a few
6
countries.
We
So I
will be
haven't
going
noticed what
left.
7 trillion is about.
Okay,
So
sorry.
this, yeah. So
Oh,
the 6
Lord.
trillion,
Go, go, go.
maybe almost
6
7
trillion.
It's in the back.
So it's 6
It's around 6 trillion
Okay,
and
so
the
it's
high
about 5.
800s.
It's about 5
So
trillion.
it's well,
Well, it's
depending
kinda
on where
like
you get
4
your data, you
trillion.
can 6, 7, whatever.
It's like 3. 6 good. We got,
So my
Fight
point
with
is,
all
if you
your
let me
might.
finish, is that
you won it. You just won right there. Sorry.
there you
Just
go.
run, pump, pump, pump.
My entire point is that you talk about
Glass is
manufacturing
cheap.
going down,
Uh-huh.
and it takes about, because I work in government, it
5,
takes about
4,
you know, like 2 years,
2,
at least in California,
1.
to even go from groundbreaking to ribbon cutting. So
Well-
I mean, in terms of manufacturing going down, the way you
Maybe
look at
big
manufacturing,
cooldowns for the next
what's
walls.
promised,
Spread back out.
what's been promised to be reinvested into America. So that's my first entire
Wait, do
claim
you
was.
think companies have any incentive to reshore manufacturing long term?
Horse
These are
and
all
one.
done by executive order
those
and
pedals
not
up.
actual binding trade deals
Kill
done
eyes.
through courts.
Well, I
Like,
think the
trade
idea
deals
is
are
that
big,
Trump's tariff policy is to impact the future economic
but we're not
policy of
seeing
the
that.
country.
Investment into the
So
future
whether
is
they
going
see
down.
whether they see the
Listen,
promise
under-
or not, they've promised almost $7 trillion,
Walls.
$7 trillion into the economy. So
Do it one
in
more
ter-
time.
in terms of that, I think it's a good idea
Alright.
that China is no longer holding us hostage economically. My second point to the to the national intelligence is that the fact that we are in an almost $1 trillion trade deficit,
Keep
which
blasting
deficits
wall.
when you export, when you
Amber
import
fog
more
out
than you
immediately.
export, which
Kill
is
this
not a
amber
good
fog.
thing. Would you say
It's
that
the yellow beam.
That was great. That was
you.
fun.
Oh, what the fuck?
It died. We're good.
Kill Big Ad.
So,
Crimson's up.
Kill Big Ad.
great to meet you.
Martin, nice to meet you.
Martin, I'm Adam.
Perfect. So what I want to talk about is, because we already established, kind of the golden age is a wide range of time. Sure. More so talking about the time of
golden-
year.
Keep blasting. Keep
Well, yeah,
blasting.
I'm saying for the age, we're talking about this
Kill
entire
the
Trump
drink.
presidency and
Do
really
you think
after
we're in a
that.
golden age, like he claims?
I think we're entering one.
I'm
and
vamp.
I think that, you know,
How
kind
so? What indicators? are
yeah,
showing
so
that?
what I
I
want to
can't
talk
hear you,
about is
Zephyr.
more so instead
indicators
kind of moving
showing that
off
we're
of the
entering the
tariffs,
golden age?
talking about the biggest, you know, aspect of the Trump's economic presidency, which is the one big beautiful bill.
Okay, that'd be great.
Yeah, so I assume you're against the one big
Kill
beautiful
Big
bill,
Ad.
correct?
Yeah, certain parts of it, sure.
Last
for
one.
sure.
What?
For sure.
Get it
So
fast?
I think the biggest part of
Were
it
there
is the
4
extension of the
that time?
2017 tax cuts
No,
and jobs.
we
Tax.
just-
Are you pro or against that?
We had to kill the yellow
I
one.
think
Yellow
it's
one was
important.
over.
It depends on the context around it.
that's
So what
what it
Donald Trump
was.
did is permanently extend the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act tax cuts, and that
Oh,
disproportionately
no.
benefits the richest of the rich.
Wait,
But at
why
the same
is-
time,
Okay, but does
like
it-
I
why
said,
is it on me all
this
the
is
time?
here. You cut social safety nets
'Cause
for
someone
people
died, I
at the
think.
very, very bottom. And you know what
But
the Tax
like-
Cuts and Jobs Act
Well,
says? Wait,
that's
really
late.
quickly. If you look
So that
at
was
Tax
like
Cuts and Jobs
1%.
Act over the next few
I
years,
don't
it'll
understand.
leave
We
hundreds of
definitely
thousands
killed
of
3
people,
crimsons.
hundreds of thousands of children.
No,
losing
one of them
free
was
lunch at
Amber.
schools, while it also allows
That
billionaires
last
and
one
also
was
allows
the third
billionaires
one,
to now write off
but
private
the
jets.
last
Now,
one
none of us in
just
this room
got
benefit
really
from
low and
real
then
private
disappeared and then
jets.
came
Let's touch
back.
on
I
that. So
don't
let's
know.
touch on that first part. You said that most of the tax
We
cuts
got
are
really unlucky with the
within the top
the
20.
yellow light
Disproportionately, I
starting
would say most,
because it's
yeah.
random
So
where it starts
60%
like
of the
right
tax-
on
so
that.
60% of income earners actually do get tax
Yellow
cuts under
ad.
the one big beautiful bill
Mhm.
under the extension of the
I'm
tax
down
cuts.
for
the
some
yellow-
more polls. I think we can get
Median American
this.
family would have seen a tax
Yeah,
cut
we
of
can-
I think if we
$1,800
had survived that,
should
we probably
the tax
had
cuts
And I'm
and
glad they
Yeah.
extended that.
Yeah.
At least getting them
So, like I
down to
said,
like
the
sub
context matters.
10,
When you're
where we're just
extending
kind of
that,
like,
but you're
maybe
removing
we
social
could
safety
limp
nets and
over the
allowing
finish line or
billionaires to write
something,
off
you know?
private jets. Listen,
Yeah.
we
Okay,
people in this
on the
room
social safety
will
net.
benefit
That's
a
fair.
lot more from like kids
We
getting
give it a
free
few more if
lunches
we're
than
not
writing
if we're
off
banging our
private
face
jets.
against
I
it.
don't see
I'd
anyone
rather
on
move
the
on and
social
give
safety
people
net part,
a
though.
couple
So,
more
the
pieces
great-
of gear.
The
But
best
yeah,
example
let's
that
give it a
always
couple
brings
more.
up
That's going
is
really
cuts
good.
to Medicaid. The actual like most prominent cuts.
I feel like we
that
can
made to
clean up the
Medicaid
rest of
was
this stuff in
instituting
like
work requirements.
an
Work
hour.
requirements, like 20 hours a
They
week.
tried
for
this
Medicaid.
exact thing in Arkansas
The only-
and kicked 18,000
maybe like
people off of their Medicaid.
an hour
After that,
I
15.
would say that if someone isn't working, then they shouldn't be getting.
I'd
No,
give
but
some
these were
wiggle room for
18,000
like
people who
animals.
had increased barriers to get Medicaid. And what happens is these people who are vulnerable already.
Barriers for
then-
seeking a job.
No,
and
it's
paying
not
taxes?
just. It's not just that. It kicks
But yeah,
people
those
out
ice walls
because
were
the
good.
barriers
Just
become
that second
so
light
hard,
phase is
people
definitely
with jobs
like
can still get it. But the problem is,
the
listen,
more
What are the barriers
difficult
that are so hard?
the problem is when it comes to this, with the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. Sorry,
one to deal with by
that,
far.
The barriers for Medicaid. Sorry, one second.
Maybe we use
No,
second
okay, so it's
plots
like,
on
you
that
said
ice
barriers.
phase
What
too.
are the barriers that are so hard besides
Yeah.
getting a job where you have to go work 20 hours a week? There's already a qualification in there that if you're disabled, then that doesn't apply to you. I mean, what are these barriers?
Because our
Let's always-
cooldowns are lined
let's
up
always
for
speak
it
to me
too,
as,
so
like,
it's a pretty
just,
good time to use them anyway.
Abstracts. Like that's actually like what are the barriers?
The increased barriers are when people are vulnerable and already working part-time, and then you cut them
already
off
working
of
part-time?
Medicaid. Yes, people can get Medicaid with this, but the problem is when 18,000 people, like in Arkansas, are kicked off of their
Who
Medicaid.
weren't working part-time.
No, the 18,000 people were kicked off of their Medicaid because they couldn't get access to it. What happens then is that they have to dig into their social safety, have to dig into their
So how
security.
do they not get access then?
Because the barriers are increased.
What are the barriers? The only barrier you listed, the only barrier we talked about is work requirements.
Get
and
your
that's working
gazes up.
20 hours a week.
Yeah, but it's the work requirements increasing. is
Watch
just-
your
yeah,
feet.
It's not. So
Force
can
it
you
to.
concede?
So we agree, work requirements are a good thing. We can find common ground.
Can you concede that what the Tax
No.
Cuts and wait, listen. Can you
Lights.
concede that what the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act does is it permanently decreases
I'm red. I
taxes
saw the red ones.
for
So
the richest of the rich, but then it
All
also
Americans.
but it
I
also
don't know why Blue Boys-
temporarily gives no tax
fuck
on
is it?
tips. Do you know
He'll
that part?
disappear. I think it's that
no
one.
tax on
But that's
tips.
only temporary. So what it's like?
There's
It's
First
like
comes-
waving-
on it because you always want to like test out.
Okay, wait,
tax
wait a minute.
Which
Why-
is the
wait a minute,
reason why the original
okay,
program
wait,
had an expiration date.
Wait, let me bring this back. So the permanent
Kill
tax
Big
cuts for
Ed.
the richest of the rich don't have an expiration date. Wait,
Kill
let me
Big Ed.
finish.
Because we already did that.
Wait,
We
no,
already had
they
the trial
don't.
program
They
and it
don't have
worked.
an expiration date, but you have an
I hate that
expiration
their
date for the
death
things that
animation
are
is
held
the
up.
same
Wait,
as
wait,
their-
wait. Why
there's
is there an
more.
expiration date for the people
There's
who are the most
multiple
Because
blue.
it's a trial program, and the tax cuts for
What
everyone
the hell?
were made permanent.
Yeah, there's multiple blue. I'm not moving anymore.
The
I'm
tax
chilling.
cuts for
I'm
everyone
not doing
are
anything.
permanent. Why would you not make the tax
Kill
cuts
Big
permanent? You know
Ed.
when they end?
The
They
fuck is this
end
bug?
right as Trump's
That's the
leaving
other thing
office.
with
So this is what it's like.
Yeah,
It's
'cause
like
it's a trial
it's
period
like
for
waving a
the program.
$100 bill in front of somebody's
I
eyes
moved
while
a little
giving
bit to help
thousands
with
of
the,
dollars to
Okay,
the
real
richest
quick,
of
so
the
we
rich.
shoot up the
ads.
early part. Can you concede again that work requirements are good through medication?
Sure. Yeah.
All right, perfect. Awesome. So you support Donald Trump on that.
Because I saw the
Great to know.
blue on the
I don't
left
support-
side.
No,
but it
listen.
didn't-
When you sat down,
whatever.
I said the context matters. The context of
Watch feet,
permanent
force
tax
coming out.
cuts. Wait, do you? If,
Force
if-
is out.
let me ask you. If you could have it your way, if you could have it your way, would the no tax on tips be permanent
Ice
or?
wall.
Horse.
If it works out, then I want to make it
Wait, no.
permanent. Which we
Yeah.
will.
If you had it your way, would the no tax on tips
Start
be
planning
permanent
our own
now,
star.
the big beautiful bill, or do you think that them expiring right as Trump leaves office is a good thing?
I want to make sure that they work and then make them permanent. I want to make sure that we don't need to expand it. I want to actually have a a sound public policy.
Why do you think Trump made them not permanent?
I've already said this 3 times. Because when you ever have a new program, you need to try it out. You need to have a trial period,
Special
which is why
comment.
the 2017 DCJA had a cutoff time. So, and let's talk about you bring up taxes on the richest Americans.
Yeah.
So I assume you're, like I said, you're opposed to the Trump's tariffs.
The Trump
We'll
tariffs.
be moving to the left again.
The Trump tariffs for a few reasons.
Or just tariffs in general. Why are you opposed to tariffs?
I'm not opposed to tariffs in general. As I've
Watch your
said, there are
feet.
ways to do targeted tariffs, but when Donald Trump got into office,
Watch
he
your
placed
feet.
tariff on every single country except for North Korea and Russia. I find that pretty
Okay,
weird. But
okay.
listen, I want to ask you, after 9
We'll have a
months,
little bit of time left.
after
But
9
there's a
months of
very
going through this
specific point I wanna
tariff
make
stuff,
here.
okay,
There's a very specific point I
sure,
wanna
yeah.
make here. So we're talking about cutting taxes for the richest Americans and all Americans. The reason why that's actually a good thing is because you want people investing more
Now
money,
that was smooth.
especially right now when we're seeing an AI revolution, which is about to make our country exponentially.
You
more
understand that?
productive.
Wait, let me make this
that's
point. Wait,
Why,
I gotta
that's
Watch
why
Puddles.
Republicans and President Trump have
I
projected
gotta
that
make
it's
this
actually
point.
not going to grow the.
I gotta
Just
make this
blast
point.
him.
Tariffs are a regressive tax on the people who earn the lowest. Well, so right now,
all a tariff is a sales tax. That's literally all a
it is
tariff
okay.
It's a sales tax
and
on
listen,
foreign goods.
Listen, low-income earners necessarily
Spread it.
spend more of their income on consumption, right? So when you're spending more of your income on consumer goods, you are going to be hit by these taxes harder. Meanwhile, the richest of the rich are getting tax cuts, are getting all of
Everyone's
this.
getting taxed.
The richest of the rich are disproportionately benefiting from this.
See,
so wait,
even
wait a minute.
even
Wait, can you concede? Can you concede
that the 2017 Tax Cuts and Jobs Act being
It's 1-5.
extended put more money?
Can you
into the
Yep,
families
go
that
ahead and get
lower
on,
income
start.
take out.
No, that is not true.
Yes, that absolutely
Can you
is true.
concede that lower income earners are disproportionately benefited by the regressive tariffs?
2,
One more time.
1.
So lower income earners necessarily spend a
I didn't see
larger-
anything on the
Back,
floor.
we're gonna be
Why
disproportionate.
are they
Blue
gonna
on
bring
light.
jobs back? Jobs have been.
Tariffs take a while to kick into effect. You need to have trade deals. You need to have the tariffs actually raise
How many
prices
trade
on
deals do we
foreign
have?
goods. We've done one with the UK. We've done some with the EU. We're working on some with India.
Are
and
these
China.
actually papered up?
I mean,
Where are
it
we
takes more
going?
than 3 months to negotiate a
Kill
massive
Big
trade
Ed.
deal.
Donald Trump said 90 deals in 90 days. What do you mean it takes more than
I
3
mean,
months?
so
Crips.
how
Kill
much
Big
he's going to have in sound right
Pause.
like that?
Time out.
You got me. That was a good one. That was really good.
Thank you.
You got me.
Kill Big Ed.
My next
New
claim
Crimson's
is
out.
children are safer with the average
Watch
illegal
Pew.
immigrant
Pew, I
than
can't
with
heal you.
Donald
I
Trump.
can't heal him.
Come on, Vamp.
Got him going out.
Nice to meet you. I'm Adam.
I would actually like to hear what you have to say about it.
That'd be great. So when you look at the statistics, there's a study done by PNA
Watch eyes,
in
watch-
Texas that shows that
There it is.
undocumented
Last
immigrants
Crimson,
are
get it?
2 times less likely to commit violence.
You
Wait,
know
let me
who they
finish.
are if they're
2 times
undocumented.
less likely to commit crimes than native
Any
born
cooldown?
citizens.
Health stun.
2.5 times less
Watch
likely
out, watch
to
out, watch
commit
out.
Watch feet, watch
property
feet.
and
Trying to
drug
top
crimes
us.
than native born citizens. 4 times less likely to commit property crimes. Meanwhile, Donald Trump has been held liable for sexual assault. Donald Trump has had 34 felonies. Donald Trump is best friends with prolific sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein. So.
I just have a few questions for you. So,
Start planning
I'd
our own
really
start.
like to know how come 60% of them that come
Walls
in
and
commit a
sit.
crime, or they have the intention to commit a crime, and
That
how
is
come
not true.
that is true.
What's your study?
I believe it was in 2 articles. I learned it in my college
Wait,
class.
do you think?
So,
Who do you think commits more crimes?
What?
The average U.S. citizen or the
I got trapped on the wrong
average
side of the
citizen?
wall.
I mean,
they're
violent crime.
undocumented, so we wouldn't know.
That was a while.
There's so
We
much
actually
we
wouldn't know
would
who they
know.
are, and we have no idea who
It was
they're
like on
doing
top of the
into our
wall.
country.
Texas
We have
did
no
a
idea.
comprehensive
It's on me.
study.
But there's no
The
background check on
thing.
them. They don't exist in this country, so we
We
have
need to
no
break
idea
some
who
right
they
side.
are.
They do.
We have,
So
I think I'm
the
dead.
burden of proof
They don't.
would be on
They're
you.
just allowed to come in here.
let me say.
Do you understand what
Who?
sanctuary cities are?
Of
They're allowed to
course.
just come in here and they get everything for free.
Okay, can I ask you a
So-
question?
Down.
Sure.
So just imagine you had a
No,
daughter.
not
Let's run a
Jim.
thought experiment. You had a daughter, and
Come on,
you're about to
Cooper,
bring
pump.
her over to her friend's house. As you're driving your daughter
Cooper,
over
please,
to
please,
her
Cooper,
friend's
please,
house, you learn that
please.
last
I'm trying. I'm trying.
had not only been sexually assaulted or civilly liable for sexual abuse, her father also at the same time. Sorry, let me restart that.
No, please,
One
please.
second. Imagine you're
Nope.
taking your
Oh,
daughter
I
over
dotted
to
so
her
many.
friend's house, and as you're going over there, you learn that her friend's
Damn it.
father.
I
had
was,
been
Yeah,
I was
civilly
stuck
31
on
liable for
the,
abuse.
the opposite side, so I was pumping the
best friends
first
with
wall and the
prolific
one on the
sex trafficker
left.
Jeffrey Epstein, and it said that
And-
he could
but we
just
had to call the
walk
one on
in
the
on
right.
girls in dressing rooms
Yeah.
like he did in the Howard Stern show. Would you let your daughter go over to that person's house?
The chances would be actually
29%.
actually the same because
29,
I know
yep.
these
That's a
people
new
are
law.
undocumented
Well, no.
immigrants.
Yeah.
Would you
They
bring your
have
daughter
no
over to that
identity.
person's
I
house?
think we would have. You know.
I don't think so.
I think it would
Yeah.
be better if
But I
what
would never-
Trump
three
I would
two
never
three people
bring my
got
daughter to
blasted by
a
that.
house that I don't even know
Yeah,
who the
that
parents
force,
are. I don't know
that
where
was
they
a
come
bad
from. I
force.
don't
There's
know
also
where
a
they're-
white
I also don't know
which is
why
like
they're
rare.
commits
here.
lower crimes than
No,
Donald Trump.
There's no statistics on
Donald
that because
Trump.
they're undocumented.
There are statistics on
but
this.
they're
The study
undocumented.
from
Where
PNS.
are
This
they
was
coming
the
from? Where are they
hammer.
You know what
coming
really
from? Do you know-
pisses
do you know
me
their
off,
past
though,
life? Do you
to
know
think about?
Wait, so when a
Do you
crime
know
is
where,
What?
where and what
The
country
people
they
that
belong to?
Mimas
plays
No,
with
you
probably
don't,
have
because they don't
cleared this
take any of that
entire
data when they come here.
Listen.
You slap a name on them and they allow
Heroic.
You
you.
realize
Oh,
when
for
a
sure.
violent crime,
So-
when a violent crime
And
is
I
committed,
just
it's
want
Yeah,
likely.
but
to
Well,
most
stab
of the
listen,
time
all
they're
those
let
people
go
When a-
because
no.
they're undocumented,
Oh.
so it doesn't go on any
Okay,
criminal
let me
record.
finish.
So
Screw
those
you
statistics
for-
are actually
No.
very smeared.
You are trying to
Being
say that
so
most people are let go for
unwashed
violent crimes. That's
and
not true.
Yeah.
Let me
They
finish.
are.
When a
unhingedly
violent
good
crime
at the
occurs,
game.
somebody necessarily
Like, that
likely
just
report
pisses
it,
me
right?
off.
So
I
when
wouldn't
it's
go that
reported,
far.
it goes
Why-
into the
why aren't
overall
you guys
stats.
sharing
When they
your
do the
stuff with
arrests-
us?
When they do the arrests,
You know.
it shows that
No.
undocumented immigrants are way less likely to be
I
arrested.
wouldn't say that at all.
Being caught. They are not being
They are
documented.
being
They
caught.
are
Some people
undocumented
just got it,
immigrants.
others
They're
don't.
illegal.
Do you
They're-
think you
they're
can-
committing a crime
It's
by
a matter of
So the burden of proof would be on you to prove that undocumented immigrants commit
Matter of
crimes
life.
two times higher
Yeah.
rates.
Matter of play. We're here to have fun.
Then they would be able to prove
Everyone
if they're criminal or
is
not, because they have a background
ready.
check. But these people are coming in here
What is that?
undocumented with no way to do that.
Can I ask you a question?
I'm having fun.
Is
This
there
ball's
people
fun.
civilly liable of
I
sexual
had
abuse
no
Aw,
who
thanks,
is
Pew.
immigrating to the country legally?
Yeah, we
I
got
think-
this
We don't
time.
know that because
So
they're not.
Donald
Yeah, I
they're
think
not
this
really
boss is
laws
pretty
held
fun.
civilly liable of sexual abuse.
This is,
Absolutely,
and
but
you're
we
okay
wouldn't
with
know
paying
if
the
they're
president
being
A lot of
held
shit.
accountable for that or
Listen,
not because there's no record of
there
that.
is
They're
a
not
major
taking
problem
records
here. It's
from
that you're
Mexico
denying
for that.
all of
You
Trump's
realize
past,
that, or
all
from
of Trump's
China,
Jeffrey
or from
Epstein
wherever they're
connections,
coming from.
everything.
Pause. We've been eliminated by the group.
That was good. Thank you.
Awesome.
That was really good. Sprinted there.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Appreciate you being
Lingering
out
as well.
Thank you. Thanks for
going
coming.
against all of us.
This
Of
is
course.
great.
So, explain to me more of what you're trying to say. Are you trying to say that Trump's like an evil man?
No. So there's a massive problem with Donald Trump when it relates to power dynamics.
Horse coming.
Throughout his entire
Just
career,
watch
this
your
is
feet.
a man who has abused power
Danger,
dynamics
danger.
every step of the way. On the Howard Stern
Five,
show, he one time said that he
four,
walks into
three,
dressing rooms of people
two,
changing
Lights
because he owns a
soon.
beauty pageant.
Watch
and
the floor. Blues
no one
on.
says anything. You think that's
Just
bad?
You
blues
know,
stay there.
Donald
agree
Trump
that is
also,
bad, yes.
yeah, Donald
most-
Trump also said he
most of them are over here in your meat.
because they let
Yeah,
Come
him
on,
do it.
counterclockwise.
That happened,
Go
right?
counterclockwise.
So then he was also asked in a deposition a few years later, do you consider yourself a
Kill
star?
Big Eye.
He said, I would consider myself a star. So he's basically conceding right there that he's a star who can do it. So my point is, Donald Trump throughout the years has abused his power dynamics by right?
Kill
Not
Big
only
Ed.
walking into girls in dressing rooms, but also being best friends with Jeffrey Epstein, sending Jeffrey Epstein letters while Jeffrey Epstein is at the peak of his sex trafficking. Meanwhile, the average undocumented immigrant doesn't
Kill
have any
Big
power
Ed.
to abuse. Yes, there are crimes
Big
committed by
Ed.
undocumented immigrants. Yes, coming to the country illegally is a crime, but when we're talking about sexual crimes on the outer edges and by the statistics,
Danger.
Donald Trump is way more likely to commit one.
Watch feet.
So that's your claim.
Yep.
So first and foremost, we got to talk about. So you're for immigration,
Legal immigration.
I am on the same.
Another
page.
force
Hell
coming
yeah.
out.
Of course.
Watch your feet.
So I'm glad that we do agree on this other aspect that we don't like men in dressing rooms, right? I'm glad we do agree on that. But
No, of course I don't. Wait, why would I?
right, that's a whole different thing with the trans.
So you don't-
woman community.
Boris,
Claim
watch
it's
your feet.
Can you just say it's kind of weird that the President of the United States has bragged repeatedly about grabbing women because they let you do it? or-
Keep on blast.
Another important thing to keep in mind is that when did
We'll
Trump
soon
do all
discuss.
these
Start heading over towards
things that he's
Starside.
been accused
Just
of?
watch your feet
was
for
he a
the course.
Republican or was he a known Democrat?
Does his
Get your
ideology
lingerings out.
matter?
I
If
think
he was
it
a
does because it
Democrat, I would say
shows you
that's
who
disgusting.
you're surrounded around can affect
Me?
your decision. No, I'm not saying you. I'm saying like Trump at the
You
time. He
wanna
was
talk about-
68 years a Democrat.
You want to talk about who we're surrounded by? The Republican Party is literally covering up Jeffrey Epstein. The Republican Party is covering up Matt Gates. Do you
We're
remember
in
when Matt Gates was being
Wow.
investigated because he had Venmo'd 17-year-old girls? Do you remember this? And then Speaker of the House Mike Johnson refused to allow information to come out. And then the Epstein case.
These are
Speaker of
gonna
the House
be
Mike
good
Johnson
and easy
refuses
breaks.
to allow stuff to come out.
Or you say
So it's
quick.
kind of weird to me that you guys want to sometimes, not you, but
He'll do-
people try to paint every undocumented immigrant as some violent sex offender when the president of the United States
Like,
is.
that's the thing we don't know about these undocumented.
Melee, if you
immigrants.
stand under
See,
him, you can get
my
this
stance
wall
is
really early.
We need legal immigration.
I agree.
I'm glad we agree on that.
Can I ask,
But
would you let your daughter go over to her friend's house?
Now
if
he's
the
got a
scenario
running-
that I laid out earlier existed.
I wouldn't want her around.
Easy
but
phase,
here's the thing.
blow.
Oh, now the tab
Trump,
works on
if
the
he
ice
was
stuff.
truly what they're claiming
Yeah, it's
he
red.
is to be,
When
It's
I'm
very
trying
why
blind.
does his
to get the
granddaughters
boss.
love him? Why do his children
Mine's
love him?
been working. It's just some of the orbs where you hit are on the other side of the wall.
First of all, he's said a lot of weird things about his own daughter, but even if I were to concede that he treats his own children well, what about Virginia Giuffre, who was groomed out of his
Spread back
Mar-a-Lago
out.
spa? I'm sure no one in this room would want their daughter to be in the Mar-a-Lago spa in the early 2000s where Jeffrey Epstein was grooming women out. So when you look at
Eyes coming
statistics
out.
and you look at the proportions, you are much, much safer with the average undocumented immigrant than with
Or
Donald
soon
Trump,
watch feet.
Mr. Mar-a-Lago sex trafficker.
So
You've been eliminated by the
I appreciate you.
Ice walls, move back towards.
Draw 3.
Nice to meet you as well.
Okay,
As where you
so
burn
the
cooldown?
first thing I want to say is you mentioned Howard Stern. I think there's some really important context to note when we talk about Howard Stern, which is that
Crimson
show was
immediately
in
on
the
the wall.
2000s. They always tried to egg their guests on to be extremely edgy and say things that would basically stir things up. And
So that
with
first wall we
that
killed is-
context in mind, that is
Fair
not
enough.
an actual admission that he did it.
Well, what
He
about
was
the fact that
clearly just-
4 15-year-old girls said that Donald Trump walked in their dressing room when they were part of his beauty pageant?
I mean, whether or not that's true, I want to get to a larger
is true.
point.
Watch your feet.
Okay, so if that is
And you
true,
condemn it.
if that is true,
Is the
then
visual for the
Donald Trump
beam
said
not
it
lined
himself.
up with the?
He said it,
and then
but-
Beam?
women
Which
corroborate.
beam?
and we have to understand
can't hear me.
even more.
Crazy.
I don't know
Oh, the yellow one.
context
It's
of
like
it.
all the way over
So,
here, but the
if
beam's
that
on
is
Q.
true,
Any
I would
context.
No,
just-
it's
I
because
want to ask-
it's
I
just
want
where
to
it
ask-
starts.
I want to
Like,
ask-
so
I
it
want
starts
to
on the
ask-
person, then rotates.
Yeah, I haven't looked at evidence.
Last
so I
one.
need the evidence. But I
I'm
want to
gonna
ask,
drink.
because I think
go,
this
go.
question really is about a larger
Please, bro,
immigration policy. What
please.
immigration
So
policy
just
spell you
are
supper.
you supporting?
I support on the highest level an immigration policy where people
Lingering's
come to the
out.
country legally, where we know every single person who is in the country at all times, because we don't want undocumented people going around, in a way that we can have people be competitive in the labor market.
Sorry, I couldn't call
for
it out.
immigrants to just integrate into society in a solid way. So I think there's a way better way to do that than, number one, what Trump is doing. Number two, the deportations
Yes.
that he's enacting are crazy.
Go ahead and move towards star.
Yeah.
Side.
Dude.
Do I support welfare?
That
I
would
mean,
be like Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid.
yeah,
things
sure,
of that
to a
nature.
certain extent.
So-
yeah, not
But
for
you're
illegal
getting two now.
Yeah, yeah.
Illegal immigration.
Walls
or
out.
In this case, you'd want it to be legal.
Legal, ideally,
Yes.
yeah.
They would all collect on welfare, and if you look at it
Special
overall,
coming.
it would be a net drain
That's not
on
true.
the economy.
That's not
yes,
true.
that is
Please,
true.
I accidentally
please,
taunted
Studies
the wall
that
on
have
him.
estimated against it do stuff
Kill
like
it.
estimating that every 1 out of 9 has a graduate or PhD.
We got another good one.
Wait,
If you stand under
That is
him,
not true. A few
same
things.
thing.
Every single study on this topic shows that when immigrants
be careful
move
of
to
the
country,
effect.
especially when they're higher, when they're PhDs as well, they increase
Go, fam,
more.
go.
Or sorry, they give more in taxes. They give
can you
more in
cite a
building.
study?
Then what about Giovanni Perri's 2016 study saying that when immigrants move into the country, that they are a net benefit? Can you cite a study of the opposite?
I
Under
can
him is
cite
safe?
Theory.
Somehow?
I can cite
Wait, so
economic
no,
Hug the
you
wall.
asked me for a study and you can't cite one?
No, there is a study by the Heritage Foundation,
Can you
but
agree?
again,
Oh, the Heritage
studies,
Foundation. So are you saying that illegal immigrants, because most of these studies are talking, are you saying that legal or illegal
No, I'm talking
immigrants?
about the policy
one.
that you're trying to back is going to cause a net harm on the
wait,
economic future.
What's your prescription? You want no legal immigration to the country?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, so wait, what's your prescription
You
then?
can't
Because-
have mass migration
Oh, my bad.
and welfare at the
Okay,
same time.
please.
You have to choose between the two. Otherwise, there will be a net drain on the economy.
That's
this
not
has been
true.
well noted through economists
Big
like
pump?
Milton Friedman.
It's
And
not true.
yes, it is.
You've been eliminated by the
All right.
That was good, thanks.
Watch your feet.
What's up?
Watch
Good to
your
meet
supper.
man.
He's
Great
got
to meet you as well.
I'm Kai. Adam, I think I like what you're doing rhetorically. It's a very interesting strategy.
Where do you
Big
disagree?
pump. Big
Well, I
pump.
disagree in large
New
degree
ice
with the
walls.
second
Pots
Would
if
you
you have
agree with
it.
the framing that a child is probably safer off with the average illegal immigrant than with Joseph
My
Biden?
face.
I think that's what a Republican claim.
Perfect. Now that we've
I'm blue. I'm safe over.
Well, maybe not safer. Can you point to Joe Biden being friends with prolific sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein?
Absolutely. Wait. I mean, there's a web of connections.
Wait. Did Joe Biden have girls groomed out of his?
What do you think we're close?
Did
Think
Joe
we just
Biden
bumped the
have
boss?
26 different credible sexual assault
You can,
allegations? Or did Joe Biden
if the stacks get too high on the tank, you can protection it
I'm
off.
not even here to say that Joe Biden's perfect, but I just think equivalency is crazy. I wouldn't want my daughter around.
I agree.
either.
I think the equivalency of the average illegal immigrant and Donald Trump is crazy. The way that we assemble those statistics is absolutely ridiculous. And
Big stabby.
Why is the blue beam on me
what's
suddenly?
the sample
Give me a
size
bop.
in your study? How many illegal immigrants
Oh,
were
because I
included
died.
as a part of the study?
It was in Texas
Bobby?
from 2012
Thank you.
to 2019.
I'm getting help.
Never mind.
Let's assume it's over 1,000. It's statistically significant.
how is he healing? What the fuck is that shit?
Power there in the value that the study has.
I guess
concluded
on
with.
light phase.
If we have 1,000 Donald Trumps,
'cause-
which of the two will have been more guilty of violent crimes?
Yeah,
Wait
shit.
a minute. You want to do this? If you have 1,000
Yeah, I
Donald
was still
Trumps versus
killing-
1,000
Still
undocumented immigrants,
killing guys.
committed
He had
violent
like
crimes, the other
the
will not have.
statistics show
That's true.
no, that is
80
the
million or
statistics show
something. He had quite a lot of.
He was at
Has actually
12%.
been convicted of.
He was
Yeah,
held
it was
civilly
12%,
liable
but
of sexual
it was
abuse,
still, like,
sexual assault.
probably
Number
should
one,
have
but
done
number
the-
two,
the
would you take
beams.
1,000 people,
Yeah,
take
my bad.
1,000 undocumented immigrants
You
versus
have-
1,000 Donald Trumps? The statistics show
I forgot,
those
the blue
1,000
beam
Donald
absorbs,
Trumps
I think
will
it
abuse way
heals
more
them.
women. 26 versus
Damn it.
the average undocumented immigrant.
Ideally, we
whose
don't get to a
violent
third
crimes
light
at a 2
phase,
times
but
lower rate than the native-born
if we
citizen.
do, we
Donald
have
Trump
to
commits
handle.
crimes at a higher rate than the native-born
That's
citizen.
interesting.
Yeah, if we would've just did that, I think we would've been
Absolutely.
fine.
I do see what you're doing, and what you're doing is
Well,
trying to
Then
remove
poke
the.
a hole in it.
What you're doing is trying
Also,
to remove the effect
I
of
didn't
the
know
crime
that the bot
from
actually
actual
did
people who are
remove
affected by
that,
it, which
so
is
I'll
why you're
probably
saying, well, if Donald Trump was in a
use that a
room with
little
you,
more
the issue is when you analyze the
liberally.
difficult, or rather the amount of crime that these illegal immigrants are actually perpetrating, and when you compare it and say that blanket statement, right, that they are less violent than the average native-born American, you're not
We'll
comparing
do one more
individually
pool,
each group.
do a break
The
time,
levels of crime,
and
the
see
rates
how
of
we
crime
feel
in groups in this
about
country
moving
differ
on.
significantly based on where
New
you are,
lock
based
rock,
on what the
please.
group is. Would you say?
That's
if-
why I
if
said
you- if you
average.
were- if
That's
you
why
were-
I said average.
Well,
I mean, you can
we-
point to a specific
have
area,
food
but
buff
that's
for
why
that
it's
poll.
average.
You understand?
Oh
Would you let
my
someone who's
God.
Civilly liable of sexual abuse.
There's the
That
80
was
million
that extra
damage,
50%.
guys.
That
Sorry.
was that
No, I don't think so. No.
Yeah.
You let them be the president.
You're not engaging with the
Okay.
with the statistic that you brought up at the beginning.
Okay.
And again, the framing that you
Double
were
check
saying-
flasks,
the framing that you were
and
providing, if we were to be
we'll give it
statistically
another shot.
consistent,
Can we get
would say
lockbox,
that
please?
with the average illegal immigrant, you are safer than
Yeah,
with the
you
average black
please.
American. Would you agree with that framing?
Por
With the average
favor.
illegal immigrant, you're safer with the average black.
Yeah, if anybody
because
needs a
black
spell
Americans
card or
fucking
flask.
rock
It's a
addict.
disproportionate rate.
No, yeah, sure.
Okay, so you understand how framing can significantly
I
shape
need
the
a
way
rock
that
rock.
we engage in these conversations. I don't think
I
every
ran
black
out.
person is going to kill me, but there is
Damn.
a proportionality around it.
But the
same
thing
way,
is,
the
not
same
every
way that-
immigrant. Listen, not every immigrant's going to abuse you.
I
but-
100%
but
agree.
every one of those 1,000 Donald Trumps will abuse their power dynamics. Absolutely. Donald Trump throughout his entire life,
And
is
none of them
somebody-
will commit violent crime the
Donald
way that
Trump
illegal
throughout
I
his
just had
immigrants
the
do.
entire
beard hair
life is
shanked
somebody
through
who
my
has abused
thumb.
every
Ow.
power dynamic
All right.
available to him to prey on girls. Would you let your daughter in the Mar-a-Lago spa if it were 2001?
No, I
weird
wait,
oil.
stay away
But
from
Trump
those
is supposed to be
places.
safe. Trump's Mar-a-Lago spa isn't safe.
You're drawing these equivalencies between a
5,
property that an individual
4,
owns, what
3,
occurs on that property,
2,
and a condoning of it
1.
by
Trump
that
knew
individual.
about it. He said he likes him young. He was talking about Jeffrey Epstein.
That is an absolute
and
false
years
equivalency.
later,
Okay, show me what. How do those two comments relate to each other?
when Donald Trump said in 2003, Jeffrey Epstein likes him young.
I'm looking for
and
a
then-
clear consistency
Okay,
here.
let me finish. Donald Trump says in 2003, Jeffrey Epstein likes him young. That happened, right?
Oh, wait, what is that?
Wait,
what
did
is
that
that?
happen? Let me
No.
finish. Did that happen?
Sure.
Okay, 3 years earlier, Virginia Giuffre was groomed out of his spa by Jeffrey Epstein. Donald Trump held private parties in the 90s.
Oh, that was
where
nice.
Him and Jeffrey Epstein, just those
Orson.
two, had 20 calendar girls. You can look this up. I hope there's one.
I
Any
realized
calendar
that I
girls?
was missing
Okay, what
both
about
of
the
my
15-year-old
3-minute
girls that Donald Trump
cooldowns
walked
for
in
that
on in his dressing rooms? I
lust
mean, no one
phase.
here.
Again,
I've had 3 people say they wouldn't let their daughter around Trump.
Well, I hit
Say
the
they
buttons,
wouldn't let
but
my- I wouldn't let
the
my
game
daughter
was
around
like,
Joseph
eh,
Biden. It's
That's
again
fine.
this
I'm
framing.
not
gonna
defending
do that.
Biden. I don't
Well, you don't
care.
have to.
We got a
You
blue
haven't
one
taken
just
that
chilling.
position.
Biden has committed less.
You've easily
All
admitted
right.
that once we change the framing to talk, for example, about things that are more
Run a
relevant to the
help
average
with
person.
blue.
For instance, the average person who is living in Texas, right? The way that these people are going to feel the effects of migration are not as an average. There is no cookie cutter average
The
American.
study was done in
There-
Texas.
Hold on, I
understand that. That's why I'm citing the study.
It's
That's
the
why I
highest
mentioned
immigration
Texas.
state. Yeah, yeah.
Here's the point.
Kill Big Ad.
That was really good, man.
Kill
Appreciate
Big
it.
Ad.
Likewise. It's good to meet you.
Yeah, great to meet you.
What the fuck?
Why is this crimson?
Hey, nice to meet you.
Great to meet you as well.
Thank you very much for having this conversation.
This is great.
Yeah, so
What the
I want to
fuck?
start with by saying I think your claim is actually quite
Danger,
absurd because it's
What
really
happened?
a
What-
nothing burger. If Donald
Bro, that
Trump
blue wave
is,
was obliterating
worse
me.
or
Let's,
better
I don't
to
think
be
there's anyone else
abusive
in
for
it.
my child in
I wasn't it.
Let's just
Doesn't
quick
even
wipe
see an
and
issue
I'll
there.
get a
I
today.
wouldn't let my kid with
Okay.
anyone. I wouldn't let my
All
kid
right.
with Harris, with
Or is it
Biden,
trying
with Destiny.
do this
There's
with
so
three
many like,
people?
are you serious?
Yeah, run into a puddle.
There's.
I was in the
so
blue
you can
beam with you,
see
Zay.
that
I'm
your
not
kids are
sure.
Probably not safe with
And I was in the
If
blue
I
beam
had to-
too.
with the average.
No,
Well, I don't
I think
see
this is
you.
a red herring. What I really want to talk about,
Damn.
what I really care about.
The only person I see here is Krupa, but I know he wasn't in
under
it either.
Donald Trump or under a
In fact,
potential.
I think
Yeah,
the
I
blue
wasn't-
beam
I
was
was
on
in the
me
red beam.
Because
originally.
if you really think about it, when we're analyzing the safety of our children,
I do
Kamala
think we
Harris is
still
pro
have to try
abortion.
and
Kamala
be a
Harris
little
likes
careful with
transgender
stacking the
surgeries for
beams,
minors
though.
and hormone therapies.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about
Getting
specifically
two beam
immigration,
damages at
her
once is
open
probably
border
not ideal.
policies was absolutely drastic. to our
Okay, wait.
nation.
You
Well,
want to talk
let's
about
be honest,
which
you know,
administration
as
kids are better
perverted
off
and
under? The big
terrible
beautiful
as
bill
they
that we
are,
were just
the
all
people at
talking about in
Blizzard
the
are
last segments
nerds, so
will
they
remove
probably
over the
have
next
a thing
decade
about
hundreds
crossing
of
the
thousands of people
beams.
from having school
Okay,
lunch.
what I-
Free
what I
school
wanna
lunch.
talk to you
Are
about-
you
wait,
supporting
hold
free
on,
school
hold on,
lunch?
hold
Do you
on.
support
What I-
free school lunch?
What I want to talk to
Do
you
you
about
support
is
free school lunch or no?
If you're
we're
blue
talking about
beam,
immigration,
hopefully,
Wait, no.
like,
You were just talking about
try
children's
and
safety in
catch
America.
where the
I'll tell you,
blue
I'm
ad
gonna-
is if
I
you
need to
can,
propose
but
to
if
you
not,
why I
it doesn't
think we
matter.
are gonna be
But
safer
you
under Donald Trump than under a
Because
potential
of
wiggle
transgender
just like a
people.
little bit
because of
and
illegal
just
immigration.
hope
Under
if you
Kamala
don't know where the
Harris's
blue
open
ad that
border
it's not right
policy,
there.
The borders
we
went
had
open.
under her policy
so that you're
we
not
had
like
an influx
in the
of illegal
blue and the
immigration,
yellow,
many of
or
which
if the
caused
red's
children
coming
to go missing.
through, or if you're red and the yellow
Donald Trump
beam is kind of
really
near where
good
the
at
ads
promoting
are,
national
like that
sovereignty
last
and national
one,
identity. And I
then,
think
like,
that's really the core issue
just
at
try
hand
and,
here
like,
when we talk
get from
about
one side of the yellow beam
immigration.
to the other
And we see
pretty
Donald Trump
quickly.
promoting deportations, promoting
And also
enforcement on the border
DPS,
is
make
going
sure
to
you're in the
unify
red
the
beam
nation
if
and
you're
bring us
not.
back to our national identity.
One
What
of
about
the
the citizen
blue,
children of people who
which
are
I
here
think is
illegally
lucky.
who are now terrified that
Yeah,
they're going
unless
to
I
be
have a
deported along
beam,
with their
I can't
parents, as two
help
people
out.
were?
5%
What about the
stats
kids
for
who
me.
got
Donald
kicked off
Trump's
of
actually
free
not
school
doing that
lunch?
many deportations.
What-
So what
wait,
I
he's
care-
not doing that many deportations.
Yeah,
Wait,
if
how many
if
has
you
he
look
done?
at it, if you, I don't know the exact numbers.
so
but
how are you gonna
Barack
claim that he's not
Obama
doing that
deported
many?
a lot more. No, he's.
How are you going to make a comparison when you don't know the number? It's 2 million.
I gotta mention
Like,
this.
guys, I
don't
can
know the
fix
number.
this.
It's 2
I
million.
gotta mention this. Donald
What?
Trump's promotion of national security and national
Oh,
sovereignty
Valarn
in his strict
summoned
border
Shavara.
enforcement policies
She's
is
like,
what's really
really?
His
You
talk about mass
summoned
deportations,
me?
it's really good for creating a deterrence
was like,
effect,
I can
truthfully, on
fix
illegal immigration coming to the nation. But what I really
I
want to talk
could
about
make
is
her
that
worse.
Democrats say all the time that diversity is our strength, and I completely reject that notion. I think
Really?
unity is our strength. Yes.
Okay,
Let me ask
sure.
you a thought experiment. If I were to take you and drop you off into South Africa, you wouldn't know what's going on. You don't understand the culture. You don't understand the language. You don't understand what the people around you are doing.
Wait,
now
can't there be
imagine, no,
diversity and
that's
unity?
that's half of it. Now imagine every single person
Or
in the United States felt
watch
that way. We would be in total chaos. No one would understand anything that's
Do you
going
think
on.
everyone in the
We
United
need to
States
be able
feels
to
that way right
function
now?
together as a unified nation.
Do you think people feel that way right now?
I think
or...
I think under the left's
Yellow on
radical
you.
administration,
Kill
they
Big
are
Ad.
promoting like the
Uh,
Let me
Can you
respond
move
to
to
you.
the right a little bit?
Move
There was a
right,
moment where you
move
said
right.
something
Q,
about
move right.
rather than
Q, move right.
diversity, we
Oh,
need
you're good, you're
unity.
good.
Well,
Yes.
You're
we're
good.
You're good, you're good.
coincide. When we have a
Kill
diverse
Big Ad.
nation, a melting pot, as we do, all you can ask for is unity. We have a president of
No,
the
you're
United
good.
States
No,
who
no,
is
you
just
said
taking
you are
military
Wait,
on my
what?
side.
It moved.
He
Never
called
mind.
my
Just
side
He
nasty.
found another one.
He did this. There's a clip of it on.
I don't know
In
what
order to
this
have
shit's
unity,
going to,
I think in order to have
dude.
unity, you need to have
Yeah, you're
similar
fine.
Don't move.
which is the idea of America,
Yeah,
the
just
American
don't move.
freedom.
So what's your broader point here?
Yeah,
I
my
want people
broader
to
point,
assimilate
my
as
broader
well.
point is that right now,
Can you
and
concede
under
that children are safer with the
I
average
would
Well,
say
immigrant?
if
something
we-
Sounds like you
exploded.
did when you sat
I
down.
got.
Must have been the
That's
Azure
probably
Great
the blue
game,
ad,
dude.
but that wasn't.
under
Q, that
the
was
Trump
not your fault,
administration,
man.
children
There
are
should
safer.
only
Yeah,
be
the
one.
ad.
Democrat
No,
open
look at
border
it. Look
policies
at it. There it
have
is on the
solved.
other side.
By what statistic?
By what
No,
statistics?
there's
Yeah.
a dead body of one. So I guess there is two.
Yeah, no,
Maybe
there's
it's
one.
just heroic.
In
Yeah.
office. You want to know what other countries
That
have
was
done?
on last time too, and
No,
it
no, no,
wasn't
I will
like
concede right
its
away
light
that
wasn't
Donald Trump
there
has
the first time.
decreased both immigration and tourism
I-
in the United
what
States.
I hate about
Look,
this
yes,
is
but-
it's totally
Kamala Harris is
doable.
doing. No,
This
no.
is a
I-
fun
I-
fight.
I've been
It's just
wanting to
so
go. I've been wanting to
You
go.
like
know
it.
what other country
Well, yeah,
has
I mean,
zero
this is is one of
immigration
the
and zero
worst fights
tourism,
for bugs.
North
So
Korea.
that's the
Russia
other
has
thing. Is
no
like sometimes
tourism.
you have
That's
good
crazy.
pools, like it was intended,
Okay,
and
but you need
sometimes
to have an American idea to understand.
it's just straight trash like that.
Thank you.
That was good.
It's
That
like,
was really
I
solid.
don't remember.
Best
Is
argument.
one the same as two?
My last
Let's
claim
do two
is
blue
Donald Trump is the
ads.
most corrupt president in American history.
Lesai.
This is a great conversation.
I think that Donald Trump maybe is one of the least corrupt presidents in
How so?
American history. I
I'll
think
put down a
that
feast and
Donald
start a
Trump
break
came
timer.
out of a very
We'll
corrupt
get everybody
system,
sort
not
of.
himself, but
We'll figure out what to do.
the America
Deal with
that
Buggy.
elected Trump
In the realm
saw
of
what happened
good
after
news,
years
a
of
big
Democrat
hit,
control, after
strike,
years of
whatever you want to
Clintons
call it,
and
for
Obamas, all the
feminism.
same.
Sounds like
And
Kim
Trump
Jong Un
came
is
along
going
and
to
said,
name his
"We have to
daughter
change
as his
this. We have to
successor.
be
Which
uncorrupt.
Yeah, I
you
saw
know,
that.
women are
Be
women are
done with these
grossly
people that
underrepresented in
coming
the
in, they
dictatorship
have
and
these donors
authoritarianism
controlling them.
field.
Think about that
So
2016 debate. Hillary
Girl
Clinton came in
power.
and she was controlled by the donors.
representation. Ugh.
It's a shame. I would go to North Korea if I could.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
You would go to North Korea if you could.
Yeah.
You technically can.
Nah, you can't. U.S. citizens can't.
What about that dude that got tortured so hard he got brain damage a few years ago? How'd he get there?
I don't know. Let's find out. I mean, he probably wasn't supposed to be there.
No, he like rented a hotel and everything. I think the thing that they put him in jail for was because he like tried
Just
to
take
take one of the
pictures.
posters with him.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he tried to take a poster, and of course, you know,
that's his fault.
Yeah. Didn't he die too?
He might have. I think that was after he was.
After he got back to the U.S., but he didn't last long after he got back. I thought.
Oh yeah, he died 6 days after returning to the U.S.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he should have been stealing shit. See, I would ask respectfully. I'd be like, "Yo, this would go. This poster would be sick as fuck in my room." I'd be like, "Yo, can Kim sign this?"
Well, change that.
I'll be taking this poster.
Kim, and you'd be there.
Oh, you're right.
I'll be taking this poster to spread the great word of the great leader.
Yeah.
I also, at some point, like, I mean, there's a lot of other places I want to go first, but like, down the line, I'd go to Afghanistan.
Okay.
Bro, get a nice sick ass picture with the Taliban dude.
Didn't what are they called? Grand Tour. The guys from Top Gear, didn't they do a special in Afghanistan?
I have no idea.
Trump came in and said, "I'm spending my own money. I'm not controlled. I can't be corrupted." So
I get what
that's
you're
what we
saying.
like about him.
What you're saying is true. A lot of Americans have felt like the system is rigged for years, and it has been. But what Donald Trump did is not unrig the system. He re-rigged it for himself. When he got into office, his net worth was $4.3 billion. Can you guess by how much his net worth has increased over the past 9 months?
Maybe it was Iraq.
Wait, can you just
President
guess?
Trump's net worth.
Can you just guess very quickly?
We really don't care.
Okay, so Donald Trump's
we want listen, our net worth is higher. Donald Trump made our net worth higher.
Okay, how did he make your net worth higher? By starting a Trump coin, then a Melania
Lower
coin?
taxes.
No,
He
listen.
increased business in America. He keeps us safe.
He has not
He's
increased
kept
business
us
in
out of
America. I'm sorry, but
endless
businesses are
wars.
struggling under
He's kept us out of
tariffs.
endless wars.
Donald
He's
Trump's
protected
net
us
worth.
from-
So Joe Biden's net worth during his term went from $8 million, let me finish, to $11 million. That is a $3 million increase from real estate, from investments that he had. Donald Trump, over the past 9 months, has gained $3 billion in wealth through a few things. Right before he got into office, he started
because we're
World
gonna
Financial,
want to
which is a way for people to buy cryptocurrency named
figure
Trump
out what
Coin.
we're
You
doing
know about
next.
Trump Coin, right?
I do.
Are you okay with Trump Coin?
I mean, I'm not sure that's on him.
It is on him. He literally 2 days before his inauguration leveraged the hype of
Alright, my balls are drained and my lung is full.
Meme points.
Okay, the thing is, it doesn't have to know about it.
Took a piss and smoked a bowl.
So
You pee out your balls?
Tell me.
Yeah, that's where pee is stored, yeah. So I pissed and my balls are empty.
American education is finest for here.
Or 70 million or
He's
billion
Canadian,
dollars
though.
of cryptocurrency.
Yeah, I'm talking about
Yeah,
you
so
guys.
I'm educated.
Yeah, exactly.
Step
See?
foot back in the United
Oh, I
States
see,
for the
I
first
see.
time in years because the SEC dropped
My
the
biology
investigation.
degree is
Donald
useless.
Trump's wealth increase of $3 billion has allowed people to literally get favors, corrupt people to get favors.
So I'm gonna
You
do
can't
one
point to
more
anything
ready
like that with Biden.
check, and hold on.
Yeah, where did he increase his wealth by like $3 billion? and
Look at
started-
Hunter Biden.
Remember
Look at his
Biden
deals in
going?
Ukraine.
1.
Look at all that.
What's Hunter Biden's net worth?
Much larger than it was before his father was in the Senate and the presidency.
You think so?
Oh, absolutely. You don't?
I mean, if your argument is that
So,
Biden
ready
is corrupt and that
for
Trump is
heroic.
less corrupt, so you're saying Trump is the second corrupt person?
I want to take
No,
it.
X
Oh, I didn't even know.
Oh.
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even read that. I just said, I mean,
Oops.
I don't care. But
Oh, we'll try again. Maybe we'll just discuss.
I'm sure everyone else was not an idiot. Like, you know.
Was this for I stretch my legs?
Okay, never mind.
So what due diligence?
I was gonna see if we want to solve back down to normal. Just grab some gear and go. Come back next week and blast this guy because it looks like we'll have Jin Rook on farm.
Yeah, so I think Watergate
we
is
got
a
the
really
strat
good
down
analog.
pretty clean.
Nixon's
Fights
Watergate
going fast,
was,
so
like, at that time, the
continue on
craziest
G
thing to ever
Kun, and then
happen
we should be able to
in
blast
a
this guy next
presidential
week on heroic
administration.
if we're.
So Watergate was awful, but my argument is there is a Watergate happening basically every single day. What Donald Trump has done is set up a few buckets
So-
for people to funnel money
again.
into, and then he uses those
fuck.
buckets in
Back
favor.
up.
So I've already talked about the Trump coin, and I talked about Justice
Actually,
Fund, but there's
it's
other
a
good
maybe.
examples. Like Melania Trump, for example, met with Jeff Bezos behind the scenes at the White House,
Nope,
and
it's
they got
here.
a $40 million
Nope.
movie
It's
deal
right there.
away. It's interesting because sorry, a quick tangent that I want to go on. In the 90s, Hillary Clinton got in this huge
Let's limit
scandal
test
because she
trash.
made $100,000 a decade prior off of cattle futures. Donald Trump and his
Goodbye,
family
someone.
make billions,
Yoink.
and this is like not even a blip in the news. So that's what I'd compare it to. Hillary, Watergate, yeah.
So only Hillary and Nixon.
I mean, do you have any better analogs? Who would you say is more corrupt?
Well, my argument isn't so much who's more corrupt; it's that you're claiming that he's the most corrupt, but you haven't done your due diligence on
No, I
every other
have.
president.
There are big tentpole moments in history like Watergate. LBJ had some election corruption, but Donald Trump, between his fake elector scheme, between his wealth enrichment, and between the favors he's getting from Qatar. Do you know about the $400 million Qatari jet?
Yeah.
Do you think there's any analog in American history to the $400 million Qatari jet?
Not off the top of my head, but I'm also not.
Why was
looking
he
to claim he's the
evading?
most corrupt.
No, that's fine. I'm not trying to like press you
Why
or
are you-
anything, but there's just no analog to this wealth
Why are you
increase in the favors that Donald Trump has given.
Okay, so you would equate financial gain to corruption and only financial
I'll tell you
gain
what
to
though,
corruption?
it'll be
there's a
nice
few
if
other
like
ways. There's like
we do
bribery,
get
quid
to
pro
remove
quo,
one heroic and then he
there's
drops my
pardons,
fist
there's
glove.
certain
That'd be
things, yeah.
sick.
What I'm trying to get at is I'm not going to deny that everything.
Yeah,
that
he's
Trump
I think he has
does
some-
has some
Yeah,
emphasis
that's what I
on
say.
corruption.
Yeah, bring a
But what I am
dagger.
trying to point out is the fact
Yeah, that's what I say. He's got
that
some
he has been
very
most
good
corrupt,
loot.
but completely disregarding every
Yeah.
other presidency up until
Nah, I don't care about none of that. I just want my
because
glove.
you're
Not
only
every single
focusing-
one. I gave a really good example of 1992 when Hillary Clinton
Where is
got
he
in a big
going?
scandal,
Sure.
and then I compared how Melania Trump made like
I don't know.
4,000 times
I-
that money. You know,
off the-
so,
off
we
the
can
edge,
look at
why?
other analogs in history.
Classic.
There's been a fake elector scheme. Do you remember Obama coin or like Hillary coin? No, there was no Obama
got
coin.
me
There was no
killed.
Hillary coin.
I thought you were pulling the
far one.
Coin is unique in many ways.
Okay. But
I
what
was,
Trump
and then you asked where I was going, and then I was like, all right, there's one over there. Might as
To
well.
funnel money
So
into
You can run
Bitcoin
it.
favors. No, because Bitcoin isn't being held by the president and used for favors. Donald Trump. So here's the thing:
little
with Trump
poopy
coin,
ad.
it is not only untraceable, but people can tell Trump, "Hey, I'll donate to you," and then they not only gain leverage over him.
Okay.
He wasn't. Wait.
Pause, you've been eliminated by Trump.
There is some AoE though.
Hey, great to see you
Get
again.
ready,
Yeah,
I'm
nice to
pulling.
chat again.
So I just want to say,
Yeah.
and I'll address that. I do think there's a lot of corruption with the Trump administration, but I'm going to put that aside. I don't think it's the most corrupt administration, but that has a lot to do with definitions. First, I want to say, you call Trump a fascist. You strongly implied he's a pedophile who's escaped the law.
Do you think
And
he's not a pedophile? Do you think he was?
I don't think that he sexually assaulted any children violently.
It's lit,
and
fam.
now you're saying he's the most corrupt president in U.S. history. To me, it sounds like fascist, most corrupt in history, pedophile who's escaped the law because of his political influence or
That little
something.
shit's
Why don't you want Donald Trump dead?
Because
That
the
was nice.
American political system should not have violence involved at it in any step. I think part of the beauty of America is that you and I are able to sit down across from each other, or anybody in this room, and we're able to have a conversation, even if it gets a little bit feisty, even if people knock over the clock on accident, we're able to go around and have a good conversation. Nowhere in that process should violence be involved. When Charlie Kirk was shot, it shook me up. It's not good. That should never happen. Nobody should enact
Why is he
violence.
so far
and I tell
away?
my audience that all the time. You can call somebody corrupt. You can call somebody, I mean, dude, Donald Trump called Biden a fascist. Donald Trump said Biden and Kamala were
Do
the
you think,
Gestapo.
like an example, do you think someone would have been justified in killing Hitler?
Don't pull this guy
Justified in
out.
killing Hitler at the end of World War II?
You could say in the lead up, whenever he started putting Jews in gas tubes.
I
would
think
be a
that
good cutoff.
the man who is genociding Jewish people could be justifiably killed, but Donald Trump isn't genociding any sort of group right now, so that's a little bit different.
Well, when I hear is fascist, and you say you attach all these things, so I think
All right.
that there's a strong
Well, this should be
implication there
straightforward.
that some violence is justified.
So
but
you-
I think that has more to do with your watered down definition.
Wait,
of
wait,
fascist
do you
than
think
I
that
wasn't
people in
looking
position of power
up,
shouldn't call the other
so
side
for the
fascist?
halfest of seconds, I
yeah,
thought he
well,
wasn't
I will say
spawning.
the Trump administration uses divisive rhetoric, and it's
Wait,
not
wait,
good, and
do you
it's not
think they
good.
shouldn't use the word So when
Yes,
Trump
they
called
shouldn't.
when Trump called Kamala a fascist, was he calling?
Can we get a couple of spot buffs?
Hey!
Why not?
Ooh.
Because there's not
That's
this
a nice
consistent.
He
force
did it
of-
over and over throughout
No,
the
no,
campaign.
no. There's not a consistent force of claims and a culture
Whoa.
on the right that supports
Stephen
violence.
Miller just said the Democratic Party isn't a. He said it's not a
Yeah,
political
let me
party.
put it this way.
It's a
I-
domestic
We get a
extremist organization.
Yeah, there's
Mage
differences
buff and
with the
a
audience that you're speaking
warlock
to.
buff.
So when Democrats say someone's a fascist,
Sweet.
someone's violent, Democrats actually go
Think
out
I'm
and commit
good.
these acts of violence, is what we see all the time.
Really?
So there's a yes, of course. You see this. You see this
Basically,
everywhere.
every single study. I can point to the one by the CSIS
Yeah,
that shows.
you can cite whatever study. Like you cited the study on illegal immigrants earlier. There's no like
And
baseline
no
number
one
of
had a
how many-
counter study.
What's the methodology of that study? Explain it to me.
Wait, the political violence study by the CSIS. Let's talk about this one very, very quickly. They go through all of the violent, lethal crimes over the past decade, or it might be 2 decades.
And when the
what
Minnesota,
it shows,
with the Minnesota incident, and also I want to say there's a difference between the far right violence that's fully denounced.
Keep your
the
gaze
majority of
up.
the Republican Party that aren't allowed anywhere near it. My problem is that leftist ideology is an ideology of violence.
That
the
is
difference,
not true.
The difference that I see
You
between
think Chuck Schumer
Let
is
me finish
causing
speaking.
violence in
Yes, let me
Congress?
finish speaking.
Chuck Schumer?
Let me finish speaking. Okay, so the difference.
Schumer?
The difference that I
Horse.
see with Democrats and
feet.
Republicans. See, now I lost my train of thought. Is the Democrats do have a culture of
Oh, I'm
supporting
cooked.
violence.
God damn it.
Republicans just don't.
Wait,
But-
are you sure?
Okay, it
Donald
wasn't
Trump
just me.
pardoned 1,600 people who beat the shit out of cops. What's the analog to that?
Blue safe.
So you're telling me that all of those people were violent
Should I
offenders?
get
No, I'm
hash
saying
corp
that
or
how many of
Zay?
them were violent offenders?
I don't know.
Probably
I
me,
mean,
because
the
I can
amount of
just
people
bob
that beat
Jim.
cops,
How many
probably
of them were violent offenders?
Probably a few dozens. A lot of them were arrested for
a few
trespassing.
dozen.
Probably Zay because of
A few
the
dozen.
Bob
So
thing.
upwards of
You're
30 you
okay-
think are violent offenders.
Wait, you're okay with a few dozen
Yeah.
people, violent
Kill
people?
Trump-
No,
getting
Trump went
pardoned?
out of his way to not pardon violent
He
offenders.
pardoned everybody. It was a blanket pardon. You're just
It was a
lying
blatant
right now.
pardon for
He's
the trespassing
over here.
that happened
Okay,
on the
so
Capitol.
are you going to concede that Trump
Look
is
at
the
the
most
map,
corrupt president in
man.
American history?
No, I'm not.
Okay, then let's go back to
So
this.
my definition of corruption would be for personal gain doing things, and I would say
Matt,
running
oh,
for re-election would
There
also
you
be
go. Well-
corruption if you do things
Oh,
you
there
know are
goes you,
bad for the
Silver.
country in order to get re-elected. So that for that reason, and I'll grant you it's an
I'm sure we're
unconventional
fine.
definition. I would say probably FDR or LBJ are most corrupt in American history.
Your definition wasn't even that far off mine. It's using
Yeah, but
it's using public office for private gain, which is fine.
Yeah.
I don't know about your election analogy,
So
but the thing is,
LBJ,
do
you know,
think
I'll have those N-words voting Democrat for the next 200
that's
years.
not corruption, that's racism.
No, that is corruption. It's him saying, I'm going to give things to this section of the population. All right.
Now I let you finish. There you go. Speedy. Nice to see you again. Long time no
glad to
see.
be back. I wanted to circle back to a
Or
point
soon,
that you
guys.
brought up, which was the Trump coin.
Yeah.
And can you explain why that's such a good example of corruption in your view?
It is the perfect
Watch
example
me.
of corruption because Donald Trump leveraged the hype of his inauguration 2 days before to release a Trump coin and then a Melania coin. Not only is this unprecedented, this has never happened like this before, but it then led to an unprecedented
Special
wealth
coming.
increase over the first
Oh,
9
no.
months. This wealth increase was through people funneling
No
money into the
squigglies.
Trump coin and getting
So,
favors in return.
Really quick, the reason it's probably unprecedented is because crypto's
Getting
not
the
been around
squigglies?
for long enough for other presidents to have done something like that.
Okay, but
and I will,
Jimmy Carter
I will
put his
We'll be going to
money
the right.
in trust.
I will
Donald Trump
concede
created Trump
that it was
coin.
a scummy thing to do, but I don't think it's a clear sign of corruption.
It is.
When I think corruption, I think of things like, not to circle back to Russiagate, but like the Obama administration literally spied on like the leading Republican candidate's campaign and tried to frame him for treason.
This is not true.
It
But do you
is.
think that's more corrupt than getting $3 billion in net worth increase? And
From the like crypto poll, I mean, yeah, because I don't see the clear tie between like the Trump coin and like political action or
because
political
okay,
gain.
Trump coin is owned 75% by Trump and his family. It vests throughout the term, meaning money gets
5,
released to Trump and his
4,
family.
3,
What this allows is for
2,
people in an
1.
untraceable manner to donate to this and
Get
then
ready
get
to
favors. Like
Okay,
I said
think
earlier,
you don't know any of that's happening.
wait,
And
Justin's son was allowed to step foot in the United States and then
Spread
went to a
out.
private dinner with Trump
You
for the
don't-
executive branch. I can
you
list
don't
off
know that it's because of Trump coin. You don't know that any of this is happening with that. Trump has
It
sold a lot of
absolutely is.
things.
This guy
Trump,
publicly
Trump has
said-
sold a lot of cheap products. He sells Trump watches, he sells Trump commemorative coins, and he sells a Trump cryptocurrency. To me, it seems like he's like a businessman who's been doing business for his entire life, and he's just doing another business.
wanna
venture.
draw a
Maybe it
distinction.
was a scummy thing to do. I think like selling cheap commemorative coins is a scummy
I think
thing
it's
to do.
really important to draw a distinction between
Danger,
monetizing
danger.
your name,
4,
monetizing the
3,
presidency by selling
2,
things, and actual
1.
corruption. So what
I
Donald
don't
Trump
think
is
that
doing
was corruption. I think
this
it's the
is
same example.
Okay, so when Donald Trump gets a $400 million jet from Qatar, and then Qatar builds a $5.5 billion golf course in their country, and now Trump is doing joint training exercises with them in the
Kill
United
Big
States,
Eye.
is that quid pro quo corruption?
I don't know all the details for that, so
Do you know about the $400 million jet?
I do know about
Is that personal gain?
I don't.
Is that for the
wait,
American people?
That wasn't given to Trump. It was given to like the government.
It was given to Trump. So
Kill Big
after
Eye.
Trump's term, where does it go?
I believe into like the government's property.
The Trump Presidential Library. It is only for Trump to use.
Is the presidential library owned by Trump?
It is only for Trump to use. If
Is
this
it
was
owned by Trump
it's
or
owned
is
by
it
the
owned by
government.
the? Okay,
but
so
wait.
they gave it to the government, and after Trump's term, it's going to the government.
No, it's going to his presidential library. It was a gift to
If the
Trump.
government owns it,
Still
they
last
can,
ad related.
take it from the presidential library and put it somewhere else. They can put it to
So
other
you're just conceding that it's fine to take $400 million gifts, even though it violates the emoluments clause, which says you can't take gifts from other countries. That is just
I
by
think there's
definition
far greater issues of corruption in our country's history, and I think singling out this one where Trump, or not even Trump, like the government was given a jet by one of our allies. Is not
They need that.
all that.
If you can
actually,
hand
they
wave
need that.
Trump coin in the welfare base, and you can hand wave other countries giving
Of course,
him
that would have been
gifts,
nice on
It's
heroic,
not
but
necessarily hand waving.
Next week
I'm
for
just saying,
sure.
your claim is he's the most corrupt president.
Because he's
and we
rigging
have
this-
these
What am I here for?
people who are
Jim Carrey it is
speculating
through.
that-
Well, I definitely would not have been able to do without a Bob.
quid
So
pro quo going on with Trump and Qatar. You're speculating that
absolutely
people
is.
funneled money into Trump's
That's still something.
What about a few days ago when the
Yeah.
when there are
wait,
literal,
listen.
like clear examples that we've seen that there are released documents.
So that's
that
clear.
Spot
Wait,
buffs.
that's clear. But
There's-
Donald Trump,
there
this
are
conspiracy
released
theory is
documents
clear.
of
Okay,
Russiagate.
we'll
I know
talk about
Morbius.
this
They
next
knew
week.
it was like
Did
made
you
up.
read the documents? The documents didn't say what you think they said.
They did say.
They did not.
Okay. Thank you.
Is that just like some random new guy we got, or someone's
was
friend?
tense.
No, it's
Welcome
random.
back.
I just
Okay.
just
so,
slinging my recruitment dick around a little
the
bit.
fact is that Trump's the most corrupt president, right? Yeah. So I would like to make a reference to something I spoke about previously, Biden administration and
Explosion
millions of
coming.
Immigrants, illegal, undocumented immigrants that they were letting in that were disservicing the
Will this new Rep Paladin better
lowest
smoke a
level
lot of
legal immigrants
weed
that were
and
coming
miss
in and working
bubbling
hard to
himself
get
on
those
mechanics
opportunities,
all the
and
time?
Oh,
they were
God.
rigging the system for illegal undocumented immigrants to receive all the benefits that all these people work for citizenship to get.
First of all, these were
I
asylum
miss Blick.
seekers. The border wasn't just open. There was an
He's
abuse
a
of the
character.
But it
asylum
was open.
system.
But it was open. But people
it's
were just
not
coming
just
through.
open.
How come in August there was 265,000 undocumented
I'm
immigrants?
vamping
we
this
need,
one.
we need
With no
Blick
papers
back
and
so that
no-
I can
This August?
confuse
just
Blick and Blade all
process.
the
This
time.
Just process. No.
Yeah.
Last August.
Just name-wise, it always
Hold on, let me.
confuse me.
I miss my.
No, you're good. You're good.
So
You're good.
like,
You're good.
like I.
Trust me, you're good.
Sorry, guys.
It just sounded similar enough that I would always
what I
like
see as corruption
double-
is I see
double
my
check
grandparents get tears in their eyes
who
because they
was-
don't qualify for Medi-Cal
or
because
like
our
who
tax
said
dollars are
what,
going
you
towards
know?
people we don't even
Who
know
said
are
what.
My miss would tell me to bop often, so
Throwing
don't
off
I don't think
worry.
people should come here illegally. We
Ow.
agree on that. I think the Biden's border policy was rather indefensible.
Even whenever I wasn't playing a paladin, I'd be on my death knight. He'd be like, "White
I
bop."
think that it was sloppy, and he should have been stronger. on it.
Yeah, like people say it fast, and then it's like you hear you hear B, and then you hear the word end in a T, which is like or like a hard sound, you know, like to and car are similar.
legal immigrants that
That's
are
what I
saving up the
said for
money
sure.
to keep their permanent citizenship and keep them here.
That's a different topic. Do you know what the fake elector scheme is?
It got even worse whenever I actually
Trump
did
lost
play a
the election,
paladin.
He did the fake
Fucking
elector scheme.
Kata.
How would you describe it to me? Here, I'll just.
There was some sort of phone
Telling
call,
me to
right?
bop. I don't want to
The phone
bopping.
call has something to do with it,
Sure,
but
I remember
essentially, electors in each
Then
state
how come
certified.
illegal immigrants were allowed to vote for Biden, and they were being told if
For
they voted for
tier
Biden that they
11,
would be able to
I
come
think.
here and receive all these benefits? Isn't
Who
that
told
corruption
them
as
that?
well,
It's
right?
Tier
Was
12
that
was
violence?
The Biden administration.
No, tier 11
they
was
were,
before
yes,
violence.
yes,
Sorry,
they
Biden
did.
never
They were
said
being
that.
brought in here
But
to
one,
vote for
the
him
triple
and
raid.
being given a free pass. to
Bastion or Twilight? During the dragon fight.
Sorry, I get.
No, just trust me, you're fine.
I liked some of the fights in those raids, but it was really annoying doing those raids over and over again.
Do you think
Yeah.
Trump's been a net positive to this country? You call him
I just
fast-
kinda hate
So
whenever there's,
honestly,
like, different races.
honestly, maybe controversial.
Trump has done good things?
Tier 11, like
Has
that
Trump done
Kata
good
tier,
things?
I think was better
Sure,
than
I
the
think
first tier of
Operation Warp
Mob.
Speed was good. Do I think he's a
Those
net
fights were at
benefit to
least
this country?
like.
No, I think the
I
erosion
don't
of
know.
democratic
I feel like I
rights
didn't
we've
get as
seen throughout
tired
Trump's term
of
is absolutely
Bastion of
absurd.
Twilight
I want to recommit
Prog
to the fake
than
elector scheme because I think that one's
than
really,
this
really
tier.
important. Essentially, what Donald Trump did.
Oh, there's one
as
ooze
he-
left.
After he lost the election, he understood that he lost the election.
Like
There were
Mogotron
electors in
was so
7
annoying.
swing
We, you know,
states.
you just stopped
He
doing
had
it, and then
people
like
forge their
Heart of
signature
Fear
and
was
act
like
they were the
I don't
duly
know.
elected electors when they
If I
weren't.
could
It was-
say, who's
it was
the
so
president the past 4 years?
sad.
Biden.
Biden, right.
It was so dark every week.
But at the time, this was Trump. This was when Trump. This was when the
Yeah.
transition of power was
Misery.
happening.
He still worked
Dude.
within the confines
The,
of
the
democracy.
misery
Because-
of Heart of
Not. The
Fear.
fake elector scheme was
Because of
necessary.
no, I had to pick up tanking. I wanted to fucking
That's why
windwalk this
of
whole
the fake electors in
expansion.
the state of Georgia were arrested on a
windwalkers
RICO
are pumping
charge,
right now
a
too.
RICO
That
charge.
stupid
I
trick.
know, I'm
Said,
pissed.
let's pause this.
We could try and find the thing.
He works within the confines of democracy.
I wanted to rogue
He's-
this
he's
entire
a-
It's not. Do you
expansion.
think the 2020 election
Damn.
was fair?
I wanted to boomkin this
Okay,
entire
so do you think that Donald
expansion.
Trump
Oh, look
claims
at
Oh,
you
look
go,
at you.
though.
Oh, you're
Alright.
playing Bear anyways. Yeah, but fucking
He says
Alright,
there's
he's
get
over
right
here.
up
serious arguments
tank
against
mechanics.
why he
Not
should be
just
in
serious.
office.
Stop
arguments.
rezzing
He
you
said
then.
They stole it from you. He said this is awful. He said
Full timer
we
doesn't
need
really
to
matter.
take
He can't
our country
pre-plot.
back. So
Just kidding.
you guys keep taking problem with me calling him a fascist, but then most of you guys conceded that the 2020.
That's dangerous.
Yeah, honestly,
rhetoric.
Wait a minute.
you
If
know,
dangerous
at least
rhetoric
Rogan
convinces half
here.
the country that the election was stolen,
He
do you think
feels
it's
quite
fascistic
that
to try
much.
to thwart the peaceful transfer of power and get your vice president hung while he's certifying the election results?
He did.
Did people chant "Hang Mike Pence"?
taking him back.
Does Mike Pence support Trump
Roll.
today? Wait, why isn't Mike
Have
Pence
fun
his
with your
VP right now?
slimes.
Trump was not in office. He conceded. He didn't.
He never conceded.
He didn't call in a
Fact
national.
check, please.
he
He's
didn't
never.
call-
He has never conceded till this day. Can this pop up somewhere? He was in office when this happened.
in action. He didn't call in the National Guard and come in and say
He conceded
"Hey,
in
I'm the
action
president."
by having his base storm the Capitol.
In 2028, he's gonna. He's done.
Do you
right?
need some puddles?
He has a lot of 2028 hats. Is it okay to say that's a little bit weird and fascist?
He's doing incredible things for.
Like what?
He's making this country great in a lot of ways.
Let
He's-
Pew catch
he's
up on
bringing
puddle.
back a
Don't
lot
call
of
it
Lots
yet.
of puddles
He's making
here
this
on the
country
map
great
where
if
I'm
you were a
pinging.
billionaire, if you were potentially on Epstein's island and don't want to get caught.
There's
He's
like
making this country great
4
for
or
all of
5
the wrong people.
puddles.
Meanwhile, in our generation, unemployment is up, prices have gone up. It's a mess.
I really do think that
Watch feet.
this
More
rhetoric of
DPS.
hate really does need to stop.
Let Pew
on the
get
left.
a couple
You're
more.
comparing someone to Mussolini, Hitler, Franco, all these guys. It's evil, and we just can't have this in this democracy.
I'm not saying he's genociding people like Hitler, but I'm saying the
Do you
election
need 2 more
denial,
puddles?
the erosion of
2 more
democratic
red puddles.
norms,
One
and
more.
everything that Trump has done to my city of Chicago
Bellerin
is
needs one.
absolutely insane.
There's 2 over
It's
here.
definitely
Yeah,
fascistic,
go ahead and Les.
and there's just no doubt about it.
Big pump.
Time is up.
I'm at 10.
I'll grab it.
Cool.
Healers and tank. Start grabbing puddle.
I would like to choose the blue shirt guy. The reason why I chose you is because you very clearly challenged me and knocked me off for a second on the Medicaid thing, and that was good. It was a good debate, and I want to continue a discussion on your claim. Let's hear it.
Perfect, I appreciate it. Well,
Yeah, of course.
my claim will be kind of going back to that first claim that we talked about earlier, is that the left in the
you
United
son
States
of
is
a
far
bitch.
more fascist than
He's
the
got
right.
gas,
Really,
so
how
we
do
might
you
have
define
to.
fascist?
Yes, we'll start off with that. So I define it as one that wants totalitarian rule and it aims to
'Cause he's
establish
party boy?
by
There it is.
dissenting,
Good.
forcibly opposing views.
How do you define totalitarian?
I'd say authoritarian, totalitarian, just like one
See,
party.
5
Okay, so how
debuffs,
does this
brother.
describe
Stop running through these
Joe
puddles.
Biden or any Democrat more so than the person who denied elections?
Yeah,
more
Pew,
so than
once
the
you're
person who
evolved,
is
you don't wanna
literally
hit
indicting
puddles.
political opponents.
Stack.
We can talk about the indictments. Do you
Gas
think that,
Yes,
do-
actually,
No.
No.
So you brought 3 indictments.
Yeah,
My
once you
stack's
get
reset whenever you want me to take him.
James Comey, and the third one was.
Well, it was
Give
more
me
than
some fucking
Donald
bloods,
Trump
honestly.
sent out a post naming
Hey,
3
you can,
people.
uh,
Right,
you
yeah,
take
but
it.
let's just dive into the details of those,
Okay.
because you said that that's an
Start killing
example
more of
of
these.
fascism on the part of the
Oh,
president.
absolutely.
puddles.
So let's dive into each of those. So Letitia James was indicted for mortgage fraud, and there's actually, if you read the indictment, there's pretty good evidence that Letitia was actually guilty of mortgage fraud. James Comey, I don't think they've unsealed that indictment yet, so we don't know exactly what he's being charged for. But
I don't like how
Michael Cohen,
DBM
who's
says, like,
obviously
you're a
super
scrub
anti-Trump guy,
when
he
your
went on
things fall off.
MSDNC
Like,
and
lady, let me get my
said
5 puddles again.
that
I get
James
it.
Comey's probably guilty of those
He
charges.
just calls you
John
a
Bolton
scrub,
hasn't
what?
indicted yet,
Listen,
so we don't
Yeah,
know.
when you lose
I actually think it's fine
the
for
evolve,
this
the
investigation
DBM
to go
lady
on to
says
Letitia
you're a
James. I think
scrub.
she should be tried
I
by a
swear to
jury of peers. But
God.
the problem is,
She'll
I
sit
need
at
the
meeting
DBM
on there.
lady to call
who
me
is
a
the federal
scrub.
prosecutor for the Eastern District of
That's-
Virginia, a very well-respected guy. He was told to indict those 3 people.
Yes,
and
if
he
you gets it
refused
too.
Wait, let me finish. He refused to bring those indictments. Do you know what happened to him?
Yeah,
You gets me.
Trump forced him to resign and threatened him. And then that week,
Keep grabbing
And if
puddles.
a prosecutor isn't going to do their
Big
job, they
lead.
should 100% resign.
a
If you're not gonna
prosecutor is the
charge
one who
people with
decides.
crimes, then
Okay, but
absolutely, you don't deserve that job.
Do you think it's the job of the president of the United States to, number 1, force them out of their job, and number
Yes.
2, direct people? Okay, so can you name Joe Biden doing that to anybody?
Yeah, him directing
How's my
Merrick Garland
mutation?
to open
Whenever
investigation.
you
Wait, how so? When did he
trade-
direct Merrick Garland?
I can
That
take
was,
it.
that was one of the things that Joe Biden said in the lead up to the
He never said
lead up to
that.
that inauguration.
He never said
yes,
that.
he did. Him and other prominent Democrats called for President Trump to be held
Oh,
accountable.
stop stealing my
for January 6th,
puddles.
Which is what Merrick
How
Garland
did I do that? My
No,
bad.
so wait, you think that Trump directly? You know what the Pam Bondi tweet I'm talking about.
Get in.
When Trump tells Pam Bondi, he says, Pam, I need you to indict these people.
Yes, that is in the purview of the president of the United States to ensure that
it is not.
Yeah, absolutely, to make sure that people are held
The
accountable.
president of the United States
with
is
the
not
rule of law.
supposed to direct his attorney general.
Here's the thing,
I want to ask you one more time. No, real quick. One more time. When did Joe Biden direct Merrick Garland? And can you quote it? Because what you just said was a lie. Joe Biden never directed Merrick Garland.
It's pretty obvious that Joe Biden directed Merrick Garland to do so. He hired Merrick Garland, and that was what Merrick Garland did on day one.
Your claim is that it's, quote, obvious that Biden did it, but you have no evidence. But this obvious
Nice.
directing Joe Bondi is not enough in your eyes.
It doesn't matter if it's public.
So 100K fucking.
The fact of the matter is that on the right, we actually prosecute people for real crimes they committed, whereas on the left, they make up crimes. For example, the one crime that Donald Trump got committed on in the state of New York by Letitia James.
Falsifying business records. 34 times.
They had to combine two separate crimes. They could combine them into one, extend the statute of limitations just to charge President Trump on it. Do you even know the mechanism for how they found him guilty? What did they find him guilty of?
Falsifying business records 34 times.
Do you know what the actual crime was?
Yeah, he was trying to pay Stormy Daniels.
Big drink.
They said that he should have classified.
Oh, those pants. Do I have the normal version?
Don't think that.
Yeah, I've already got upgraded ones from a disc
The
set.
jury thought it was. So you disagree with the jury of Trump's peers that were picked through the process of voir dire by Trump's own lawyers?
Yeah, that was absolute. Yeah, it was a obviously politicized trial.
Okay, but the Letitia James trial isn't politicized.
Don't open the door.
Evidence of mortgage fraud.
Wait, if Trump committed the crime, should he be charged?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't care if we ever do that boss on heroic because there's literally only one piece that he drops that I can use, and it's
but then an actual jury. It's Donald Trump and his lawyers.
That's not evidence of anything.
Of course, yeah.
So, like,
I
boss
can
is
use
fucking
the
nothing to
same
me,
thing with
man.
Letitia James. Literally, they say that a
yeah.
grand jury can indict a ham sandwich, right?
So before you call
he's not too
fascistic,
terrible.
why don't you actually see the evidence?
All right, when tanks are up here, get ready to check the open door. They'll face the dumbasses away.
The left is more fascistic. So the main reason why I would say that is the rise of political violence that we have seen on the left, especially in the recent years, with Donald Trump attempting to be assassinated twice, and Charlie Kirk's actual assassination. That is the textbook definition.
We're gonna play with your animus,
You
bro.
don't see that on the right.
Do you think you don't see that on the right?
No. When was the last time
you
that
said
Obama
that,
was
and I had like
Bill Clinton,
Melissa,
wait, listen,
like a sleeper agent trigger.
And her husband and her dog were shot
Saw
in their
every
home. They were
single
shot in their home by Vance Volpe.
Dracula Flow video in my head.
Yes.
Yeah, what's your evidence that he was right with?
The guy
You're welcome.
The guy had a list of Republicans that he was going to their houses, or sorry, the guy had a list of Democrats he was going to their houses. I misspoke, and he was trying to take them out. He killed Melissa Hortman and her dog and her husband.
By Democrat lawmaker Tim
This
Walz.
is not true. This dude was a Republican. He was a Republican. Are you claiming that this was Democrat on Democrat violence? What is your claim?
There's absolutely no evidence that was Republican on Democrat violence. There's also no evidence.
He was not appointed by Tim Walz. He was
blight on skull.
That Tim Walz was also
everybody.
a part
Hold on.
of. This is like
okay. What's your evidence that he was motivated by right-wing politicians?
A few things.
Jim
He
on
left, or in jail, he said that he did this because he doesn't like Democrats. I promise you, he told someone this in jail. He also literally went to, I think it was 5 different Democrats' house, but only 2 families were home, and he killed Melissa Hortman.
You suffer
and then
on
he
square,
shot the man.
and then
he
back
survived.
up across those if you see short ranges going up.
Here's the difference between that and what happened with Charlie Kirk and President Trump. On the right, you really
Just-
don't see anyone celebrating that. On
I
the
got you,
left,
dude.
you absolutely see
Um,
people celebrating Charlie Kirk's assassination. There's
Run
not
in
people
together,
on TikTok
stay
and
spread
Instagram
up.
saying that they hope that the shooter who shot at President Trump missed. They're like, how can he miss? That
I
would
pushed the
never
button early.
fly
Here's
or
the
happen on the
difference.
right. We don't
Here's the
celebrate
difference.
assassinations. You guys do.
Can you name one Democrat in power who celebrated?
One Democrat in power celebrated? No, my point is.
No, can you name? I want to hear.
My point
Can you
is
name
that
one Democrat
my
in
point
power
is
who
that this
celebrated?
is a cultural problem with the left.
No.
That the left, as a whole, their culture is fascistic.
So
that you guys don't.
can't name one Democrat in power who celebrated, but when Nancy Pelosi's husband,
watch
Paul
out for it.
Pelosi, had his head bashed in with the skull,
Oh, no.
somebody, had
Yeah,
his
I ran
skull
out of
bashed in
interrupts.
with a hammer from somebody who supports Donald Trump, Trump and Don Jr. posted memes about that. They posted memes about it the next day. Do you think
vamping?
there is a difference between somebody in power making fun of a violent crime versus random people online?
I think that it's indicative when you have the entire left as a whole.
No, answer my question.
No,
Is there a difference between
No,
someone
there
in
is
power?
there is a difference because when you see an entire political ideology, the whole, like pretty much the entire grassroots leftist operation.
So now you're categorizing my entire party as like what, a violent
I think that on
ideology?
college campuses, as a president of College Republicans of America, when chapters across country tell me that they're tabling on campus, people coming up celebrating that Charlie's death, that is indicative of a cultural problem with the left. That you just don't see on the right. You just don't see this on the right.
Absolutely do.
Well, when was the last time you've ever been on a college campus to see someone on the right, trying to celebrate political
I don't
violence?
even have to look at college students. I can look at the actual leaders of the party who are making fun of Paul Pelosi. What about Mike Lee? Senator Mike Lee, or Representative Mike Lee, made fun of Melissa Hortman and made jokes about it. Do you condemn that?
I don't know what jokes did he make.
He was saying that it was something about the shooter being, I don't even know. He was making a bunch of jokes about the shooter doing this for some crazy reason, and then he got confronted in Congress. He made a series of jokes online that he had to delete. Do you condemn that?
But are you saying that he was making fun
Nice.
of the
Oh.
left, saying that it was politically motivated? Then
Well-
no, I don't
No,
condemn
he was
that.
making fun of Melissa Hortman days after she died. Okay, do you think it's okay for Trump to post
Look at all the
like
goals.
AI videos of Paul
think we
Pelosi?
die out here. I don't think it
He posted an
matters.
AI video of Nancy
Oh, maybe
Pelosi
not.
laughing about Paul Pelosi.
I didn't see the video, so I
No,
can't
please,
say. But what
please.
I can say again,
Hey, I'm on the other side of the
College campus
door.
is doing this, so I can't say. I don't
We
know.
did
Lock
it.
him in.
you can pretty easily look at social
Lock
media
me
and
in
find
here.
people celebrating it. I mean, like people said earlier,
Dying a hero.
posting.
But no Democrats in power.
He didn't even
I
die.
mean, no Democrats.
Well, there's- hey, what's
Try
up?
to get in power. We could talk about the Virginia
won.
candidate Jay Jones, who said that he hopes that people on the right kids die.
I condemn that.
You condemn that. Perfect. So then he should drop out of the race.
Sure.
The fight
Name a
happened
single
off
Democrat in power who
screen
didn't condemn
due
that.
to the animation budget.
Yeah, the person who's running for
just
Virginia's
me.
No,
governor.
she in a debate last week. She said, "Of
All
course, I
right,
condemn
let's
it."
see what
Even
we
Jay
have
Jones
real
She didn't
quick.
condemn
condemned
enough
himself.
to tell him to drop
Jim's
out of
still
the
on the
race.
boss.
She should tell him to drop out. But
Yeah.
here's the fundamental difference right now. You are pointing to people on my side.
Do you want to take this
and
one
you
down
can't name
here,
a
Yusuf?
single Democrat in
This is gonna be
power
kinda
who made fun of
scuffed.
Charlie Kirk. You can't
Yeah,
name a
maybe
single
we do the
Democrat in
others.
power who said that Jay
Yeah, this
Jones
side's
what he said
better
was
for
good.
me and
I
Yusuf.
can point to multiple,
Well, we have
many
people like Rashida
Republicans.
Tlaib and AOC who come out after the fact of Charlie's assassination, said he was a racist and
Unless you
against
want to do this,
memorializing
Niggy,
American
drag it
freedom of
into
Congress.
So they weren't celebrating any of it. Okay.
Um,
There is a fundamental difference between the way the
basically,
two parties function, and it's
if you
because
do it,
Stephen
you can
Miller
kill
the
it,
other day
like,
said the
I
Democratic
would drag
Party
it
is
over
not a
here
political party; it's a domestic
after you
extremist
suffer that.
organization.
When you have,
Trump
when you
tried
have
to get
people of that
I will
political
get this
party going out
far
and
back
celebrating the death of the
one.
other side, then
You
absolutely
think
they
it's
need
okay
to
to
be
categorize
de-radicalized.
the
The Democratic
entire
Hugh,
Party
you can take this one
100%
near
needs to
me
be
so I can
de-radicalized.
start
Wait,
off
the entire
heal.
party.
Playing Jane
The
Scott,
Democratic
a
Party
good one
should be
already.
de-radicalized.
Okay, but you can't name a single Democrat
It
who
is a
actually
problem when
celebrated.
it is a problem when the base of your party is celebrating other people's death. It is a problem when people
So
in
I
your
would
party are
let your
openly
wolf
calling
sort of
for
growl
death
every
of
so often. I would not DPS it that much, honestly. They die really fast, so you don't just blast it. The only thing you're doing is doing enough damage and letting your wolf growl to keep it off of the healers, because the healing aggro.
Oh, I guess she doesn't say her name.
Jim's got a weird split.
Should I take the far one over here? This one?
Yeah, that one and
Okay,
this one.
and this one. Gotcha. Yeah, I can do that.
Then Ashcorp's gonna have this one in mid plus the one he's right
I
by.
think she would leave her kids there by themselves.
Then Croup will be
If there was
here,
somebody else
Zay
at
will
the
be right in the middle
apartment,
right
I
here.
can see her doing that.
Okay.
But quite honestly, I think she's capable of anything.
Okay.
If she selfishly really
That just leaves
designed
Rhaenyra
to do
right here.
something with somebody, I won't
This
put
guy.
anything past her.
Okay.
We do not trust our daughter at all.
Kylia's mother also fails to recognize the name KK, but wonders why her daughter didn't simply
All right,
ask her to
so yeah,
watch the
Pew, you
girls
have this
instead.
one right here. I think everybody's got their. The tanks have sort of an odd pool set up, but should be
We will
fine.
come get the girls always. I mean, I wish I would have went to my mom then, because I knew how to mom. But I didn't have to overthink it. I was having so much fun.
While it remains to be seen whether someone named KK truly agreed to watch the children,
5,
only to then
4,
abandon them,
3,
detectives must
2,
also consider the
1.
grim possibility that Kylia never left the girls with a babysitter in the first place. According to her friend Chloe, Kylia often ignored the girls, even when they were in her care.
I don't know.
Oh, damn.
How
Oh, I fucked up. Oh, I fucked up.
I fucked up as well.
Yeah, I clicked the wrong guy.
I think she's 2 now. She doesn't cry, and she didn't when she was a baby because she knew
Well, don't let him
Kylie
leave.
wouldn't come get her. So the baby never made a sound.
Kylia's friend Sophia, who hasn't seen the girls since January, shares a
Yeah, I
tragic
accidentally dotted
observation.
the
They always
inactive
do have
one.
diaper rash,
That's
and I
freaking
know
inside the boss.
No.
Okay. Like, I don't know, because I get told that she changes them, and then it seems like that they keep coming back with diaper rash. Like, the parents get rid of it, like the grandparents. Like, they keep the girls for a little bit, they'll get rid of it, then Kylie gets them back, they get diaper rash again. So it's like, it feels like they're not being changed enough.
We have some ointment.
May I have
that
another
we would
G?
use over the weekend, and by the end of the weekend,
Yeah, I think
pretty much all
everybody's
these are
Cleared up.
getting to the orange.
Just a little bit left, but I mean, it was horrific. I mean, to where it was open.
Thank you, Supper.
Bleeding.
Jeeves up in the back.
The lack of diaper changes was so severe that on one instance, Sophia
Mine's right on
offered
the
to change
feast.
the toddler herself.
So then she gave me a diaper.
Mine's
and
cooler, Jeeves. I put it down
it was
first.
like so much pee.
Dang.
There was no poop, but it felt like there was more than just one.
I didn't see it.
Yeah.
There's too much going on.
The pants were wet. The pants were wet.
When investigators visited the surviving 2-year-old girl in the hospital, what officers observed was beyond heartbreaking. The child had
A couple of people still need to repair.
as well as blisters
Couple
and
people is
sores
28.
around her backside and genitals.
And I tried, like, every time I would hang out with her and, like, give her food, she was fine. But then,
Everyone's
like, if I took it away,
ready.
she'd get mad. But to be fair, any kid would get mad if you could take away food.
Go ahead and hop into
But,
position
like,
real
I
quick.
gave her, like, a pack of fruit snacks, and she, like, was, like, crying. I was like, oh, do you want more? And I was like, that's so many fruit snacks. And then Kelly just kept giving her, go-go squeezes. And I was like, doesn't she need real food? And Kelly was like, she's good on go-go squeezes.
Once a detective arrives, Kylia is Mirandized and she agrees to answer questions. To understand more about Kylia's care of the girls, the detective
You can
asks
stand more in
about
your
their
lane
eating
because you don't want
habits
it to
and
link to
feeding
mine.
schedules. Though the
You all right?
questions are simple, Kylia's answers are difficult to follow.
Started out with these like little stupid bottles, and then she went to the 4-ounce bottle, and then she went to the 8-ounce bottle, and then she went to the big 8-ounce bottle, which just kind of hold herself. And then
when she got to the big 8-ounce bottles, how many of those would you give her a day?
oh my god, so many. Kind of like
Swap on Rhaenyra.
like she is a good eater, like good eater.
Swap on me.
And that was, you know, it was different. It was like give her bottles, like
All right, mine are connected, but that should be fine.
Chloe was
I'll
able
take
to
one
explain
after
some of what she
Kripa's
witnessed
is
while
done.
she was
Swap on Blanche.
temporarily staying with
I took one of
Kylia.
his, so it's closer.
You.
She, for the children, I think she
No, I took.
fed some, like, at dinner, I knew that for sure. She would sometimes get breakfast. It all kind of depends. Like, it's whenever Kylie wanted to wake up, depending on what she did the night before. Like,
I
Can you
sleep
take
trained
your other
them
one,
too,
Jim?
so they split
Yep.
through the night.
I-
From like 8 o'clock
Well, good timing. I just got
till,
swapped.
my parents, this,
That's why I'm the go.
8 o'clock at night, 8 o'clock in the morning.
Actually, you're a boomkin.
I'm living my best life. My kids go to sleep. I leave parties for a couple
Dispel you
hours.
suffer.
I go to sleep. My
I'm gonna take
Christmas
pews
party,
'cause
by
it's
the way,
low.
is like I would smoke some weed. I would like watch movies, play Call of Duty, like just that you don't
Cooper
normally
out
do,
here
like, when you're big.
topping charts and playing defense. Holy
At a mere
moly.
16 pounds, the
Not where I thought you were going
2-year-old
with that.
girl showed noticeable signs of malnourishment, with her ribcage visible and severe plaque buildup.
I can't take another slam if you want to take Big
Sophia
Guy.
adds that the child's
I'll
hair
take
was
it.
never brushed and was often in horrid condition.
Swap on
And
Blanche
like,
and
that
dispel.
was kind of weird to me, but I'm like, parents don't have to always brush their kids' hair all the time. I'm like, okay. But it felt like it was dirty sometimes. And I'm
Taking
like, that
Ramirez.
shouldn't be dirt. Like, a hair shouldn't be sticky. But she's like, but every time I ask her about it, she goes, she just ate.
At the hospital,
you're
investigators
supposed to be
noticed
dumped by
mucus
now?
in the child's hair near her temples, as
No.
if it had dripped
Oh, wait,
itself
Iggy's
wet
is.
and crusted.
Yeah,
Iggy,
Between
come over here.
the poor
Super low.
physical
No, no,
state and
bring it over, bring it over.
unsanitary
No, he didn't. He never dumped
the
it in his
situation
large. That's
became
why I'm
so
taking
dire that
Come over
Kylia's
here.
own parents contacted Child Protective
Swap on me.
Services.
I actually just texted the CPS worker
Oh,
this morning before
we have two left.
I found this out, and I said,
Yeah.
she's
I'm gonna
in
grab this
hospital.
one. I'm gonna.
Get the close one and then pull Blanche James to boss after that.
We haven't seen the kids in like 3 weeks.
Oh,
But we never.
Jim, whenever boss pulls, I'm gonna take your golem, you take boss golem.
Like this.
Careful with that one, just get it to the boss. All the way over.
I like to look at their body or
It's fine.
things like we. I know
Alright.
she never really let them in the house.
Boss about to
Every
be
time they come, she would let them in the house.
I am so upset with CPS
You ready?
right now.
Okay.
Because when we called it in,
Here he
we told
comes.
them
I'm
that
gonna get yours.
her parents.
Swap on
we told
Blanche.
them that we were extremely
Go ahead and lust.
And the person that's the case manager went over.
Animal ring
saw
on me?
the
Gotcha.
apartment,
Thank
and
you.
he tells us that, well, there's not much that we can do because, you know, I've been to the apartment, it's a low-risk situation. I go, what in the world's gonna make it a high-risk situation? Till one of them dies? I literally said that.
He explains they had an agreement with Kylia to take the girls
Start watching
every
your-
other weekend. Just 2 weeks earlier, they were scheduled to have them for Valentine's Day, but
Bring on me.
Kalia decided to keep the girls instead.
If the grandparents
Start
had
watching
the girls would be okay.
So the grandparents did a pretty good job.
Yes. If the grandparents, I wish the grandparents could have taken the girls, but Kylie was the one
Swap
who was
on
like,
group.
no, I can take care of them, I can take care of them, I can do it myself. And I think that's why she was like, no one can watch my kids, I can do it myself.
Watch your feet.
But according to her friend Emma, Kylia did little to care for the girls.
Thank you.
And often left that responsibility to her ex-boyfriend, Rock.
His Rock was amazing.
Oh, killed him before the jolt even. Very nice.
Yeah, I need that.
Oh, I still got swapped.
Him and I were both concerned. And
What was your concern?
if she was gonna take care
This
of
is
them.
that way.
And I told him, I said,
That was
"You
a
need to
good
detach
kill.
yourself
That was
from
clean.
everybody and
I should have
everything,
rolled
I'll
Dane
be
on
fine
those.
for a
Oh well,
while,"
whoever gets them.
Which I honestly regret, but that's relevant. But I told
Wait,
him,
no,
I
I'm
was
the
like,
only leather Agi.
whatever's gonna happen, gonna happen.
Rock initially believed
Thank
the
you, Krupa.
2-year-old was his biological daughter.
I'm
but
just
a
here
DNA
doing
test later
like
proved
everything for
she was
Ash tonight.
not.
What the hell?
He noticed the
Yeah.
deceased
I'm out of it, man.
Constantly
Though it
resin
may
him,
be his child,
having to taunt
police
his,
ensure
Dude, that's-
little
that-
guys
that-
over,
That's
kneading
3
on his
forehead
loot
kisses.
for him.
That's 3 forehead kisses for you, bro. Don't worry.
Taking care of the kids. Taking care of her.
He later broke up with
I'm just
Kylie
so
and
used to
moved out of the
passing on
home after
everything,
catching her
man.
taking explicit photos of herself.
And I had found out.
Okay, in my memory,
it's
twin Empyreans
well,
were
these
twin
guys
consorts,
are-
right?
But something Kylie earlier
I think
yeah,
they
were.
they were.
I think
You're
they,
right.
yeah, I think they changed the name.
Wait, what are we talking about?
The twins.
I thought I was going crazy.
No, they probably changed the name of the whole making the paintings bowls of fruit instead of.
Yeah.
Sometimes the center cool, but like not anything that would be
Yeah, like this isn't politically correct. Meanwhile, like in Black Temple, there was a whole like sex dungeon.
You know, and then my goal was
Oh, yeah.
to go to, like state parks and stuff and like canyon.
Both men and women in there.
Kylia's parents told investigators they pay for her car, apartment, and bills. Since
Just
Kylia
kill.
doesn't have a job, some of her friends believed the extra money Kylia earned from OnlyFans may have been used to feed a dangerous habit.
I don't know. She was always manic. It seemed that she seemed like she was always a little like, whew, like on something. It seemed like. Oh.
She would have parties. She would be doing cocaine on the table in the kitchen while the baby was in her room.
That night when I picked her up, or when she picked me up to go watch the movie, she's doing the whole.
He doesn't like.
I think it's so funny how people from my old life will be
Stack
like,
him
"Oh
for
my
dog."
God, you're a meth head," but I've been cleaner longer than their brother's been dead from overdosing. Yeah, cleaner than your brother.
Kylia openly admitted to some drug use with the detective, offering her own explanation for it.
So I've always been a stoner throughout all of this, like throughout all of it. Stoner. Because when I was pregnant, that's when I started. Because I couldn't eat.
Going full Christy Gnome on the dog.
Keep it down, and I felt like I was like benefiting my baby. Like it tell me that if I'm eating, that doesn't like almost cancel out.
We've been trying to fix our daughter for a long time, and we can't fix her. She has to fix herself.
She has to want to be fixed.
Yeah. And did somebody else do this?
That's also a question that we have.
Yeah, because she let so many people into her home that that we have no idea.
Yeah.
But the question remains, did Kylia truly abandon her daughters, or did she leave them in the care of someone named KK?
Oops, missed the
I
dog.
don't know who this K person is. I don't know. I don't know what. I don't know if this K person killed. I don't know if she neglected. I don't know what is going on. I don't know if the girls have been with this K person and not even at the apartment. I don't know.
Who's KK?
KK
What's KK's name?
is a neighbor of mine.
Oh, no.
My other neighbor. And then
What
that neighbor
happened?
moved
Oh,
away. And
straight
it's
on.
like,
KK's real name?
No, the charge.
no, they're
Oh.
Mex. Like they're Mexicans.
Nah, charge nothing.
Mexicans. Like, every day, like the nickname changes. The KK stays the same.
And is KK, how do you get a hold of KK when you talk to KK?
Normally, I don't have to. She just stays at home. If she needed to have an emergency, I leave her with the car seat.
So I guess, how do you get a hold of her?
She doesn't have a phone.
So how do you get a hold of her to watch her baby?
All right.
She comes over, and then I take that time.
Emma's mother received a Facebook message from Kylia explaining that she came home after several days to relieve KK, only to leave again without confirming the babysitter was still there with her children.
We'll do Krupa, Plain Jane, and Pew on red.
And so, without even checking on her, I just went to McDonald's because she loves McDonald's. Okay.
Just don't know if anybody died.
Stupid, but I went to McDonald's.
I'll make more this weekend, whatever.
In the McDonald's drive-thru before I could.
And then Zay, myself, Rhaenyra Velerin on blue, and then Tanks Plus you suffer for the tank step.
And it doesn't happen. Everyone is sitting in jail, and then I get a really horrible feeling. I thought it was nicotine withdrawals. Now I know it wasn't, because I was banging my head on the wall. I say, I need my babies. I need my babies. I have babies to go home to.
She then claimed she went home, only to discover 7-month-old Cherry was deceased in her bassinet.
Sweat and cold and dead.
Good loss.
I tried my hardest. Shouldn't have, because I knew I was gonna put him in too far, but I wanted to hold my baby. And she was wet and cold and slimy, so I tried to scream.
Emma also received a similar message, which she
Red side
placed
step.
with the detective.
Watch your step.
Red side spread, blue side.
If I had found my
Blue side spread, melee.
It's just my opinion. Y'all cut this out. But if I found my daughter dead, I would not be angry. Yeah, that would not be my concern.
Melee
In
spread.
one of the messages,
Red side
Kylia
step.
appears to consider
Okay.
the one child she has left alive, and what to do with her next.
I'm really thinking about the other one because I'm kind of stuck in my head about being a bad mother and having a dead child. Okay? Not thinking about the other one because I feel like I'm his mother already, okay? So I'm trying to do a favor for that child by leaving.
Beware.
And you go get my other baby.
Storms.
Okay?
Touch Pew.
Fight for dude.
I think I'm the one.
However, investigators had already restricted visitor access to the 2-year-old at the hospital, fearing her mother may try to seek her out. Thankfully, she was arrested before she could return to Yakima on her own. As
One
the
more lightning
messages
storm.
continued,
Be
she
ready to
once
touch your
again
friend.
pointed to the woman she felt was responsible for Cherry's death
On Plain Jane.
and the toddler's dire condition.
I'm the one that decided
Windstorm
to leave
coming.
all the time and get her that babysitter, and I can't. I feel responsible. I feel like a horrible mother. I understand that I am the root cause of this issue, but that is a homicide.
In an effort to paint a complete picture, investigators asked Kylia to explain exactly when she left the girls with KK and what she's been
Spread
doing
out a
ever
little.
since. However, establishing a timeline is far easier said than done.
I don't have.
You want to look at a calendar?
That won't help.
Watch your
Do you know
step.
what day today is?
That won't help. It's the 27th today, right? 28th today.
Lightning storm was something. Looks like it's already free.
No.
That's on a
The
plane.
26th, right?
25th.
Oh, okay. So I was very close. I make it day by day by day by day.
Yep.
I don't take it like 28, 29, 30.
Yep,
That's
no.
not how I'm thinking my next days. I'm thinking next day, next day, next day. Day after the next, the day after
Next
the
lightning
next,
storm
next
coming up.
day.
Kylia asks for a piece of paper so she can draw out a timeline, but what she writes is incomprehensible. Instead of continuing down a futile path, the detective instead turns to what happened on the day she discovered her daughter's decaying body.
Did you check? Oh.
I tried. That's why I ran. It's because I went, can I, I went like this. And then I thought
It's on Zay. Touch Zay.
I've never touched a dead body, okay? I'm not hood rat shit, but I'm not like, an actual hood rat.
At that point, how did you with that?
Cause she,
Everybody stay spread to drop your D.
That face when you know your child's face.
How long?
I don't know.
Watch tornado.
Did I rip egg rolls?
No, I saw it. I saw it then.
Whenever he mounts, his threat gets all really fucking weird.
Like right here, she was standing.
Because he and his dog get separate whenever they're grounded, and then it like resets to the dog's threat.
Is that really hard?
I got smacked by him.
What do you think would have happened if she would have stayed there a little longer?
It's like Pew's on one, and still needs to drop debuff. Just watch your feet.
That's why I was
Not
trying to
to-
get it and then I had lasers on me, so I thought you
Parking's clear.
And then I was being pinned for all of this because I just left without doing anything. You know what I mean? Like that genuinely, I was guilty. I felt guilty. Like, you know what I mean? And I felt guilty that I had left, and I wanted to. Well, maybe.
Watch your step.
Despite this, Kaelia chose not to seek help for her suffering 2-year-old daughter and
Spear,
didn't call
more
911
lines,
until
watch
the
feet.
following morning, delaying the toddler's rescue.
After all that, I tried to overdose, but it didn't work. After
This motherfucker keeps shielding my side.
4 stacks of the line. My cast is minus 100%.
I got some cocaine.
We thought about not.
When's the last time you did some cocaine?
It didn't
Oh, that's
always
right.
go.
Oh wait, I also have 4 stacks of the line. Oh wait.
That was the night when I thought the police were there.
Alright, once the line's clear,
The night that you found.
Yes.
Given that Kaelia chose not to report the grim discovery,
How am I getting it to get him on line? Is there an invisible one? What?
That Kaelia ever left them in someone else's care to
Stack
begin
it.
with. In a shocking twist, while
Hold on, I got
interviewing
you.
friends of
Fuck me.
You're
Oh,
investigators
oh,
30
came
seconds.
across a
Oh,
woman
you're
named
good.
Kara,
AOE
whose answers to their
Yeah.
questions
No cooldown on
finally
this
reveal the truth of KK's identity.
Were there times that you watched her kids?
There was one time that
Yeah.
she had me watch her kids, and it was like the middle of the night, and they were sleeping.
Okay.
But
Pew, you're getting line. Zay's getting line.
they're both alive then.
Yeah. Did you ever like what name did you go by when you were?
Yep.
My name.
Yeah.
You don't let a debuff drop.
Anything else?
No cooldown.
KK. Okay.
However, this interview took place at the Yakima
pretty
County
good.
Jail.
I'll vamp
where
the next
Kara has
one.
been in
Go ahead and
custody for the last 3 weeks.
So here's the
Dude,
silly
where am I
question
getting
I'm
this
gonna ask you
debuff
anyway.
from?
You're arrested on the 4th.
I don't fucking
Right?
know.
You haven't left here, right? And so you didn't go out for a weekend and come back? Okay. So you didn't
Vamping?
watch your kids last weekend?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Sure.
refreshing too.
This
like,
revelation tears
there's an
apart
invisible
Kaelia's
line or
story
some
that she
shit.
ever left the children in KK's care. Disturbingly,
Like,
further
wherever you are, Zay, you
investigation
gotta
reveals
move.
that Kaelia
I
may have
can
been
totem
aware
next
of the girl's condition and intentionally hid it from
All
those
right.
closest to her. According to her parents, they visited Kaelia at her house on Sunday,
Next one will be,
February 23rd,
Zay's
just
cooldown.
2 days before the girls were discovered.
Zay's still getting debuff.
But before they
Jesus
arrived,
Christ.
she sent her mother a text.
I moved too. I don't know.
I had that
I'm
happen
good.
to me like one of the polls. It just doesn't go away. It's weird as fuck. It took
Soul Link
until
I haven't gotten it
Zay's
anymore.
cooldown.
So the kids are asleep basically,
Sorry,
not
just,
verbatim, but
oh,
you
is that anyway? It's fine.
Nice.
No.
According to police records, the text message
I had to
reads,
die for it
"She
to
just
go
took
away."
herself to bed and cried at the door for me until I let
Well,
her
if it's
sleep
over, if I
and
get it again,
laid
I'm on the screen.
down." That
Yeah,
was really
that-
just out of the usual.
There's definitely
in the
like an
suite.
invisible line or something.
Okay, yeah, you're
Kaelia
fucking with me,
arrived at the
dog. What is this
apartment and
horse
visited with
shit?
her for
Yeah,
10
what?
to 15
What the
minutes.
fuck?
But as the children were supposedly asleep and Kaelia wasn't
Yeah,
behaving
he's
out
gotta
of
like
order, they
die.
never once entered their bedroom.
That
If I
fight
had had
has
an
some stupid
inkling
bugs
of any
too.
problem, if I would have had to bust the bedroom door down, I would have.
Thank
There
God
was
we're like
nothing.
so used to the fight now. Like
Nothing.
we got through
The
it, but
grandparents
like
had no
Okay,
idea.
I think
that one
Bubble Hermit
granddaughter
cleared it.
was physically decaying in her
Jesus Christ, I
bassinet,
hope so.
while the other was slowly wasting
Just stay
away
spread for
behind
this
the
trash
closed
once everybody's in
bedroom
here.
door.
I'm so mad we didn't take those girls.
Difficult one.
Uh,
You assume the best. No, you would have known this.
The detective lays out a photo, forcing Kaelia to confront the images of her 2-year-old daughter's emaciated body.
Don't Don't.
All right, we're good to go.
This doesn't happen in a couple days.
She was skinny, but not like that. Her wrists were showy, but not like that. She was not even fat at all.
We lost.
This is caused from neglect.
She was skinny. I had talked to the doctor
Yeah, fuck
about
her
that,
back.
but she refused to eat for a while, and she was starting to eat again. That's why I was getting her McDonald's. She was skinny, but not like that. She had diaper rash down there. But that was... I don't want to step in. I want to maybe...
I'm not gonna show you that, baby.
That she wasn't changed at all from...
Testing,
that she wasn't
testing.
changed at all from my
Hey!
dad's
Whoa.
inspection,
Bro, I
but
thought
came
you guys
over
were
and
being
everybody was
rude
screaming.
AF to me. I'm like asking
That's
questions.
what I thought.
You guys missed my whole comment about like if Zay could have kept his the debuff on him, we could have ported him back to Orgrimmar and started a whole new molten core disease thing that the CDC would one day eventually study.
Unfortunately, it doesn't spread.
Though the detective is far from finished with Kylia, he makes
That
the
would be funny,
decision
though.
to
It's
take
only the
short
lighting
You
breaks.
would
one
be
that
the
spreads.
only patient, but you'd still be patient.
We went
Yeah.
really skinny.
The one guy that got Ebola, you know?
Double check flasks real quick. Other than that, buffs look good.
It's really traumatizing.
I understand why they did it, but they were like, this guy's got Ebola. Get him back to the US, quick!
So you're just gonna leave me with it?
We'll come back right now, okay? You can turn him over if you'd like.
It's traumatizing to do.
5,
I understand my kids got skinny, but they were
1.
like that. They were like that. They were sunken in like that and pushed out like that.
With the images face down on the table, Kylia continues the conversation alone.
Oh no.
I was scared of seeing that. After seeing a dead child. Traumatized.
Watch out for poop.
I can hit the camera at this point. I don't know what to do. What am I supposed to do with that? Like,
Oh, she's got aggro. That's not good. Well,
I don't even saying that. I don't want
I
to
just
be
like
here
her
right
crazy.
now. I want to show
Oh no.
Oh yeah, I'm lagging too. What the fuck?
As the horrifying truth sets in, Kylia's abandonment
Y'all
of
like
the
it?
girls comes as no shock
not.
to her ex-boyfriend
I'm good.
Rock, who drops a bombshell admission,
can't
revealing
cast
that this
spells
isn't
at
the
her.
first time Kylia's
Yep.
watch
actions
Ash-
have led to death
Ashcourt's
by
got
Michael's
beast.
speed.
Crashed.
No, you're
He's
saying
got
watch
beast.
as if like we're not all cooks.
In December of 2023, police were alerted
Mira's
to two
game just
dogs left
crashed hard.
abandoned at Kylia's
Yeah, I think
home.
we're wiping.
One was severely malnourished to the point her bones were visible. She was
That's
tangled in
crazy.
a pink harness with a part of the cable embedded
Unless,
into her neck.
Zay,
and had
if
to
you're
be cut
good, we
free
can res
before
Ashcourt.
being rescued by
I'm not,
animal
no.
services. The other
Damn.
already starved
I'm-
to death.
I'm just whole
When Kylia was
relaunching.
questioned, she claimed the dogs belonged to her ex-boyfriend, and after they broke up, she stopped providing the dogs with any food or water, claiming they were not her
Then
responsibility.
reconnecting the game server and
Now,
it's just
2
sitting
years
there.
later, her own two children face the same tragic fate.
The shit.
What do you think happened?
All right, watch.
In my eyes?
AOE incoming.
Jim's got the beast.
Yeah, I got the beast. I don't know.
Exactly find it hard to believe that she just walked out.
I'm back. I'm back in here.
I really.
Yeah,
I got
The
slapped.
boss if you can.
Tom Boss.
During Cherry's autopsy,
Okay,
the
Tony.
infant was determined to have been
Alright, thank
severely
you.
malnourished and dehydrated.
I should be fine killing the
to the
beast.
point that her fingers appeared mummified. But how long she's been deceased is still in question. When detectives return to speak with Kylia, she continues to cling to the impossible
Alright,
story
beast dead.
that she left her girls in
That's alive.
KK's care.
Oh, yeah.
Watching her feet.
To narrow the timeline of
Oh, this
Cherry's
is gonna be
death,
fun.
they briefly
Plain Jane
entertained the claim.
Not to
asking how
manually
long
heal
ago
is
she
crazy.
believes she left the children with the babysitter.
It would be 6 days. And I didn't mean to make it 6 days. I went to jail.
Actually, I wonder.
Her admission aligns with statements made by the neighbors, who confirmed the last time they heard the baby cry was approximately a week ago.
We've talked to multiple
Beast on
people
Ashcourt. Watch your
who
heal.
said they've constantly heard your kids crying
Thanks.
every day. And they haven't heard your kids crying for over a week.
All my timers are busted,
You know how long
so
we did?
let me know when we're
Yeah.
about to phase.
Their diapers weren't cheap.
1 second.
AOE incoming.
Nobody was watching.
Someone's up. She hates.
Nobody was watching them.
Go ahead and get a.
Oh, I have 11 stacks. God damn.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Ashcorp's got beast. Just be careful.
Beast is dead.
New comments
Though
down.
investigators were unable to pinpoint the exact date of 7-month-old Cherry's death, the truth of what caused it is undeniable. And while the toddler
Crane's
was
out.
still alive and all
Blast when you're ready. Yeah.
Kalia was in the Tri-Cities spending time with friends, visiting
Big
Brad
blast
at
on
his
Sue.
hotel,
New
and
comment?
consuming narcotics.
Sometimes I do drugs. Only cocaine. And I've been cutting that out because I don't feel like I have to anymore because I was doing stuff just fun for me and I wasn't stuck in my house all day taking care of 2 kids.
Kalia also continued posting
Well, you might need
regularly
tank
to
swaps.
TikTok in the days before
Oh,
the
my
girls were
internet.
discovered, with most of her videos showing her
I'm
lip-syncing to
good.
music.
I'm back.
In one TikTok
This-
posted on
this is-
February 18th, she appears
is
to
going
be
great.
inside her home at a
We're being
time
The
when
consorts of
7-month-old
lag and
Cherry
despair.
already died, and her 2-year-old was slowly starving in her crib. The heartbreaking truth
You
leaves
want
her friend
Yulon?
Sophia utterly
Sure.
devastated.
Kalia was like my best friend for so
Keep playing James the Man.
So it's really hard to think that she would actually do that.
New comment mid.
You know, it-
Oh my gosh, it's
Emma's
the
mother,
W,
who
right?
received the Facebook message
I
from
think
Kalia,
so.
shares her own
I'll
thoughts
be
on the
dead.
matter.
Ashcorp's dead.
Yeah, my Foji is broken
have to root to
because
feel sorry for the
Oh,
mother
let's get out here and
when
block.
she has
that's okay.
Oh,
done
you got-
this and it ended up
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
a
come.
deceased child. Now these are consequences. It's very sad.
Watch your feet.
My heart goes out to the police officers.
Yeah.
I cannot even imagine.
What
My entire
investigators still
Foji's
cannot
broke,
explain
so I
is
can't
why
see your
she
stacks,
chose
Jim.
abandonment over
I'll let
calling
you guys
her
do
parents
it.
for help.
Yeah, I'm only
Let
at
me
2.
ask you something. At
Okay.
any point during your friendship with Kalia, and while she was parenting these 2 children on her own, did she ever express any frustration? Like, did she ever say like, I don't
New
like
comment
these
mid.
children, I hate them, I wish I could have my life back, or anything along those lines?
She would make little comments pretty, I can't pick anything out, but she would say things like, oh, I wish it was like what it was before I had kids. And
New
actually,
comment
she
dead
was,
center.
in one of the messages, crying, saying that she can't get gas money because she can't sell pictures of her boobs because of her body.
E blast.
Rock recalled many arguments with Kalia, including one where she accused her daughter of ruining her dreams of becoming a NASCAR driver.
Do you think she wanted
New
it
comment
all?
on the right side.
No. I mean, there was times where, you know, she'd be like, I need a moment. I need a moment with my girls. And I'd be like, okay. And there was times where she'd be like, I have to walk away. I can't do it anymore.
You want CG
Kalia
again?
is completely selfishly motivated.
I just black. Soon's about to
And what I mean by that is she puts herself before anything else in life, including her children.
Okay.
And that was explained to CPS that if you have a mother that's going to
Target
continuously do
changed.
something like that, something terrible is going to happen one
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
And
Here we are.
And here we are.
I just wanted to have
All
some
right.
fun teenage time.
Flowers are gonna wake up. Just watch out for the blue clouds.
And I always say that I can't do it, and this is when I can't do it. And so I guess that was come to an end.
What? Oh, there's a flower right underneath me.
AOE incoming.
I love my
I didn't even see it spawn there.
I love them. I still love them. Oh, what is I doing? So yeah,
Wow.
it's never gonna happen
Am I teardrop?
Before heading to jail, Kylie
Nice.
asks if she can speak with her mom, who detectives are able to get on the phone.
That was crazy. I felt like half of us DC'd in that fight.
Yeah,
I really did feel like
I think they heard us call them consorts, and they're like, "Hell no, not anymore. We're Imperians."
They tried to cancel us.
Hey, I'd let everybody reload real quick. It needs to reload.
Yeah. It seemed like my Foji was catching up as things happened, but not until they happened. So like whenever it went from day to the shared phase, like it was all my like 6 timers popped up and it was like, hey, here's all the stuff that's going on.
The easiest characters in this
I'll
game,
already check real
they don't
quick
have
to see where we
rely
are.
on like knowledge to play you. That's why Asuka is the easiest character in the game, because she doesn't have to know anything about counterplay or anti-character knowledge.
I'll just go ahead and go disc for
how to
funsies.
defend through spacing,
Pull these guys up.
fuzzy guarding,
Everyone's ready.
you know, step crowd.
Killing
you know,
lightning
all of
first,
these
right?
intricacies
I'll grab
with
the
counter
left one.
characters.
Right.
That takes thousands of hours. Thousands of hours to acquire. It's the hardest thing to learn about this game, you know,
Stop
by
attacking.
far. As soon as your character has stuff
Just
like
watch your
this,
feet. Move out of the lightning.
it cannot be overstated
Stay
how
spread.
much easier it is for you now. This applies more to like the waifus, Zafina, Asuka, Lydia. They don't know a thing about Tekken, but they will hit God of Destruction.
Stop attacking.
They will, and it's because of this aspect of the game, but they
Stop
don't have
attacking.
to learn anything.
Oh.
Their entire game plan is tricking
I know
you,
they could
like
both
throwing
have it at the
sand into
same
your
time.
eyes
That's
and then
lame.
stabbing you in the back.
Well.
They enrich in the game in that they have a very unique way of playing, which is good. Not every character should be the same. Tekken is great in this regard, but they're very frustrating to play against. And this is
Oh my
compounded
gosh,
by
I thought the
fact
hitbox
that
was bigger. I
those characters
missed.
are hard to learn how to deal with. And also, those characters are
It's my
extremely
frozen
rare.
orb. That's
you
hilarious.
very rarely get to play against
Hey,
Zafina and
another
Shiryu,
one?
And when you do, oh my
Terracotta
god, you better
pie.
know what you're doing, otherwise you get blown up.
Terracotta,
These
terracotta,
matchups
terracotta,
can also
banana
not be learned on the go. As you're playing against them. When you play against
Terracotta
Kazuya, when
pie.
you play against
Alright,
King, when you play
that's
against Paul,
I certainly
you
don't
can
need that.
acquire information.
So
as
if we
you
ever
are
get to a
dealing,
point
in
where
real time
nobody
with the
needs it
player
and
and the
another one
character.
drops,
As you're
I would
playing the
gladly
match, you can
take
go-
it for
you can
my
sort of figure things out.
for
That
my
does not work with Shari
Death
and
Knight.
Zafina. They
They're
require
BOP,
a
sadly.
very
Oh, is it?
large
Same deal.
amount of dedicated
I'll take,
planning.
I
I'll
thought
take
it
left
was
and I'll drag him into the.
Understanding of what you
Alright,
are
next room.
allowed to do during that matchup and what you are not allowed to do during that matchup. Otherwise, you get blown up.
Just
in
don't
the
LOS.
And also, they are very rare,
Stop
making
attacking.
them far from your priority when you're trying to learn Tekken. Because most of you are like Bushin,
Watch your
maybe,
feet, Lord.
Fujin, Raijin,
Lord's lightning.
maybe Tekken King.
Right.
You are focusing on how do I deal with Brian? How do I deal with Kazuya? How do I
Stop
deal
attacking.
with Horan? How do I deal with Heihachi? These are, or King, these are
Stop
characters you will
attacking.
encounter so much more, right? When you have moves like this or hop kicks, you are incentivized to, rather than learn what Heihachi can do or whatever character you're going up against, or how to duck, how to move away, can this be step, can this be step duck, can I punish that? So how do you circumvent that? How do
attacking.
you shortcut? Well, I can't be bothered. Here's my power crush. Here's my power crush, here's my rage art, here's my samsara, here's my up for 2. That is literally 1,000 times easier to do than to actually learn the core mechanics and acquire the knowledge to deal with the characters with conventional Tekken defensive answers. So that is why, in my opinion, Jin, at the end of the day, is the easiest Mishima, because he has a very strong samsara. Very strong, that he can even acquire from stance, right? From a
Alright,
check
let me
up
figure
plus
this out
2.
real quick.
I'm threatening you with a samsara that is 14 frame startup. That's only 1 frame slower than a down forward 1. And it is only minus 16. This is difficult to punish. Like even for a high level player can miss that punish, because you got to be so fast and sharp on this. And of course, if a Heihachi player, when you play against a Heihachi or a Kazuya, if they want to launch this, they have to electric at minus 16. That's very
Wait, I dropped a
far
quick
from,
piece
like,
on figuring
easy.
out
The characters that
groups.
you
We will be
carried
starting
the
on
hardest
triangle.
in terms of ranks and wins are the characters that have these sorts of responses. So rather than learn Tekken, I can press
So
A
for
button
the intermission,
and
we'll
I'm good to
do
go, right? It's been taken too
tanks
far
on
since
triangle.
Tekken 5 with the introduction of
Let's
but
do
panic buttons
Plain
have,
Jane,
like, power
Krupa,
cracked
and
for a
Pew
long
on
time now. We
diamonds.
Look at June and Asuka, who
We
have
will
this
do
universal
Zay,
Sabaki
Rhaenyra,
reversal.
and Velarin
This is a
on X, and then
Should
me
I
and
go
you
with
suffer will
conventional
cover
defense?
the
I'll just do this.
funneled
It sort of answers everything.
blue
And
sure.
Asuka's and June's will do stuff
Should be
like,
good.
oh, a move that's safe on block. Oh, do a counter. Oh, can.
Oh, my
So this
last
is
spell.
something you acquire in 10 hours. It's not something that takes hundreds of hours, right? This is the Sabaki, right? So any mid and high, you get
oh, he's
blown
gone.
up. Like, I just launched you. Neutral on block. Granted, it is a high, but this still remaining neutral on block is puzzling to me. And then in terms of what I said in that power creeping these panic buttons, look no further than down 1+2.
Alright, we got
and
30
similar
seconds.
attacks. So on June, you press down 1+2,
Guys.
and it's a little bit slow in start.
Wiggle those arms.
26. Do note
Pop
that,
the neck.
I mean, Devil Jin Samsara
Crack the knuckles.
it is 20 plus, right? I think it's 20
Scratch
plus.
the balls.
Yeah, oh, I forgot about that.
It's
Hold
not
on.
that slow. But when you
But you gotta get them all the way out.
It's
all the
pretty
way out.
crazy. Like,
Of course.
this
You gotta
is
breathe.
safe on block at -9.
5, 4,
And you'll also notice
3,
that it damages
2,
June a bit.
1.
I get recoverable health, but my opponent takes a similar amount of damage. So chip damage. This move is a natural
Watch
hit
your
launcher for very high damage. This move also gets buffed with my install when that
should
is
wrap.
100.
A couple of you warned.
Even harder.
Stay.
It has very long range.
Keep baiting
It
late.
also steel pedals on the
4,
ground.
3,
This is
2,
also evasive
1.
because June, when
1.
she
Thunder's dead center. Get out of.
up here, you'll note that she ducks down, right? Plenty of moves like these have been added in Tekken 8. It's just
Go ahead,
click
move.
buttons. I'm just sitting there like, what's the penalty for using this? It hits no matter where I am almost on the screen, even if I'm grounded. That's a huge amount
I
of damage.
taunted the decapitate.
It flips me. It's evasive, full launch.
It's knockout
and
over.
It's safe. It's -9 on
Alright.
There's many moves like this. They homogenize the roster and they power crap the
Good.
roster for Tekken 8. Everyone knows this. It's very similar to I'm a dinosaur, so I was around back then.
4, 3,
I knew
2,
most.
Watch for Thun.
1.
From Tekken 4
Run.
to Tekken 5, they did the
It's
same
right side.
thing. People speak very highly of Tekken
60%
5,
on the
so
pillar.
do I, but it's
Yeah, you
so
can go ahead and start moving now.
unbelievably broken, that game. And I still think Tekken 8 characters, when I compare it to
Now we
Street
catch.
Fighter 6, that's a more homogenized
Hope so.
game than even Tekken 8 Season 2. And Tekken characters have more identity when you look at Yoshi, Xiaoyu, King, Armor King, Kazuya, but they have homogenized a lot. And look no further than Asuka or June to notice this. So as we talked about before, these characters were meant to be very defensive. Easy, beginner, pick up and play characters because of all of the aforementioned.
You can go ahead and start moving. Intermission. Don't get knocked off. Intermission in 1.
Run.
Watch that Thunder.
Right? Everyone understands this, right?
Special coming.
But so
Actually,
how
it's
do
like
they
running into
break
it.
the
Move!
character? By going, but why isn't she competitive? Oh, you need to be able to
Fat
attack.
bastard.
When you're not
What
on
can we
purple.
do here? I gotta say her attacks
I'm
are
not.
not that good.
Clear and red.
She tries to mix people
Oh,
with
gosh.
this that has poor range and a down
Watch the
+2,
overcharge, watch the-
knockdown low into follow-up. It's got
Help, sir.
poor range. What do we do? Okay, step 1.
Stand.
Increase the range of down 1
I got
plus
it.
2. Prior, she would have to like literally
You stack, stack,
kissing
stack, stack,
distance
stack,
or boob touch distance to get this to work. But so they buff the hitbox of down 1 plus 2, and now
Overcharge on
she
Rainier.
actually has a very frightening 50-50. Because of a damage output, the sheer damage output of it,
Ow.
how far
Oh.
away she can be from you and threaten you with mids and this low.
Alright.
Behind
So
us.
this is
My ass.
going,
Oh,
give her
Jim,
a
we're gonna-
homing,
That's crazy.
right? A
Yep.
running
Every time.
homing that wall splash
Let me
does
teleport.
a fuck ton of damage. So it's
Alright.
homing
And I
high,
pacify?
and it's plus frames.
It's because I
But therefore,
bopped you.
like, why doesn't
Good
Asuka
Zayel.
have plus frames? And
Overcharge.
then we go, maybe
You
she
mean
should have
balls?
an
Nero?
install. And let's call it bokeh.
Sorry, I meant,
so
Ash.
now this happens.
He's up,
So
spot up.
now the same move gets
What is
an
going
install
on right now?
buffer,
Watch Whip. We
which
got a big
now
ad.
makes this
It's
a
big AoE.
launcher for a bazillion damage, and for some
That's a really good whip.
reason, plus
Yeah,
11 on block. And she gets forward 1 plus 2,
You.
which is a
Go ahead and start
knockdown mid. And as you
Gonna
can
let
see,
me
minus
do that,
6
yeah.
here. But if I have install, this is now just like that homing high.
Help, sir.
It's a full launch. Insta screws, right? Just like the homing high. But this one, of course, is a mid.
Spread for balls.
And what do you do with this on block? +2.
Watch your
This is
Collapse it.
already not a
I'll
fun
spread my
thing
balls
to
on that,
deal with.
please.
And especially when you now include into the calculation the buffed down 1+2 with more range.
Watch
And
whip.
then we were like, well, we're not
Whip.
done. She kind of needs
Run
more
through.
offense, in my opinion. Where's the offense? So now they're like,
Go ahead and start
well, from
moving.
full crouch, where she's threatening you with this low, this is a legacy low.
Don't
That's
get
always
slapped.
been super strong. Because
Oh,
as you can see, it's
there we
only
go.
-11 on block.
Leap.
On hit, it's neutral. But what's important here is, of course, this
Static on
property,
Valorant.
right?
Static
The
on Valorant.
counter property. Takes no execution.
Spread for ball.
65 damage, and I believe it actually gives me my
What's
install
your-
back as well.
Stacking big AoE.
As you can see when I connect this guy. Hachimachi, poke! This is also very bad for the game because the installs
Go ahead and spread for
are
whip.
way too strong. So as soon as the
Run
characters have stuff like this, where they
Means that's
get their install
60%.
for free, it just
Now we're
breaks the
keeping
game.
Keep it here.
Heat
Alright.
giving infinite install was always a super bad idea. Like 65 damage from that low. And then
Gonna
she
take a
gets
bit
her
longer
install
'cause we're
on
down
top of
to
it, and now
DPS.
she's threatening you
Yeah.
again with
Yeah.
this. And you're just sitting there like,
So we're
is
gonna
this
have
a
big fat
defensive
statics.
character?
No one's. Ooh.
It's a bit like Brian, you
Oh,
know,
no.
getting a power crush that's -13 in season 2.
Sorry, I
but
just
if
cut
he
off.
lands it, he gets his
Spread for
install,
balls.
and you're like, isn't power crush good enough the way it
Watch
is?
your-
It's a long
Collapse
range
AoE.
-13 mid that wall splat, and he gets fucking snake eyes if he hits it on me. Like at a certain point, you just go like, I'm sorry. The defensive
Whip spread out.
character was then given this as well.
Watch this.
So this is a charge up mid, and again, she's bullying you with this, and then comes this.
We're gonna
Also
get
from
a
crouch.
double overcharge, moving
Plus
together.
8
Everybody
on block,
stack.
26 frame startup, not that bad. Like
Easy.
plus 8 on block. Does how much damage on block? 12 damage on block.
It says it's at full energy.
I took 12 damage because I blocked.
Yeah.
And if she hits it, I do believe
Unfortunate.
Like, this is guaranteed, no?
We'll have to move back to a different
Oh.
pylon.
Isn't it, like, help me out here.
What does he face?
Yeah. 51
33 is at
30%.
34.
damage.
Yeah, move him to a different pylon.
And take my
We
install
can't
again.
stay on this.
It's not
Yeah.
cooked.
Oh, yep. The lightning
Fuck.
bolt came out.
And got
I
something
tried
similar
to
here.
pull him. He just wouldn't
This
move.
charge up.
Yeah.
Note that if she
Damn,
thinks
yeah,
you're not
we
going
gotta-
to
we gotta stay
respect
alive.
her, you know, she wants these frames.
Unfortunate.
She wants 10 chip damage into
I
+7
was so
on you.
confused
But
being
if
on
she
red.
thinks you're not gonna
The
respect,
whole
she
building
just lets
looks
go
different
early
from that
and
angle.
Is still safe. Still safe.
Yeah, Coop,
Same for this
thought you
mid.
fucked up our flow.
Still safe.
I'm sorry.
This is the defensive character, right? So that turned into a gigantic rant, but that was a little bit about what.
Bro,
makes
I
a
was like,
character
I'm so close
easy,
to purple. This is great.
what characters carry
Moseying
hard.
on over to
And
purple.
also you got a
Rainier, you're
little
not
bit
on
about,
purple. You're on red.
what
Oh,
happened in terms of
no.
like power creep in Tekken 8, homogenization. All characters should be able to play aggressive, even if by
me on my
nature we are a
toes.
defensive character. And also how Tekken
And I'm
8, in
semi-diabetic,
my opinion, did
so
the cardinal
anything I can
sin
do to
of taking the
keep the blood
easiest
flow going
characters
down
in the
there.
game, a character that can be piloted by some bacteria
Red
if I
is
in a
coming out.
public toilet, give that bacteria a dual sense controller, and they can get God of Destruction on Asuka. You give that easy character the best moves in the game. Oh boy, I wonder how that's gonna turn out. And lo and behold, you have season 2 of Tekken 8. Yep.
Buff up, B-sub, let's go.
Yep. Eat fast. We got he's going around. Need 5% stats and mage buff.
Are you sure about that?
I saw it. As soon as light's ready, we'll go.
Five, 4, 3, 2.
I gotta do it early.
1.
Stay spread for the lightning.
3,
Watch
2,
Thunder coming out.
1. Run.
It's far left.
Same.
Alright, start moving. Yeah, you're good.
It's funny because I thought that in my head.
Oh.
Watch out for the overcharge stun.
Four, 3, 2.
Go ahead and move when
1.
Thunder comes
Watch
up.
your feet. Run.
It's out. Get out of it. It's a mid.
Help soak.
Back off him a little bit for Thunder.
Your mission soon.
Yeah. Don't get knocked off.
Oh, that was so close.
So close.
1, 3, 2, 1.
I'll spread for. What's it called?
Help
Watch
soak.
Pew.
Oh, catch.
Four, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3.
Oh, overcharge on
2,
Rhaenyra.
1.
The terrible spot for that too.
Sorry.
Oh, we got fucking 3.
Liver.
Good job, everybody.
Kill those. Spread out.
Watch your
Bad overcharge. AoE on. Keep the AoE.
frontal.
Lightning whip.
Yeah, watch whip. Go ahead, move.
Hit me with it. Hey.
Help soak.
After these balls, go ahead and move.
Watch your
Are we not collapsing?
No, AoE balls in the mid. We gotta get this other pile. And he's dying pretty.
frontal.
Alright, move out. After the lightning whip. Static on me. Then spread back out for balls.
Watch your
Collapsinate. Spread out for
frontal.
watch slash tank. Big blast. Let's get him.
Back on Krupa.
Stack on group. Spread back out for balls.
Watch your
2% AoE. Just don't get knocked off. 1%. Tanks stay here. Everybody else go to their groups.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Help soak.
Oh crap! You know you gotta. Oh wait, I didn't see Zay. Sorry.
Oop, there's a one more drop behind us.
Sorry, Val.
Did you leave him?
I did because I didn't see you over here, so I was
That's
getting the other ball.
That's fucked up.
2, 1.
Get Valorant up if we.
Watch your feet.
Hey, whoa. Watch your mouth there.
You're lusting or?
Yeah, go ahead and lust. We'll get Valorant up and then. Oh,
Frontal.
Pretty cool that his body's a twin body.
Four, 3,
Thunder coming.
1.
Just use this space.
Run.
Thunder in the back. Balls coming out.
Watch your
Big AoE.
frontal. 4, 3, 2, 1. Run.
Thunder, it's in the middle. Tanks are gonna get wet.
Watch your
We're good. Ball's out. Get up under the ball. AoE. Just watch the whip.
frontal.
It's a good.
4, 3,
Thunder.
2, 1. Run.
Watch Thunder. Balls come out, big AoE kill. Very nice.
Oh.
Yo! Fucking two fatties!
I'm eating both of those.
I got my own. I didn't even have to roll. I bonus rolled it.
Fucking give it to me.
I mean, I don't mind if I do.
Inject that shit into my veins.
Wow.
Let's fucking go! 69!
Imagine
69.
Creeper, do you know about the fucking Gordon Freeman hopium image?
Yes.
Good,
I'm just imagining you with that fucking trinket.
Oh, let's
No,
go.
I still
And I
gotta
don't even
wait
have to
for
upgrade
mine.
I expect
Oh.
big damage next week.
Yeah.
Say
Hey, I got
more.
mine too. GG's, guys. That was good. We got a lot of heroic progress. We got one heroic boss down. We got 2 more on the way. So, doing fucking awesome.
Yeah, good stuff.
G fucking G's. I'll put up a more comprehensive guide on G-Kun. I think we have to remove